Don't look.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're live. We're live right now. If you've never listened to one of these things before, this is not a regular podcast. Don't expect some deep insight to the nature of the universe or even rational conversations, because there's alcohol involved. There might be some weed. I smell some weed. I don't know. There might have been weed in this room. And there's a bunch of fucking savages. To my left, Eddie Bravo. Eddie, the motherfucking Twister Bravo. One of the baddest dudes on the planet Earth.
Thank you, thank you.
One of my favorite human beings that's ever existed.
Thank you
Eddie
very
Bravo.
much. I love you too.
To his left, Justin Milos, trainer extraordinaire, all throughout the lands. You could find him online at the, what is it?
JamPersonalTraining.com.
JamPersonalTraining.com.
Well.
Handsome bastard. Look at him. Beautiful features. Very polite. Well read. Killer B is in the fucking house.
Oh,
Ben
shit.
Saunders.
Oh, shit.
UFC welterweight prospect, bitches.
Eric
Respect. Fighting Eric Silva in March in Brazil. Going deep into the Lion's Den. Caveman Coffee.
Shit.
All up in this bitch with the Caveman Coffee. To his left, the motherfucking CEO of Caveman Coffee, the great Tait Fletcher. Tait the Animal Fletcher. Tait the Savage Fletcher. Fill in the blank with the nicknames. One of the baddest motherfuckers.
Are you the
that's ever
Dana
lived.
White of Caveman Coffee, or are you a Lorenzo?
I'm more of one of the Fertitas, yeah.
And okay, who's the
Maybe
Dana?
Dana also. I do all that shit.
Okay.
You know how we do it? I do it
Well,
all.
Lorenzo's kind of
everything.
being Dana a little bit now. He's coming out in
Do
the
you think he wants to
forefront.
push him out? Is that what you're saying?
I think he's looking at you and going, you know what? I want to do what Tate can do. He's doing both.
Listen, go ahead and call me Mr. Fertita. I'd be happy to help.
Tait is always hustling. Caveman Coffee comes in. Yeah, we got a micro brew. He hands me his fucking beer. I'm like, dude, you're making beer? This is outrageous.
Man's got to work in this day and
Tait
age.
is always moving, always moving. There's no stillness with Tait Fletcher. You will find no dust. To his
You'll
left,
find no dust.
Brendan motherfucking Schaub, possibly the funniest UFC fighter that's ever lived. You might be.
Funnier
You
than
might
Chael
be.
Sonnen?
Yeah, he's made me laugh harder.
Oh, shit.
Don't put me in a sauna and make me fuck my way out is one of the great all-time one-liners that's ever been
That's
uttered
a huge compliment.
on
Funnier
these
than Chael
podcasts.
is huge.
Yeah, he's funnier. Chael's one of the greatest trash talkers
Funnier
ever.
than Rampage.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, he's
Do
funny.
you know how huge that is?
You know what? It's
Most
close.
Of the time, most of the time
It's
when
close,
Quentin's
but
funny, though, he's not on purpose funny.
yeah. Well, it's also Quentin is more irritable. Like Schaub's got a smoother personality. Quentin gets
I'm not
mad
gonna
at
freak
people.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
You won't be angry.
Quentin,
Yeah, no,
you know.
never.
Quentin's always thinking everybody's ganging up on him. We're about to watch the fights right now. It's how do you say this gentleman's name? The first fight is we got to sync this up so you guys
Chris
know.
Coletti?
We're watching the
Coletti?
fights and doing commentary, sort of. I mean, we're not really doing commentary, but we're watching the fights and doing a podcast at the same time. That's the idea behind these. So if you're tuning into it, if you're listening to it, you might want to just fucking ditch this one and go back to one with some scientist on or
Watch
some
another
shit.
Joey one. You can
There
never
might be
go
science
Yeah,
here,
just
though.
go
Don't
find
know there might
Joey.
be
Boom.
science.
You never
Minus
know.
1,000.
Tait Fletcher might drop some science up in this bitch. But right now, it's Ray Borg is about to fight this gentleman. I don't know how to say his name. Give us some volume there, young Jamie. Chris Coletti. Is that the dude's name?
Good move.
Pow, pow, pow. All right, I'm taking the headphones off, so if
Oh
shit
my
gets out of
God.
control, you've been
Maybe I should
warned.
talk to her about
Fights
that.
starting right
Like,
now.
Don't do that shit.
It's
please.
4 minutes, 58 seconds if you want to sync up. 4 minutes, 58 seconds of the first round was on the clock when I said that.
Mario Yamasaki might be fucking mad at her, right? For doing that shit, taking his shit.
stealing
Can't
That's
take
his shit.
Mario's heart.
Yeah,
Right?
you can't do that shit.
Who did the heart? Did she do
The
it?
chick, the
she
blonde
just
chick
did.
comes
Oh,
out.
But
and
no,
goes,
that's
boom.
been around. It ain't his.
Yeah, but he
Does he own it for the
popularized
UFC?
Yeah,
Yes.
he does.
You can't do that.
But
He's got to talk to
hasn't
that
that been
chick.
around forever?
But
yeah,
you
but
can't
so is
do
the
that in the
rainbow. If
UFC.
you throw that shit on your car, that means you're gay.
The rainbow.
You know what I
right,
mean?
but that's different.
No,
The
but
rainbow-
for it's a UFC thing. The camera's on you. You got your
got
thing. You know, like the chick referee, what's her name with the blonde hair? She goes like this. She goes like Mills Lane.
Yeah.
She goes like Mills Lane.
The nose, yeah.
Can't do that. That's rude. That's rude.
But that's boxing.
That's
she
rude,
could be
though.
the Mills Lane of MMA.
But if you're a octagon girl, you gotta do something, right? You just can't wave. You gotta do something.
You know what? Herb Dean, he just goes, whatever. He's like, he doesn't want it
He's like,
because
"I'm old
everyone's
school."
like, because that's their
Yes,
moment. The referee, that's their moment where they're in the spotlight right there. Are you gonna do something? Mario Yamasaki said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna spread love.
Fuck it.
fuck it.
Still love,
That's my
huh?
second. That guy do whatever I want. Bruce Buffer does fucking wheel kicks and shit. You know what I mean? Why not throw a little hand sign?
There's never been a guy like Bruce Buffer that you could talk into doing a 360.
Pretty agile.
He did a 360. He used to do the 180.
I
Does the
remember when
180 still.
we were all
but
sitting
for
up there
Brock
talking, and you
Lesnar,
were
he did a
like-
fucking 360. It was the greatest thing ever.
Was that when he blew his knee out?
No. He blew his knee out jumping. He was jumping.
Bro, I've seen him in the gym with cables doing the Bruce Buffer 360. No, I'm not lying. Resistance training.
And telling you why he's doing it, too. If you
That's
ask him.
fucking
And
hysterical.
as I walk into the gym, I hear
That's commitment.
the hybrid in front of everyone. I'm like, bro, for sure, relax, man. And he's doing resistant band.
Hey, you know what? I bet a little
Bruce Buffer
if he took a little capoeira, that would help as well. Because he's kind of doing capoeira.
So, meanwhile, not to be disrespectful to these gentlemen that are engaging in Mortal Kombat right now.
Homeboy on top was a minus 1,000. When's the last time you saw a minus 1,000?
What does that mean?
That means he's a heavy favorite to win the fight. Heavy favorite. 1,000 is like 10 to 1, right? Is that what it is?
Who made these odds? Sean Shelby?
I don't know who makes it.
Only-
Vegas odds.
only he would know, right?
But sometimes they're way off, dude.
Fighting's
like
tough to bet on, man.
I've hooked Aubrey up a bunch of times where I was like, that line is crazy. Like, you got a guy coming in from somewhere else and people might not know, and the Vegas guys might not have never seen him fight before, and you're like, get the fuck out of here with this line.
Yeah.
This line's ridiculous.
You got to wonder who's making those. They're not too educated,
Yeah, like
especially on the undercard
there's
stuff.
been some ones in the past. Oh, like when Wonderboy Thompson was fighting. Was he
Wonder what
one?
the-
No,
what
it
was-
wasn't Wonderboy. It was another like really good striker. I'll remember as the podcast
And I
goes
said
on.
I mentioned Sean Shelby because not because like he's an idiot. I only said that because he's the only one who would know.
Right.
Like if it's 1,000, if it's
True.
a minus 1,000.
True.
Like I don't know these guys. I would just say it's even.
Right.
But if you really know, like only a guy like Sean Shelby who studies these guys would go, dude, that guy's terrible, and this other guy's a ringer. He's
You
killing
know
everybody.
who knows everybody? Everybody in all the records.
Joe Silva? Yeah.
Well,
No,
exactly,
he's,
them two.
no
Both
one
of
knows
them.
more about MMA than Joe
He's a
Silva.
library for sure.
No one knows more about he might not know as much about execution, like how to execute things or where things are going.
One time. I don't know. Why is that funny?
As far as how many guys who know fighters and know who's fighting and winning, Joe Silva knows more than anybody.
No one to make your heart drop more than when you on your cell phone you get a call from Joe Silva or
Oh,
Dana
really?
White.
Oh,
when it's
no.
Joe Silva, because you know he's only calling about matchups. He's not
Right.
calling for anything
Right,
else.
right. He's not
so
calling
you
to
see
be your
Joe
buddy.
Silva on the cell phone, you're like, oh shit, son.
He's a smart dude,
Does
man.
your heart just start to race when you see Joe Silva
Right
on your
away,
text?
sweat.
I've been
Sweats.
trying to get Joe Silva on the
Explosive
podcast
diarrhea.
for a while, and I told him, I go,
Not
look, dude,
happening.
how about we just don't talk about MMA? We won't even talk about MMA. He's a really smart dude, but he's in a position
He has
as
to
a
be careful,
matchmaker.
right?
He has to be very careful. I can't get him high and have him talking crazy shit.
People don't even know where he lives,
That would be a
right?
good
They don't even know
podcast,
where he lives and shit.
I don't know if they want it,
like
it
Batman.
publicly said, so
I
I,
think
won't
he
say
just-
it. But I
yeah.
like that guy. I like Joe Silva a lot. He's smart as fuck, dude. He gave me a Sam Harris book way back in the day. Before I'm friends with Sam Harris. I found out about him through Joe. Joe gave me a book, Letters to a Christian Nation. Great book.
Wouldn't he like to come on with a guy like that just so he could talk to a guy that he admires? You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, he probably.
Arm
Oh, look,
triangle.
arm triangle.
Oh,
that's
deep.
locked up.
Right there.
Oh,
there you
damn.
go.
Other
Look
way.
at
this.
Turn
That's
the
too
other way,
late.
son. There you
You
go.
did that too late, kid.
6 seconds.
Yeah, that's you
Never
did that
know.
too late. Oh,
He has
he's
time. He's fine.
The guy
No.
let go a little
Oh,
bit.
it's over.
You
It's-
can tell
he's
the
gonna
guy
go
let go
under.
of the squeeze
No,
a
he's
little
good.
bit.
That's the round,
Oh
son.
shit.
Gets
Oh,
right
that
up
was
too.
deep.
He's good.
You know what impressed me more than that?
Damn.
You know what impressed me more than that? Leo Vieira and you in Brazil. When he locked that one up on you,
Why you got to bring up old shit?
because your defense is impeccable.
No, he almost. I didn't know what I was doing in the defense. What I held my arm or something
You
like
did
this.
it,
I
whatever it
did something,
was.
whatever it was. I didn't know what I was doing, and I was about to tap. He let go, he gave me too much. My face is purple. It's one of those old TV footage. It looks like an old Muhammad Ali type, just old. But you could see my face is purple.
Were you about to go out?
I was about to go out.
The
and he
TV
let
started
go.
to go,
And then I didn't want to show any weakness, so I stood up really quick and like
Got
faking like I
lightheaded.
was gonna shoot.
Like you're gonna shoot.
But meanwhile, I'm drunk as fuck.
Yeah, just trying to
But
try.
And he's
I'm
gonna
so
shoot.
scared that he's gonna see that you just pretend like
Yeah.
nothing's wrong. I was like taking shots and shit. Never taken a shot in my life.
That's awesome.
I've never taken a shot in my life. But that's how purple my head was.
Ronda Rousey, Kat Zingano. You know what they
think?
call
And
it?
Holly Holmes,
You know
the
what guys are
co-main event.
calling? I think it's MMA Junkie Radio. I think coined it. They've been calling it Lilith Fair. Because
my
it's
God.
the woman main event and the woman co-main.
Really, it is?
Yeah.
Who's the co-main event?
Holly
Holly
Holm.
home.
Have you ever seen
I
her
know,
fight?
oh, she's
Raquel
really good.
Pennington.
Great striking. Great
Raquel
boxing.
Pennington, the chick who put that girl to
Oh,
sleep
damn,
at that
that's a good
Bulldog
fight.
show.
I want to see that.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, you know what? Even though Weidman and Belfort, was that the matchup that was canceled?
Correct.
Yeah.
Even though that would have been a great fucking match. Any match that Weidman and any match that beat their Belfort in is great. But seriously, I love watching Ronda because you know 1,000,000% she's gonna come after. I think she gets hypnotized. I think she's the only one that's listening to Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson told everybody on Howard Stern. He told everybody. He said Customato was really into hypnotizing me. Before every one of those big fights in the game, I was hypnotized. He brought in a real hypnotist. He said Customato was actually an amateur hypnotist himself, but he brought in a real legit guy before every fight to hypnotize him.
Shit, I need
and
a
he stopped
hypnotist
getting
then.
hypnotized after Customato died.
I need someone to hypnotize me.
How come no one's going, shit? How come everyone's getting a strength conditioning coach? They're going to need a jiu-jitsu coach, a wrestling coach, striking coach, and a hypnotist. Who's your hypnotist? I mean, you know what I mean? It's going to get to that point eventually when people
You
realize.
think? Or is Mike Tyson batshit crazy?
Well, you know,
That's what he said. He was hypnotized in the locker room, a professional hypnotist before he went out.
Killer
It
B, you
totally
trying to
makes
get
sense.
hypnotized next fight or what?
I don't know, man. You have
Doesn't
to,
it make
you have
sense?
to accept. You have to accept it. Like if you're resistant at
Yeah.
all.
Right, are you
Well, you
even
know,
able to be
Joe
hypnotized?
Schilling,
Yeah,
right?
I don't know.
Joe Schilling got a hypnotist now. Vinny Shorman. Vinny
beast.
Shorman, who is it? Joe Schilling's a bad
Such a
motherfucker.
beast.
Did you see that spinning back fist right hand he dropped that dude with in Glory?
Matrix
oh,
style,
good
son.
lord. Just set him up for the right, too. Perfect timing, relaxed. Cracks him
You
with
thought
the
a ginger,
back
right?
fist.
A
Just
redhead
look,
dude.
look. Bam! Drops the right
How
hand
about
on
when
him.
we went the time
Oh.
before in Glory, like a few fights ago, and there was the tournament, right? Mm-hmm. You watch those guys; they're knocked out 4-5 times,
Yeah.
legit knockouts.
Oh, yeah.
That they keep fighting
Yeah,
all
they
through
keep
the
going.
finals. Holy
Dude,
fuck!
if you know anything about kickboxing, listen to this lineup he fought in one fucking night. He
Yeah.
fights Simon Marcus, who was 39-0, okay? Who had already knocked him out in the past. They go 3 fucking rounds to a dead heat, so they go to a 4th round. This is the first fight. He's got to fight 3 times in a night, 3 murders. Knocks Simon Marcus out with a right hand, puts him to sleep, face plants. It's just fucking chaos. Then he fights Wayne Barrett, a dude who also had beat him before. Beats him by decision. Barrett's a bad motherfucker. Then he goes into the main event and fights Artem Levin, who's if Schilling's not the best, Levin's the best. It's like those two, because Schilling had already beat Levin. You know, he dropped him and hit him with a knee on the way down. It was a devastating fight for Levin. But Schilling and Levin, they're like fucking right there, man. I mean, Levin's a beast. We has to fight Levin in the fucking finals. I mean, that's insane. He fights 4 fucking rounds with Simon
How
Marcus.
brutal is kickboxing?
Insane.
Huh?
3 times in
Those
a night
leg
is
kicks?
insane. Someone could easily die from like something like that.
Going
Like
to a
Spike TV's got to
decision?
stop that.
So we're talking
They
about
gotta
hypnotism.
stop
I mean, how
that.
much
Joe
is Joe
Schilling is
Schilling
getting
Yes,
hypnotized.
yes, he's doing that now. This guy Vinny
How come
Shorman.
everyone isn't getting hypnotized? What's going on? Maybe all
He
that
calls
shit you
him a
hear
mind
about.
coach.
You have heard like Randy Couture talk about the importance of having a sports psychologist. Maybe that's just a nice way of saying, like, maybe Randy Couture was hypnotized because when he came out, didn't he seem like he had zero fear? Randy Couture came out, never showed an ounce of fear. Mike Tyson came out, never showed an ounce of fear. He came from the ghetto. Randy Couture came from like, white people's neighborhoods. You know what I mean? So
White
it's like
people's neighborhoods.
White people?
You know what I mean? So they both
Oregon.
came out with zero fear, but Randy Couture had that Captain America attitude.
They make
and Mike
different-
Tyson had that attitude like, I'm going to fucking eat your children.
Randy said the reason he wasn't nervous because he accepted losing. He was like, I don't care. Like,
They
if I
make different
lose, I
white
lose.
people in Oregon, man. They make different white people. Darce! Eddie, what's wrong? What's doing wrong here?
I don't know how deep his
do you
right
like to
hand
go
is.
clockwise?
I
Where
don't
do
know
you
how
go?
deep his right
Do
arm
you like to
is.
sit out
But
your
where do,
hips
how
on
do you
that,
like
Eddie?
to do this? There's so many different ways to close this off. How do you like to do it?
Hook that top leg with your right leg.
The
Yeah.
top leg, the left
Yeah,
leg?
the
And
top
sit to a
leg.
hip, you're
So
saying?
And
he's
then
in the
switch
middle.
it
He
to a
doesn't want to be
Japanese
there.
necktie.
Yes, sir.
Love the Japanese
He wasn't
necktie,
deep
right?
enough.
The Japanese necktie to me seems stronger than
Some
the Darce.
guys, it's very, very hard
Higher
to choke
percentage.
out. They have like large carotid arteries or whatever it is, maybe more muscle around them. Some guys are just hard to choke. And then you could have a guy in a darce. I've had guys in darce that's full blown. My arms are just so burnt I couldn't squeeze. I know I'm not going to be able to tap him. I'm just holding him there, thinking about my next move, and I'm just sitting there going, I have zero energy to squeeze this dude. I can't do it. I got to go after like an arm bar or a calf crank. You know, so I do all the pets.
Oh, look at this guillotine. Oh, mounted. Ooh. That is the shit. When you get a mounted, when you get the guillotine and rolls into a mounted guillotine, that feeling of getting that guillotine on in the mount is just so, it's like, now, bitch. It's so substantial,
deep.
You know?
I got LeVar Johnson, who tested positive for PEDs. I got him in a darce, and darce is my shit.
Yeah, it is your shit.
when I had it. I had it locked up, and I was like, oh, this one's over. And he's going, laughing as it's on, and punching me in the face. Just so much fucking muscle. Just did not. No fucks given.
And then he pissed hot for that fight.
Oh yeah, and got cut right after that.
Who's this guy?
LeVar Johnson. LeVar Johnson is not the most skillful guy, but let me tell you something. He hits as hard as any human being I've ever seen hit someone in the heavyweight division. He hits so fucking hard. When he hit Pat Barry, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. And Pat Barry, that was the first guy. Well, Chet Congo was the first guy to KO him. KO'd Pat Barry, but the LeVar Johnson fight was a little more shocking to me because I was like, man, I thought that Barry would be able to out-technique this dude. Yeah, I thought there would be a lot of like that heavy right leg kick that he throws, and you know, Pat Barry was, you know, like the Shane Del Rosario fight. He had good success against really high-level kickboxers. So I was like, this is gonna be a
hard on, right?
But LeVar hits so fucking hard,
uppercut,
dude. He's got some life-changing punching power.
Shane. Not even close.
He's got that life-changing punching power.
Like from here.
Yeah, just fucking such a meathead.
What's that? Who's such a meathead? LeVar?
I said who hits
LeVar,
harder.
especially which Carwin is too. He said who hits harder.
You're gonna get a hypnotist.
I might have to, man.
Maybe, right?
Right?
How come more people aren't on this shit? Mike Tyson is telling you he's the only guy in the history of fighting who went out there and scared the living bejesus out of his opponents. No fighter in history had a lineup of opponents that were visibly terrified in the ring. Terrified, all of them.
I think Ronda's doing the same right now.
They're not terrified. Those girls aren't
fucked,
scared.
Man.
I don't think they're scared.
When Misha Tate walked out to
Dude, Trevor Burbank, do you remember that?
Or no, what you walk out to with the Katy Perry song?
This Ray Borg is a good fucking grappler, man. This is impressive shit. Ray Borg's a beast.
Dude, he's going one sub to the next sub.
Yeah, he's a beast, man. He's a fucking beast.
And he's not tired. Like he's attacking aggressively, and he doesn't get tired.
Well, the guy he's with, man, the guy he's fighting, Kalades, he's tough as shit, man. Because that guy's withstood an assault. But I'm impressed. I mean, look, that odds, right? Now we know. That's why it's 1,000.
True.
Plus 1,000.
But if you're a minus 1,000, you're supposed to go in there and it's supposed to be a one-rounder.
Well, I mean,
that's usually how the odds are. You know what I'm saying?
But isn't a Mighty Mouse fight like a minus 1,000? And sometimes he doesn't finish guys.
Right there.
Yeah, but he's also, I mean, what is he, a 125er?
Yeah, but he knocked out Benavidez with one punch.
There he goes.
You know who's the craziest puncher is that fucking Lineker kid. I really wish he could make 125.
They said he can't fight at 125 anymore. Said he has to fight at 135.
Yeah, you let it go.
So we're talking about technique now. He's going for the deep half. Look at this, Ray Borg. Look how strong Ray Borg's grappling is. Look how strong, physically strong, just totally dominant in position. Every position in those transitionary periods where it might tip the other way, wrong, bitch. I'm on you. Plant you down.
Here we go.
He's strong, man. His grappling is super tight.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's tight, man.
That's Gio.
He's kind of like
Kimura.
dropping a shit on your head, too.
That's his number one move right there.
He gets a free one.
Stay in half guard, hit the Kimura, and hook the head with the left leg.
It's on his back.
Gio that's where he lives right there.
When you transition that, you kind of get a free shin to the face, too, right? It's like the only time we're allowed to drop a shin on a dude. Yeah.
Ride it.
Put it right
if
on
that,
where Adam's happy.
If the guy has a good Kimura grip, if it's solid, it takes a long time to master just holding onto that grip. It's not really about the Kimura these days. It's more about just getting the grip to get better positions. You can get the back from there. It's hard to Kimura guys, but to
he tapped.
He did.
Oh, he got him.
Wow, he got him.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Wow, he yanked that shit up quick. As soon as the
Legit.
left arm was free, he popped
Legit.
it right behind his back.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I'm not saying the Kimura's not possible. Obviously, it's possible, but it's generally now it's an art in itself. You can put a whole DVD out on jumping on a Kimura grip in every position and how to improve your position, how to sweep, how to get the back, how to turn it into armbar, how to do this, how to turn it into a leg lock. Boom. Just the Kimura grip. It's a whole style on its own. It could be its own style, really. Just bam.
Watch how he gets it.
Ooh,
See
that's
that?
nasty.
There's that free shin.
That's some mean shit.
you get a drop of shit on a dude's face.
It's
legal.
so hard to get that arm out at that point. Yep.
Here he gets it right here. Yeah. Hey, how close was Javi to catching Gary Tonin in the Kimura?
I don't remember that he had him in a Kimura.
Very, very briefly in the opening moments of the fight, he attacked with a Kimura, and Gary Tonin wound up getting out of it. But like, you guys are speculating. I was watching in the tub. Watching it, use a little stream in the tub. You guys are speculating whether or not Javi would go after something quick, and like right away they tied up, but right away Javi tried to lock up Kimura.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember it?
Who won?
So he
I
caught
didn't
him.
see it. Who
Gary
won?
Tonin
caught him with a
Did he?
triangle. It was beautiful.
Gary Tonin is on fire,
beast.
man.
Beautiful.
He's on
Such a beast.
fire.
Dude, that triangle was just beautiful. The way he took it from the side
How long?
and then pinned him
How
over.
much time did he catch him?
It took about 10 minutes. No, maybe less. No, maybe less than 10 minutes. It didn't. It was a really, really high-paced match. Javi could have easily. He was telling me that he was going to take Gary Tonin into deep waters because Javi's known for his cardio, and that's like his style. He likes to wear him out. It's like, he trains with Henner and Huron a lot. They like to wear dudes out.
Yep.
And that's what he was telling me that he was going to do, but he didn't do that at all. He went after him.
Really?
He went after Gary Tonin, but it's
Instincts,
so
probably.
hard. It's so hard to tap out Gary Tonin. That's tough.
You know what I was really impressed with? I mean, I was really impressed with Gary Tonin's triangle, but Javi's defense is insane.
Yeah, he
It's
defended
insane.
all Gary Tonin's leg locks. That's what Gary's known
Yeah,
for.
he said he just went and trained with Lister.
Gary's
for a long
known for
time, is what he told
leg
me.
locks.
Gotta do it.
He said I just trained with Lister, and he says he didn't get near my feet. He says I felt real good there.
Yeah, he already had amazing leg lock defense. He trained with Eric Paulson down at CSW. Like Javi was very hard to leg lock.
Yeah.
That's going to be a hard thing to do. And he spent a lot of extra time with leg lock defense because that's Gary's go-to stuff. But he got caught in a triangle. Gary Tonin got all kind of game.
He's got everything.
Yeah.
He's got everything. That triangle was so beautiful, too. To set it up on a guy like Javi from your side like that,
insane.
lock it in, and then just go through, like every step of the way, it's like Javi couldn't stop it.
He
so
won his
solid.
match. Gary Tonin won his match in Polaris. He beat Marcin Held. He leg locked him. And before that, Metamorph against Zach Maxwell. He leg locked him. And then before that, the other Metamorph he did against Kit Dale, guillotined him.
Right.
He's not just leg locks. His leg locks are vicious.
Does he do
But-
gi and no gi or just gi? No
He
gi?
does gi. He doesn't do as well in the gi because he's just not a points guy. It's a whole different game. There's a points style, and then there's a submission-only style.
yeah.
Two different, completely, like the way you would train for those tournaments is totally different.
Well,
Like a-
there's no one gives a shit about the points only ones. They don't care. If it's points only and it doesn't go to a submission, it just feels like it feels kind of fucked up. But when you're watching these fights, like these fights in the Gracie Nationals, dude, those were fucking exciting as shit because you knew someone's getting tapped.
There's
you
not
know?
a better one than EBI. That's the best tournament I've ever been to. It's
Well, thank
the best. man.
These kind of tournaments
And
where
those
you're
all-
going
the-
submission
the
only, that's what's up.
overtime,
Yeah.
I mean, all that stuff.
That's
well,
what's
Gary
up.
Tonin's
It's
coming
the
back.
most
EBI 3,
fantastic.
March 22nd, Sunday.
March 22nd.
At the Orpheum Theater.
Hey, I
It's
wanna
going to
be
be on
home.
BudoVideos.com. It's going to be the first one that we do on
Orpheum's a
pay-per-view.
different one than.
There's a whole new bit. There's an Orpheum where they film American Idol. We got hooked up.
What time is it? What time does it go?
Doors open at 2, and we're going to start at 4. It's on a Sunday.
I got
March
the Comedy
22nd.
Magic Club at 7. Will I miss everything? Will I miss the main
It'll
shit?
go till 11 at night.
No, you'll catch a good. You could catch a. You might not get to the end. But
Where's it gonna be at?
A 16-man tournament can take an hour and a half, or it could take 2 hours and a half. It's like a badass documentary. Even if you don't know the first 8 matches, the preliminaries, by the time you get to the finals, you're going to know those finalists very, very well. So when you go see a 16-man tournament, each match one at a time, it really is like a documentary. It's like UFC 2. Remember that shit? You got to see it all unfold.
Well,
you
you
don't
got to
really
know
get
the
to see
guys,
that
you get
much.
to know the personalities
Where
of
do you
the
get to
guys.
see that? Where do you get to see a tournament unfold like that anymore?
Glory, that crazy fucking
Glory? Yes,
How
exactly.
good was that last Glory?
Insane. That's the only other place. I think they should stop that. I really do. I'm a big fan of Glory.
But
I want Glory to be successful.
You're saying
Jiu-jitsu is
fight more
different,
than
though.
once
You
in
can
a
do it in
night?
jiu-jitsu
yes,
matches. Yeah, jiu-jitsu for sure.
100%. That's very different.
You-
I mean for Glory. I just
Even
mean
in
for
MMA, it's
kickboxing.
more
Yeah,
kind.
yeah, the
But for a
impact that
straight
they take per
kickboxing
fight.
is oof.
Ben, what do you
Brutality.
think? What do you think about that, Ben? You're an active fighter. What do you think about like pull up that microphone, man? What do you think about the idea of fighting like that, like a Glory event? Like it's kind of dangerous, right? 3 times in a night.
I mean, it's definitely dangerous, but it's also, if you're doing it, you're doing it as like, that's the goal. Is it's so crazy how many people are really willing to participate in this and really go try to become the champion of that night.
Right.
You know? I mean, that's what got me into fighting when I saw the UFC back in the day. It was
Tournaments.
tournaments all in one night. It was nuts, and there's so much circumstance, and I guess there could be luck. You know, you could win with a head kick but break your foot.
Right.
Now you're going along, you know, either trying to fight through it or you have to bow out, and that's
Yeah.
it. You know,
Like Steve Jenham. Remember when Steve Jenham won because Hoist
yeah,
couldn't go on?
Yeah,
Steve
Think of
Jenham
how
won
much
up going
more
on.
exciting it
no
is,
one really
too.
remembers him.
Those
the
tournaments
champion.
versus like the Pride tournaments when it's like this month they're gonna fight, then we'll have the next thing. But to have it all in one night, that's the thing, man.
Yeah.
That if you're gonna
I just
do a
think-
I
tournament,
love the Pride style.
I think we know. Yeah, Pride
That
Style's a good
point's
way to do it.
success.
I think we know too much about like getting damage and then cooling off and then going back and getting more damage. We know that's like the ramifications are like multiplied. Like you're getting all these concussions and then you're gonna go and have
Yeah.
another
How,
fight.
how much are those
Yeah,
boys
yeah.
getting paid over in Glory?
That's a good question. That's
Does
a very
anyone
good
know?
question.
Well,
I
they
don't
just
know.
did
Can't
it,
be great.
I do
They
not
did,
know. I
Can't
have,
be great.
I have
Jucal
zero
won,
idea. I
how
wouldn't
can
want
it
to
be?
speculate,
How can it be?
but they're
No,
on
I'll
Viacom.
speculate. I'm telling you,
But,
can't be
but
good.
my take is this could work because they're on Viacom. They're on fucking Spike TV, and Spike TV's making Friday night just combat sports night. Bellator one time, kickboxing another time. They're doing Golden Glory boxing. It's going to be great. But if people just pay attention, Glory's going to be huge. It's just one of those, it can't miss. They just have to do, like what the UFC did is the UFC put the Ultimate Fighter together and they spent $44 million in losses before the Ultimate Fighter became a hit. So it was like they were real close to getting out. Glory's got to do the same thing. If Glory can figure out how to just hang in there, that fucking thing could take off. It's exciting as shit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody
Yeah.
wants to see stand-up fighting. People, if everybody fought the way Gary Tonin fights or the way Marcelo Garcia fights, people would love to see no-gi jiu-jitsu too. Just like people love to see boxing too. But you want to talk about like pure excitement. Like kickboxing is right up there with MMA. I mean, it's like high-level kickboxer where the best guys are going at it. It's some wild shit goes down. That fucking Raymond Daniels dude with those wild 360 in the air spin kicks like a fucking video game. He knocks dudes out with like video game shit. He threw a jumping sidekick, Eddie, touched the guy in the chest, and then spun with a spinning back kick to his face in
It was
the
out
air.
of control, man.
It was insane.
It was out of control.
It was some fucking, literally some
Tekken.
video
Like,
game
yeah,
shit.
It was like harangue.
Well, he was a badass point fighter. He was a badass point karate fighter.
Oh, karate.
I don't know if it was Taekwondo or karate.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
whatever it
definitely
is.
one of them with
the
the-
lines are getting blurry with
Yeah,
all those.
flashy,
They're getting real. The techniques are getting real close.
Is this going to be a tough fight?
Which Zingano?
It's gonna be Ronda's toughest challenge,
You
but
think
I
so?
think she'll pass the test.
What if she just rips right through her again? She's just like, everybody's a new challenge for Ronda, and then she just fucks them all up. Right?
I mean, it's probably
You know it's going to be a crazy fight.
well,
When-
that's the
when Ronda
case.
shows, I believe, I'm here to say that I believe Ronda gets hypnotized before she fights. I'm just saying that.
would you clarify though? Do
She
you
might.
think she gets
Look at the way she comes out.
hypnotized?
Look at the way
You
she comes
think?
out. And you know, what's his name?
Looks like Benson Henderson with no hair.
Her catch wrestling, Judo Gene LaBelle. He's old school. He
might
probably
hyp-
knew
he might
custom
hypnotize-
model.
he probably knows how to
probably
hypnotize
knew
her,
custom
yeah.
model. They probably took hypnotizing lessons together. They got their blue belts together.
In hypnotism?
Yes.
That's the new.
Explain it. Ronda
add
comes
that
out.
to your
She looks
resume.
like she is on
As a
fucking. She comes out like Mike
punch in the
Tyson.
road.
Look at Ronda.
She
comes
comes
out
out
like
like
Mike
Mike
Tyson.
Tyson. I also think Ronda's so much better than all these girls. She could go on a 3-week binge, no sleep, do all the coke she wants and walk in and just destroy these
How
girls.
much does she want to do?
Whatever the hell she wants to do. Name a drug.
Don't throw her under the bus.
Well, I'm not saying she is. I'm just saying she could.
He wasn't saying that in it.
All right, anyway.
We know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying, Doug.
You know what, man? It's really about Cyborg dropping down to 135. Unless, I mean, we don't know, man. Kat Zingano, you look at that combination
Kat's a beast,
she finished
man.
Misha Tate with. She's fucking ferocious.
This is
Legit
the problem, though.
ferocious.
Kat's a slow starter.
Ronda's got
Yeah.
more competition
Well-
than all those girls combined. So, like, when she walks out with that stare, like,
Yeah.
she's been down that she's been walking that aisle for fucking years.
And her striking's getting good now.
Dude,
now all of a sudden they got to worry
dangerous.
about that shit
Right.
now.
Dude,
right?
In Texas,
Yeah.
when she fought there, she knocked the girl. Everybody thought she ground and pounded her out. And then they go, oh, no, it was the knee. Oh, no, it was the throw. Bullshit. She hit her and knocked her out and then kneed her so quickly and then threw her before anybody knew she was out.
Yeah.
Before she landed
The
that
girl
knee
was
on that one
already out
chick,
cold.
before she
She was
knocked
already
out
out
that,
cold.
who was
Yeah.
it, Sarah McMahon that she fucked up with the knee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before
The
that
body
knee,
shot.
Jessamine Duke was telling me weeks before she's killing with the knee. She like dropped Jessamine Duke with the knee like in training. So Jessamine said she's got crazy knees. Ronda's got. I'm like, whoa.
Well, you think
Ronda
about
really
that
doesn't
judo.
train with, girls. The girls that her friends, her roommates that she used to have, she really wasn't training with them. She'd beat them up so bad. The coach was like, "Nah, we need dudes up in here. We need some fucking dudes."
Can you imagine, though? That's an uncommon woman. The pressure of that kind of training, she's 3.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah,
she's
she's
so
just an ultra winner, you know? And it's going to take another ultra winner
What
to
about
beat her.
Marina? Does she train with her still or no?
Shit, your guess is as good as mine.
You know, it'd be badass if Ronda said, you know what? I don't give a fuck about the steroids. Let that bitch do steroids. I'll still fight her. Steroids or not, I'm still going to
You
beat her
don't want to
ass.
say that, man. You don't want to say that.
That
You
would
need
be
to watch that
awesome.
Gina Carano fight.
Yeah.
How crazy
no,
would it be
no,
if she
no,
said
no,
that?
no,
Dude,
no.
if she came out and said that,
Then
that would
he
be the
would
most
come out.
gangster thing you
That
could say.
cyborg Gina
That's the
Carano was
most
like
gangster
Ray Rice
shit.
elevator shit. There was
Yeah.
just like, dear God, someone stop
Because
this
that's
shit.
basically what fighters in the UFC are doing. Like, you have an opponent, you know the guy is roided to the gills.
Yes,
you know
sir.
that. But you don't say, like, you know what? You don't bring that out and throw
can't.
You're just like, you accept it. You're like, of course he is. Look at the guy. We're going to fight. You don't even bring up the steroids. A couple
Well, you
people do.
can't.
Like Chad Mendez brought it up or someone brought it up. A couple guys do. But you generally... You know that there's a good chance that your opponent is probably on some shit, right?
Yeah, but there's
We
a
can't
difference
speculate.
between a guy
You
who
can't
becomes...
speculate.
You
Like,
can't and
publicly.
be like, if you're about to weigh in, I
gotta
grab the mic
assume it.
from Rogan.
Yeah. No,
like,
but-
yo, homeboy's on the sauce.
No, of course,
Everyone's
of
gonna
course,
act
right, though.
of course.
What if
But
you nail it?
in your mind, you're assuming that he probably is. Let me prepare for someone who's probably roided, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but
when-
there's a big difference between someone who's probably roided and someone like Cyborg who's a girl taking male hormones. That's a different argument.
Is that
Not
proven?
cool.
Is that
Yes.
proven?
She
She
tested
tests positive.
tested positive
If she
for
did steroids, she'd
steroids.
be huge.
She's fucking. You ever seen her?
Like,
She's
let-
bigger than
no,
me.
dude,
bro.
you
Let's
just
have a
got
debate
you.
right
You
now.
got
It's so
fucking
open to, like...
Damn it.
You gotta
First
understand that
things
Eddie
first.
Bravo
He does
says
do
she
that.
did.
Proven.
It's been a while. We haven't done one of these in a while.
She knows she looks a lot different now. You look at Cyborg now, she looks a lot leaner.
Well, that's the answer you give if someone asks
looks
if you
a
do
lot
roids. You
leaner.
go, dude, if I did roids, I'd be huge. That's what you say.
yeah.
Right? You're not denying it or anything. You're just,
You know, the real argument,
They're
though,
like,
is...
they're like, wait, you are huge, though.
yeah.
dude, come on, look at me. Look at me, dude. Look at me. You think I'm on roids? Think about that.
Thanks for the
the perfect
compliment.
The real argument with a chick like her, though, is that how long was she doing it for, and did she permanently alter her physique?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like when you're introducing, if you look at, like, you ever seen those
Bone
women?
Spencer and all that kind
Yeah,
of...
well, those women that used to be like Miss Olympias, I know one of those ladies, and she just looks different now. Like, she juiced up, guaranteed. And she just looks different now. She's in her 50s now, and it's like, man.
Thicker? Like, what do you mean?
She looks like
everything's thicker.
It's pretty obvious. She did some fucking male hormones.
What'd she do, wrestle? Judo?
She was Miss Olympia. She's bodybuilding.
Oh, bodybuilding.
Or one of those. Not
course.
Miss
Yeah,
Olympia or
of
Miss
course.
Universe or whatever. She was a giant
thought they
lady.
were all
Do you think those speed
Yeah,
skaters
bro.
those with the big thighs, you think they do roids? With the big...
I would think that a lot of professional athletes do steroids.
And do you
a lot
think-
of
game.
amateur
It's really
athletes
part
do
of
And,
the game.
steroids.
and do you think that since the Lance Armstrong situation happened, do you think cyclists are still doing all that shit?
Hell yeah.
There's nothing changed?
No, nothing.
He got busted, nothing changed.
Nothing
Did-
changed.
you-
Part of the
Did
game.
you see what happened with that? The next guy that didn't piss hot would have been like the 22nd
15.
finisher.
I think it was
15.
15th or
Crazy.
16th place.
What, say that again?
Can you
The guy-
imagine if you're
The
15?
next best guy that didn't piss dirty ever was the 15th guy in to
Yeah.
finish.
They all
So
piss
they,
hot.
yeah, they would have
So
been like,
1
okay,
through
you're
14,
first
everyone
place
piss
by
hot.
default.
But
Number
it's like a
82,
certain
he's
year or
number one
something? What are you
now.
guys saying? A certain year, 1 through 14 piss hot?
No,
What
no,
is
no,
that?
no, no. You're saying if there's 20 guys that raced, 15 of them pissed hot.
The top 15
The top
test
15.
positive.
In what year? I mean, what is
Like
that?
almost
Every year.
every year.
Oh, every time. They always piss hot.
Yeah.
They always get busted.
Yeah.
And they just keep going?
It's
Yeah.
essentially
So
a
no
dirty
one-
sport. It's
no
a dirty
one gets
sport.
busted?
No, they do. But see, for the longest time, people were lying. They didn't have a sophisticated methods of determining whether they were on certain things, and there was doctors that were involved. There's a lot of scandalous shit
That
that's
guy,
going
that
down.
guy that you had on the podcast.
Look at this, Kevin Lee with a guillotine, standing guillotine. The guy he's fighting is a beast, man. That fucking Pizarras, he's very fucking strong. Yeah, but this guy is a jiu-jitsu guy on top.
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
telling
You
you.
still get guillotine.
He can.
That's a deep guillotine.
I bet he's gonna
Yeah, I'm
pass.
telling you,
his
this
head
dude is
was
gonna.
almost
I'm
out.
telling you, this dude's getting through that. It's a different animal. Michel Perez, I think.
That-
how do you
that-
say
that-
it? Pizarras, rather.
That
Oh,
belt-
look
He's a
at that.
beast, dude. I'm
Look at
telling
that
you.
There's some
transition.
gnarly grappling going on.
Oh, dude, he's a beast. This guy's physically strong. He doesn't finish often in the octagon. He's having a hard time like catching guys and stuff. But his positioning is ridiculous.
This is where you use the
Almost
grease
every
right here.
round.
Someone's got your
Yeah.
back. You get in that tripod.
His physical
let him
strength
slip
and
off.
control is ridiculous. But you know what? Sometimes it
Body
takes guys
triangle.
like Damian Maia. You know, sometimes it takes guys a few fights to get settled in.
It looked like he just kissed him in the cheek.
Damian Maia is going to fight Ryan LaFleur.
Yeah.
It's the main event out there,
Yeah,
right?
that's an interesting fight, man. People don't know how good LaFleur is.
Is that
LaFleur's
your
fucking
card,
good.
Killer B?
Yeah. Same card, man.
Who was supposed to be on the main event?
Uriah Faber and...
Oh, that's right. A Sun Sao.
yes.
A Sun Sao fucked his foot up. He broke his ankle.
So now it's Uriah Faber and...
Uriah Faber versus fucking Frankie Edgar, dude.
That's
Oh,
even
right.
crazy.
Where's it at?
That's
The
crazy.
The
Philippines?
Philippines. Main event for the Philippines.
Is that at 45?
Yep.
It's a gnarly ass fight.
It's a gnarly fight. I like Uriah Faber at 45 because he could have all that energy.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I mean,
That's a tough one.
he cuts to get to 135. I think it's really rough on him. And I think even especially as you get older, it might benefit him to fight 145 because he's still going to cut a little.
Yeah.
You know? Like, they're very similar in size. But it might be the first fight ever where Frankie Edgar's the bigger guy.
I think every UFC fighter could learn something from Uriah Faber. No one's capitalized as far as business-wise opportunity than Uriah Faber.
Well,
he's a beast.
Yeah,
when it
he's-
comes
He
to
shakes
people-
the
business.
tree, though. He makes
When
it
it comes to
happen.
business,
Yeah.
how?
It's not like it comes up
Just
and he says
the
yes.
real
he makes
estate
it
that he
work.
owns, the companies that he starts, Torque he sold to K Swiss. He's just always he always has his hand in the pot as far as just making
Dude,
stuff
Torque
happen.
makes good shit. They're the best gloves I've ever used, man. They
Yeah.
have 2 Velcros inside of them. It zips up really tight. It's a super comfortable glove. Like, I have a pair of twins that I was using, and they feel like shit now
I don't
compared
like
to the
twins.
Torque.
Yeah.
Torque's sweet, man. But I love the twins. Twins are nice. They're good. I mean, I use them constantly. I like them. But these Torques are so good. Everything they make is good. Their shin and insteps are great. Their gloves are they're like the most comfortable gloves I've ever put on. You know what makes really good gloves too? Hayabusa.
Hayabusa
They
makes
make
good
some
shit.
great. Yeah, that's those tie pads that we have.
Yeah.
Justin holds the tie pads for me, and I had these older ones, and they'd fuck his arms up. But the Hayabusas, man, it absorbs
Do
everything.
you only wear those tie gloves when you hit mitts?
What do you
Or
mean?
do you wear like winning or any of the?
I wear these for punching. I wear the fucking Torques, man. I don't wear anything with. I have like 80 different gloves. I always pick those Torques up.
Have you tried those winning gloves?
Yeah, I've tried those. Those are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff. You know, a lot of people, Title makes good gloves. A lot of people make good gloves. But the Torque is like, it's very pliable, too. Like, it moves good in your hand. You feel like you get a good grip.
For me, it's all about wrist support, man. My wrists are jacked. So
You
those
gotta tape the
Everlast,
shit out of
those
them, man.
Everlast.
Do you tape the shit out of them when you
I
work
tape 'em
out?
like a motherfucker.
Do you do
I
wrist
look like Hulk Hogan.
exercises?
What's
Do you do
up?
wrist exercises to strengthen it?
Nah.
What? How dare you?
I probably should.
Why wouldn't you
I
do
probably
that?
should. I don't know.
Fuck yeah,
Why
you
would
should
I
be
make
doing
that?
wrist
I know.
curls. Wrist curls are big, man.
Don't do anything with a weak link. Don't address that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Dude, I had a bad
They'll-
wrist
they'll
for
come
like
around.
Yeah.
I had a bad wrist for like 10 years. I fucked up my wrist once, and it literally never got better. I never got an MRI. I never found out what was wrong with it. It would click. Like, no matter what I did, it would click, and it would be in pain every time I worked out for like 10 years.
That's me.
But you know what? I got prolotherapy.
my life.
I got that prolotherapy shit where they inject, like they stick glucose into your
Did you like
your
that better than
tendons.
the PRP?
No, it's a different thing. Like one of them you do for joints, like where the tendons are loose and you have Dude, it fixed it. Like, you never hear about something getting fixed. Like, when someone has a chronic something for 10 years, it's always like, well, dude, that's some shit you got to deal with. But no, my wrist got fixed. They injected all these fucking needles into it. Hurt like a fuck.
Especially the wrist.
It feels like fire.
I had that in my
Oh,
shoulder,
it's fire.
in my back. And
It's amazing.
It's sore too, and then it's sore as fuck. And they're like, "Yeah, no ibuprofen, don't ice it. We want the swelling, so
Yeah.
it's good. Just sit with that hurt for a long time."
Prolotherapy?
Yeah, what it does is
Prolo?
it makes your tendons physically thicker. Like, it can make it as much as 40% thicker.
Is that the
Someone
proven
knew
results?
someone. I want to say it's Scotty from On the Mat. One of his buddies was getting Prolo on his elbows and his knees just to strengthen them from jiu-jitsu. Didn't even have issues. Was getting it, just
really good
injected
idea.
in. It's a great idea. It literally strengthens your tendons.
Yeah, it hurts so bad.
It hurts so bad, but allegedly, I mean, I want to make sure that this is. You should Google it before you go out and do it.
Everybody go
Years
get that shit
ago, when he
done.
was like a purple belt at John Jocks, he tweaked his knee in jiu-jitsu really, really bad. And you immediately called the people from Prolo, from John Jocks, and they said, come on over now. And you had your NSX.
Yeah.
And I remember he couldn't drive, so I had to drive his NSX. And I've never driven a high-powered sports car before, so I was kind of like grinding the gears here and there.
And he's
Joe,
dying as you're
he's
going.
so mad. He was so mad. His knee was fucked up, and he was
He's
like,
"This is the
"Fuck."
first car I got when I got
wound
rich,
up-
and you're killing it."
He was,
I wound up
he was in
driving
the
it back.
worst. He was already. Can you imagine? He's in the worst mood he could be, and his knee just popped.
That's fucking awesome.
I'm rushing him to prolotherapy to so that we can avoid surgery, perhaps, right? And he's so mad at me. I'll never forget it. You can't fucking drive with shit, dude. You're fucking killing my gears. What the fuck are you doing?
And he was panicking.
I'm like,
Yeah, you put the pressure on, so he's
clutch.
nervous, probably even more, making
dude,
it worse.
it's a hard car to drive, dude. You have to practice. It's
That's
not
one,
like
one
driving
of
a
the
Sentra
easiest
stick shift.
cars to
It's
drive
not. It's different.
a man could ever drive. It's one of the smoothest, easiest cars a man
Come
could ever
on,
drive in
man.
his life.
Come on.
The
I drove
NSX is
stick my whole
known
life.
for
I
being a
drove stick
smooth,
my whole
easy
life.
car to drive.
It was very powerful, man. I was.
Acura?
I had a
NSX?
stick
Yeah.
shift Pinto station wagon. I was used to that shit.
Well, the one
That's
that
the
you
opener.
drove was the best one I ever owned, too, because it was supercharged. I put a supercharger on that one.
And the prolotherapy. This was like 15 years ago, man. Back then, they didn't have the results they have now, right? The scientific data.
Well, what happened to my knee was I had a bucket handle tear the meniscus, so prolotherapy wouldn't have fixed that. I had to get some surgery done. There was a opening in the meniscus where it would flip over and lock. It would like the meniscus was torn, and like if my knee got tweaked sideways, it would the torn part would tuck under, and it would literally lock my leg out. It was rough. So they had to go in there and scoop that shit out and fix it. But the prolotherapy is really good for if you have
they
any
fix
like
it, or did
tendon
they just
issue.
take
They just
it
had to
out?
take some of it out.
Yeah.
They'd take some of it out. But they fixed it. I mean, it gets sore occasionally now, but I could do everything with it.
Ben has never needed any surgery. He's never been hurt, right? You've never needed any kind of surgery, right? No blown out knees, no nothing.
That's amazing.
So, and how old are you
Very
now?
lucky.
You're 31, right?
No injuries.
So
Randy
lucky.
Couture went his whole career with no surgery. That's amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So this fucking dude, Michel Pizarris, he's a beast, man. This is a good scrap. And this Kevin Lee kid, he's fucking good, man. I've seen him. I've commented on several of his fights. He's a really young
He's
kid.
about to switch on him right here. Look at this.
Yeah.
So close.
Damn, next Sunday's Bigfoot and Frank Mir.
Yeah. Yeah, next Sunday.
Where's that at?
It's in Brazil. It's one of the first main events ever where one guy's 0-4 and the other's 0-3 in his last three.
Yeah.
It's a big, crucial fight for both of them.
Well, it's a weird fight, you know.
It's a good fight, really. I'm
Yeah.
a Frank Mir fan.
Well, I've always been a Frank Mir fan.
Love that guy.
Frank Mir, he can't do TRT anymore, though. That's one thing. I mean, he's doing
ridiculous.
Why not?
They won't let him. Nobody does TRT anymore. Bigfoot can't do TRT anymore either.
So are people, are fighters now, are they stopping with the PEDs now?
have
I mean, are they stopping? Are they really stopping? Or are they trying to be
fight
more
Brazil.
careful?
Come on.
What do you think?
don't know.
Can they really stop? Can you really train that hard?
Right? It's been consistent with the popping.
They'll
so-
the guys will just figure ways around it.
You got to wonder.
It's part of professional sports. It's not a UFC problem. It's a professional sports problem.
That's all.
Just UFC guys get caught, and
What do you think
it's
about
bigger.
Dustin?
It makes a bigger scene. NFL guys get caught all the time.
What do you think about it?
We can't talk over each
Every
other.
year?
Sorry.
Every
right.
year every year there's
Every year.
NFL.
Every
year
single year.
there's NFL players that get popped.
Nonstop.
Every year.
The number
about how many a year on average?
way more than the UFC, not even close.
10?
Granted, there's more players.
Yeah, 10, 15 a year or way more?
Probably more.
More.
Okay, let me-
Are you sure? But they don't even announce it
They
anymore.
don't because
They
it's just whatever.
They just let it go.
How
Because
about
they
this,
don't
though?
have to.
Like-
Because the commission's announcing it. The number one team that got banned the most had the most players test positive, and we don't know whether it could be for Adderall, it could be for steroids. We don't know. They don't tell you that. But the number one team who had the most players test positive was the Seattle Seahawks, who won the Super Bowl.
Makes sense.
So what? Why is it that,
Whoa.
that baseball goes in front of Congress and football, basketball, all these other sports, it's just a fine or it's an internal problem? Why is it?
Wait a minute. Didn't the Patriots win the Super Bowl?
My bad, yeah.
Last year.
Good
though.
call.
I don't even know
Yeah,
football.
last year. My bad,
Yeah,
last year.
I would. You,
Yeah, great
I thought
call.
you could have told me that
My
the
bad.
Bulls won
My
the Super
bad.
Bowl.
My
and
bad.
I'd have been like, yeah, okay.
And I love football. I
Hey,
didn't
you know
watch
what?
that game.
I grew,
You know what
up,
I'm saying,
I grew up
though.
a football
Make the
fanatic,
Super Bowl.
but the more I got into the UFC, the more I stopped watching football. I barely watch football. Every now and then I keep track of it. I don't
Damn,
give a
Kevin
fuck
Lee
about the
on top.
Patriots or the Seahawks, but I watched the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
and holy shit,
It was a good
that was
game.
the craziest game of
Great
all
game.
time.
Yeah.
The end,
So good.
that catch, the craziest catch in football history, right there at the very end. It just like bounces off the dude's body. And he
I
still
can't believe you
catches
watch
it.
football, man. I wouldn't think that.
No, the Super
Most
Bowl
guys
was
don't.
crazy, and then
Jiu-jitsu guys don't.
they threw an interception right after that, and then the game's over.
Over.
How about the Katy Perry riding the lion part?
I'm not mad at that either.
I didn't get to see that.
No?
She's a talented chick, man. I don't care. Anybody can say that she's
actually wrote
pretty
a line?
That.
and she's very
Big-ass
talented.
line.
I'm not trying to buy her music or
okay.
anything, but I see the hook and I
Oh,
hear
I'm
the
not
hook
mad
in
at
there.
her music
I'm like,
either.
okay, that music's pretty good.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna try to buy it, but hey, it's better than fucking
You know,
Britney
according
Spears.
to Twitter, she's the most famous person on Earth. Yeah. She has the most followers out of anyone.
Wow.
I can't even tell you.
No way.
More than like a Kim
Well,
Kardashian.
let's
Yeah.
take a guess.
Oh, come on. I don't know
That
about
doesn't seem possible.
more than Obama.
What do you think she has?
Twitter.
What do you say?
I
gonna say
he went 39. This is like
73
this is like
million.
Price is Right.
I'm gonna say
What do you say?
73
42.
What do you say?
42.
42? What do you say?
56.
Well,
65.
woo!
This bitch has 65
What's Kim
million.
Kardashian?
What is her tweet?
I'm not even going to look. How
What
about
did
that?
she tweet?
God
I don't
damn
know
it.
what the hell she's tweeting.
Fuck her.
So beautiful.
Bullshit.
To see artists grow beyond it all.
28. Kim K's at 28. Step your game up, Kim K. Come on.
Well, one of them has talent.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you can't be mad at Kim K though. Zero talent, just killing the game.
Yep.
I mean, I don't. If I had kids, I don't
Killing
want
the
to fucking-
game. What game is that?
The game of
The game of
reality
retards?
TV and having
Who's
a
this?
blowout ass, son.
Who's
that,
this?
That ass looks
Kim
like she's
K.
wearing a diaper.
Oh, you have respect for her?
She's got a diaper on, dude.
Respect. I respect for her mom and the family. For
Oh,
sure.
nice left hook.
What
there,
about the
man.
step-
Take some
Stepdad.
heat for this.
Is that is Bruce Jenner really turning into a
Yep,
chick?
100%.
That's 100%.
Hey,
So
and
good.
Joe,
100%. How is
called it on the
Hey, I
show,
keep
and you
thinking
and
it's
me
fake,
roasted
right?
him.
When you look at that, right?
It looks like
It's like,
what do you mean?
like this is tabloid shit. This
He
can't
goes,
be
I
real.
think he's becoming a
So
woman.
good.
You and I were
Because, I
like,
mean,
do
how
you
many
know
times-
that for a
You know
fact?
what though?
He's like,
I saw
well,
on
and
one
you
of
and I
the,
just
one of those
roasted him.
daughters.
This was
Well,
like
that's
a year
because we
ago.
always do that
one
to
of
him.
those daughters' Instagrams.
Hey, we're talking over each other again. I
Sorry.
know we're not listening to the headsets, but
One of those daughters' Instagrams. They have a picture. I love my dad so much, and he looks like her mom. It is real. It's totally
So
real.
Bruce Jenner got in a car wreck, and he had to notify the police that he's taking hormones to become a female, and he's doing a thing on him, follow him around his transition from male to female.
wow, he had to tell the police
He
that
had to
he's
tell the
taking
police
hormones.
because they were like, "What's in your system?"
Oh, my
He's like,
God.
"Oh, well, I'm trying to get a set of tits." Blah blah.
Oh
blah.
my god! I wonder if he said it that way. Yo, I'm trying to
I
get a
might
set
have
of
made
tits.
that up. My bad. Trying to get a set of tits.
Yeah,
Trying to get some store bots over here.
So what's
you know
going
what I
on?
mean?
I'm feeling a little emotional. You know how it is, trying to get a set of tits over
He
this
probably was
bitch.
going fucking
But
crazy.
he claims he's not gay. How crazy is that?
No, he likes women. He's a lesbian.
Oh.
I have a whole bit about it in my act. I can't do it right here, though. Oh, shit. Look, they're standing in front of each other. Kevin Lee's talking shit. Pizarro's getting tired. Oh, he's
These
tired of
boys are
shit.
swinging.
Well, Pizarris he uses so much physical energy.
You got to remember it's in Denver, too.
style.
The
I think-
altitude.
I think-
It's a beast.
Remember when Elton John? Remember Elton John didn't fully come out. He came out halfway. First he said he was bi.
Yeah.
Oh
And then
shit!
10 years
Hard
later he's
Elbows
gay.
by Kevin
Yeah.
Lee.
I think
Kevin
Bruce
Lee's
Jenner
a-
was like too much at once. It's like, I want to be a woman and I'm gay. I think he's gonna tell people he's gay in 10 years.
I think Bruce Jenner just
wants to
Kim
be a
K,
woman.
Kim K and the rest of the family is like, dude, this is ridiculous.
But I bet he starts dating guys. You're gonna start see him after a while. He's gonna get busted with a guy, and then it's gonna.
Busted with a guy.
I defended that dude too, man. Boy, was I off.
I bet it was a conspiracy theory at
Well,
first, right?
it's
Where it's
only
like, no
because-
way. He goes, yes, he's gonna.
I thought
turn into-
Callen came up
Callen
with
broke
it.
the news.
Yeah.
Brian Callen broke the
No
news.
way.
A year and a
How long
half
How did he
ago.
know?
He had a friend who was painting the house. Callen's gonna kill me for telling the story. He had a friend for painting
Don't
the house.
tell the story then.
Nah, that's how we work. We'll get over it. Nah. He had a friend who was painting their house.
Don't say what he did. Just say working there.
Working there.
That guy's never painted another house.
Yeah, man.
He used to have a good account.
Fuck,
he
dude.
could go up to the Kardashians.
Just think about what you're doing
He
right
could go
now.
to-
Don't do it.
The dude's gonna
You
be
fucking
fine.
threw the painter under the bus. Painters sign like non-disclosure
That dude is
agreements
not working
to
again.
paint those kind of houses.
Well, my
like
bad-
for real.
my
That guy
bad,
could
painter.
really get sued right now.
That's
you
true.
Just stop right
Well,
now.
but Callen might
Don't
be
say what he
lying.
knows.
Either way, Callen had an inside source, also known as a
Don't.
snitch.
It's too late.
It's
Don't
too
do
late.
it. Go ahead.
It's too late.
It's too late. It's too late.
It's too late.
It's too late. It's
You
over.
already said a
The
lot.
painter is freaking. He left town.
Yes,
It's gone.
He's gone.
He doesn't have that gig anymore.
And then what happened? So Brian Callen, how did he know? He saw a wig.
I saw a wig, saw like full man-sized dresses, all sorts of stuff with his name on it.
Man-sized
With his
dresses.
dress on it. That sounds like the most unlikely story ever.
Callen
Bruce
went out
Jenner
for
on his
cocktails
dress.
with him.
No,
On his
bro.
dress.
No, they
Bruce
were.
Cena.
Callen went out for a drink with him is what happened.
He might.
What's his
Callen
female
might
name?
have fucked him. Callen might have fucked
Kevin
Bruce
Lee.
Jenner.
Look at this. Kevin Lee, man. This Pizarris dude's getting tired, and Kevin Lee's not. Kevin Lee's all over him, man. He hit him with some fucking sick elbows to the head of the clinch, too.
He's all right. Look at him.
He's just.
Do you think that he'll take on a new name?
That altitude's
He's not
a
hurt, but
beast,
he's
man.
done. That his lungs are dying.
He's just giving up right there.
Do you think that Bruce Jenner will take on a new name?
Hell no. Hey, could there be a more manly name than Bruce?
Oh, no kidding.
That's
Then
so funny.
Bruce?
It's like the gay name. It's like the gay
Hey,
name.
Dude,
Bruce.
it is just gangster. Bruce?
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee is not gay.
Bruce Lee's not gay.
No, he's definitely
He's
not.
certainly not.
Certainly everyone got all serious. Hell no.
Yeah, everybody's
Hell
like,
no,
what?
man.
Don't you
Bruce
dare.
Lee?
Look at this. He's going for that
Hell
leg
no.
lock.
Shit no.
He's going for that leg lock with the legs crossed. Oh shit! Kevin Lee's trying for a real naked choke. Look at this. This is crazy.
Crushing that jaw right now.
He's got this dude's back because Pizarris got tired.
He's gonna do it.
It's over. Round's over.
Oh,
Damn, man.
no way the Brazilian won, right? Oh, is that guy Brazilian?
Yeah,
He just ended the fight on that note, man.
dude, that guy is tired
He
as
looks
fuck.
like Victor.
Guy's
Valdez.
muscular.
Yeah, he's tired as fuck.
It's
Yeah, you would think that like if he does transition to being a woman, he's gonna want to change his name. He's not gonna stick with Bruce.
I mean, what do you do, man? Everyone knows you're fucking Bruce.
Change your name.
Nah.
Yeah, man. Girls do that all the time when they become a woman. When they used to be a man and they get a sex change.
That must, I mean, I have no idea. It must be kind of fun picking a whole new name.
You know what's hilarious? Once someone has transitioned, you're not even supposed to say they used to be a man. You're supposed to say they were always a woman, like because they were a woman in their mind, and it's cruel to say that they were one time a man. Like even if they're a man, like it's wrong to state reality that they had a penis, they functioned as a man, even had sex with women and had babies.
So you just have to pretend that never happened.
Dude, I had a conversation with this woman, and she on Twitter, and she actually said that. And I go, so he wasn't a man when he had sex with a woman and got her pregnant. He wasn't a man. She goes, no, not even then. And I'm like, okay, I think we're done.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, this conversation's
This
over.
conversation just took a left turn down La La Land.
Wow.
Like, what does that mean? A woman fucked a woman and got her pregnant? Is that what you're saying? Well, it's just
She's
a
saying-
woman physically.
But in reality, he was a dude that fucked a woman. She's just saying he felt like a woman, even though he's fucking a woman as a man.
You know what the problem with that kind of logic is? If that's the case, if you're already a woman and you have a penis, keep your goddamn penis, okay? Keep your balls.
Yeah.
Your body will work better. You know, like this idea that you're already a woman. If you are already a woman, why are you getting the sex change then? You're not already a woman. Okay, you were a man at one point in time. That you're not helping anybody by twisting the reality of the situation. You're just making it more confusing and harder for people to accept.
I wonder what's tougher, to go from being a man to a woman or woman to man.
I would
Probably
say
adding
that
the dick's gonna be challenging.
I want to see
yeah,
what fake
woman to
dicks
man
look
is like impossible.
because they build dicks out of the inside of pussies. What does that look like? Can you pull that up, Jamie?
Can you pull that up, Jamie? Can we get some? Yeah.
They make dicks out of the inside of pussy.
trying
Yeah,
to get a
they pull
virus
it
on
out,
the fucking
and they
podcast?
put something
Christ.
in there.
I don't want to
I
see
thought
it.
they
They
used
make
like.
fake dicks.
I think out of
pull it up?
thumbs.
Jamie.
I think they used fake thumbs. All right, my man.
Well, I know one of them. Yeah, where's that opener?
Oh, thank you.
I know one of them. I saw this lady grew a dick on her arm.
I'm not mad at that at all.
Like those rabbits with
they,
the ears?
Like grew
Or
it.
those,
They stretched the skin
mice
out
with the
on her
ears?
arm and created a fake penis. When she was transitioning, becoming a man.
I take a drink of his beer, right? And he's looking at you talking, but I was like waiting for him to look at me at my reaction after I took, because I know in his peripheral, he saw it, and he looked over and he went,
Well, what the fuck?
it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Eddie's not a beer guy though.
It all tastes the same to me.
Yeah, I'm more of a beer
that right?
guy. I
It all
like
tastes. I
beers.
couldn't tell the difference between Miller Lite and Coors
This is a
Light
great
or
fight.
anything like that.
Does Kevin Lee get it?
That skin
In our-
grafting
Damn,
shit
his
is
corner man had some
crazy.
locks and a pierced lip.
Whoa.
Look at Rick James.
He's in a lot better shape than last time I saw him.
Kevin Lee up in this bitch.
He got leather pants on, Rick James does.
They might be leather. They might
Holy
be,
mother...
Dude, look at his belt buckle.
They might be
God
plastic.
bless him.
Damn, he's stealing
That's
the
Milli
show.
Vanilli.
He's stealing the show.
I don't know which one it is, Millie or Vanilli.
Oh, he's a Denver boy. That's why he's got such wicked cardio, man. He's used to that altitude up there.
Yeah.
If you're not used to altitude, that shit tortures you.
You ever seen Mark Hunt versus Ben Rothwell at altitude?
Yeah, ridiculous.
I asked Joe Silva to fight in Denver. He's like, we're never having another heavyweight fight in Denver.
But they did, though. They had even crazier. They had a heavyweight fight in Mexico City.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which
but
is
never in
pollution
Denver. Yeah,
and
Mexico
higher
City's a beast.
altitude.
And Mark Hunt again.
And,
Yeah.
Mark Hunt came in like the day before.
Yeah.
He didn't even have
He
any
took-
altitude training.
And
He
a
came
fresh
in with his
300
sandals.
pounds.
Yep.
And nobody in his court. Like, he just walked. He's like, I'm here.
Yeah, people were worried that he wasn't going to be able to make the 265.
Said he was like 310 when he got the call or some shit.
310, 5'10".
Guy's a beast.
Is he even 5'10"? He's probably 5'9".
Yeah.
Cutting
monster.
weight to make 265.
Kevin Lee's good, man.
You put that dude's voice with his body, and they just don't. There's no collusion there at all. You're like, how does Mark Hunt sound like an English gentleman?
Yeah, right?
God damn.
the dick on his forearm. Hey, there's that dick shot that you
Yeah.
wanted, Eddie. You want those dick pics?
Can you put it up on the screen?
What was that
That's-
from? No, don't
they
put
grew
it.
it-
That's
showed a picture
an artificial dick? Like a transgender dick?
But they grew it on his forearm,
Oh.
right?
That dick you put on.
Why do they put it on the arm?
They put it back on his arm, too, to get the blood supply,
Keep that shit
to
fresh.
keep it healthy.
Why don't they just put it back where the dick is?
Can't
Yeah,
do it
it's
for a
I
while.
got a lot
Gotta
of
wait.
blood flow down there.
Gotta wait. Gotta wait.
Can you find a transgender dick? It's like a
that's-
girl.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
blocking
Don't
shit.
do
You
it.
get into a weird.
We're gonna go eat-
There's
It's
probably
all
guys
my
out there that like that's how they get off is by
We're gonna
pulling
eat
that shit
steak
up.
after this, man. We can't do this.
There's only
Daniel
so much
Kelly
meat
versus
tonight.
Patrick Walsh. Middleweights next. There's so many fighters in the UFC that I've never seen fight now.
Did
It's
Jeffrey
insane,
Dahmer
right?
eat his victims' cocks?
Lots
That's a
of
good
parts of
question.
them.
I think he ate one. I think he ate one dick.
He had to eat a lot. That must have been the main course. Their dick. He's
Right.
gonna bone them. He's gonna chop them up and eat them. Why ignore the dick now?
It's too fatty.
That must be the main course.
Hey, look at this.
Fatty. For health reasons.
Turn this up, Jamie. I want to hear what he's saying. What's he doing with fire?
He does these like
much
nunchuck fire
gluten.
thing.
What do you mean? He does a
He
nunchucks fire
puts
thing?
it on fire and does a whole show with it.
When?
Just on his own, whenever the fuck he wants.
No, not
When
like
is
when he
that a
goes into
rave?
the octagon.
No,
They don't let him-
no, he used to though. He used to be a huge raver, and so he's
on
fought in this
Venice?
arena probably 10 times. This is where all our fights were in Denver before we were in the UFC, and he would come out with those flame things, walking out to the cage.
No
and
way.
then just destroy some poor kid. Yeah,
They let him come out like that?
yeah, Doug.
Wow.
The
That
commission
seems
would let
like
him come out.
You could
Dangerous, right?
slip and light people on fire.
Nah,
just hit yourself
dope.
accidentally in
It was
the
like a
head and knock
Vegas
yourself
show.
out.
It was like a Vegas show. They'd walk to the octagon, beat the shit out of someone.
Was he's really that good at it?
Yeah, he's dope at it.
Whoa.
Like circus performer type.
Yeah, he's really good at it. So Thatch was always the kid in the gym where we were like, damn, if this kid ever got his shit together, he's gonna be a monster. But he was always at raves, and he didn't believe in jiu-jitsu and wrestling, and he just kept knocking dudes out. And then finally he got with Leister Bowling, the head wrestling coach there, and all he's been doing is wrestling, and he's a fucking nightmare now. Nightmare, man.
Wow.
Here's a funny story about Thatch. I got Brandon Thatch, Cody Donovan, who fought in the UFC, and myself. We all worked night security at a after hours nightclub. So it was the three of us were security guards, and we used to dress up like assholes. We had it was basically like shitty tuxedos. It was the three of us. Nothing ever happened. Then the one time something happened, the boss came up to us and was like, yo, man, there's this Russian dude on the dance floor. He has a gun, big-ass gun. He's dancing with these chicks, man. You guys got to go handle this. So I was like the head guy. I would have had like an earpiece in like an asshole. So I got Brandon Thatch and Cody Donovan. I'm like, yo, man, listen, here's the deal. Finally, we got some action. I was like, there's this Russian dude. You see that big-ass Russian dude down there? I'm like, they want us to kick this dude out, and he has a gun. And Thatch is like, what the fuck? He's like, bro, we don't get paid shit. I'm like, I know, I realize that. So listen, here's the plan. I said, here's the plan. I said, I'm going to walk up to this dude. I'm going to be like, yo, man, you got to get out of here. I was like, Cody. Cody at the time was big as fuck, and he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I'm like, you're going to grab him. This is if he puts up any fucking kind of fight. I'm like, Cody, you're going to grab him. Thatch, who's just a nasty-ass kickboxer. Like, you're going to kick him in the head, and we're going to take him out, man. You know, we didn't know the rules. We didn't know nothing.
Right.
We're nervous as fuck. Everyone's so nervous. I'm sweating. I'm like, fuck this job. This is my last day, man. So I'm like, all right, we even like said a prayer. No one's really religious, but we all did kind of said a prayer.
Oh my God.
I go up to the dude. Yeah, right?
You should have left that part out.
I know, right?
No,
man.
leave it in.
No, everyone's scared
That
as
makes it
fuck,
way better.
Sweating. I go up to the dude so nervous. I'm all, hey, my man. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. We see the gun on you, and Cody's behind, like, knuckle, like, grip. And the guy goes, what? I go, bro, you're going to have to leave, man. We saw the gun, and, you know, we don't want any issues. He goes, no problem. Yeah, okay, cool, man. Like, everyone's, like, ready to go. He's like, no problem, and just walks out. That's it. I wish I had a cooler story for you. But he was like, cool, and just bounced. We probably worked another week there.
That would have been even more terrifying because that sounds like a real goddamn professional.
He did not give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably a dude who's been shooting people since the 8th grade. And he's like, oh, yeah, I know I got to leave now. I don't want to go to jail again.
Big
so
dude.
I'll see ya.
I got a job later tonight,
Yeah.
actually. I'm going to need this gun, so I'm just going to go.
Fuck, man. That's
We actually
crazy.
quit because I talked all the guys into working there, but we would get out at like 4 or 5 in the morning. So we thought we could work at night, train during the day, but we'd be up. We wouldn't get home like 5 a.m. We'd practice to be at like 10 a.m.
Oh, my God.
We'd go there and just get dismantled.
Yeah, you're exhausted.
Yeah. And that was
Especially-
the glory days when we had Rashad Evans, Nate Marquardt, Shane Carwin, Keith Jardine, all those monsters. All of them. George St. Pierre, everyone was at our camp.
You can't have 5 hours sleep and show up for that
Now,
shit.
what? 5
Yeah.
hours doing some shady drugs and shit? Not good, man.
Fighting Russians,
Making $4 an hour.
Russian dudes with guns. Daniel Kelly looks Irish to me. Where's he from? Texas.
Can you do the Joey voice with an Irish accent? Is that possible?
I'd have to work on that. I wouldn't want to disrespect the art.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I didn't realize how funny Joey Diaz is, man. You've always told me. We had him on our show.
Oh, dude.
Fucking beast.
There's nobody like him.
No one, right?
How old is this dude?
Joey? What are you talking about? The fights?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
4-time Olympian.
And what, wrestling?
No, judo.
This guy? Or the other guy?
This
That
guy.
Kelly.
Daniel
The
Kelly.
judo Olympian?
4-time judo Olympian.
4-time judo Olympian.
Means you gotta be around a long time.
Nobody can hear you. You're not. There's not a microphone on you, so when you're talking, it becomes an issue.
Sorry.
It's all right. I mean, you gotta step up to it.
You gotta be able to do this.
4-time Olympian. Damn, that girl's hot.
Super
Who is
hot.
she?
She's Australian, too.
She's that chick that was in The Wolf of Wall Street.
She's so bad.
Stupid hot.
Stupid. It's
Ooh,
frustrating.
interracial
hot.
shit's going down. Her and Will Smith. Kapow, America. The blackening has begun. This is a Catwoman? Yeah.
You got the Joker in this. I might watch it.
Is this a TV show? What is this?
Gotham,
Yeah,
son.
Gotham's Most Sinister.
I don't know. I don't know about it.
Well, as long as you don't know about it.
That's the-
No, I've been seeing commercials for it.
Gotham, followed
Is this
by
like a
Sleepy Hollow.
prequel or a prequel?
I don't know.
Prequel.
I'll give any Batman thing a shit.
Bigfoot versus Mirror. Barboza versus Johnson is the fight on that fucking card. That's a wicked fight,
that's a
man.
great fight.
Well, Michael Johnson's been out for a bit, right? Did he get
Yeah.
injured?
I think, yeah, he got injured, right? He got injured and he lost his last one, correct?
I don't know.
Pretty
I don't
sure, and he
remember.
got injured.
Yeah, I know he was on a roll. But
Yeah, and then he
might,
lost one.
Yeah, I think he might have lost.
And Rashad got hurt again. You see that?
Yeah.
His knee didn't take to
ACL.
the...
They said
Yeah,
it didn't
that's
accept the ACL or something like that. I don't know why that happens. I would like to talk to a surgeon about what is the issue with ACLs with a lot of UFC fighters in particular. The grafts blow or they don't work.
Well, a lot of times they use some parts from a cadaver, right?
Yeah, well, that's the ones that don't accept
Yeah,
sometimes.
the body rejects it. I don't think they know. I think it depends on the body, correct?
So just like some people it
some
works
people
on,
it
some
takes,
people
some
it
it doesn't. Just like
Man.
Dominic Cruz.
Yeah.
Right?
But there's also people that like they don't give it enough time and they're already training and they blow it out again. That does happen.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah.
I think Ed Herman did that. I think other guys have done that too. You don't know. Like when they say your body rejected it, are you sure? I mean, I don't know exactly what's going on. Because what happens when you do a cadaver, apparently, is that it's like a scaffolding. And so it's not that cadaver graft that actually becomes your ACL. It's like that ACL allows your body to proliferate new tissue into it until it becomes solid again. But you don't really take the tissue. It's like it doesn't stay forever. You know what I'm saying? Like the cadaver graft, apparently, as has been explained to me, it just acts as a place for your own tissue
As
to
like
grow
a delivery
into it.
system for your
Yeah,
tissue to
sort of
connect.
like a little bridge.
And so the tendons
Yeah.
will grow again.
Yeah. Well, you sort of use
didn't know that.
it grows in that graft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long ago did he have the surgery?
I don't know. I mean, Dominic Cruz, I think he did it like 9 months after the first surgery. He blew it out, and then now he blew it out. When he blew it out, he got a surgery, was rehabbing, was training, blew it out again, and then he had to go through a whole new surgery. So that's why he was out for almost 3 years. Then he just blew out his right knee or
Were
his,
they
or his
saying
other
it
knee.
wasn't? It wasn't.
Push up to your face. Push that
Were
up to
they
your
saying
face.
it wasn't properly I guess.
No, the
healing,
new one
or-
is a totally new injury. It's a new.
You know
the
what
other
It's
sucks
the
about
other
that?
leg.
But the
Is
other
you do a
one-
triple like that, like the psychic injury that's there. Like he's gonna be nervous every shot he takes, every time
Yeah.
he turns a corner. Like that can fuck a dude up.
Yeah, it could, but he bounced back better than ever. His last
And a
fight,
3-year
he did.
layoff.
Yeah,
Is like dudes are moving at light speed. You know what I mean? The evolution of the sport
True.
is so fast.
so he fucked Mitsugaki up though, man.
Destroyed him.
His style, his footwork, man. You need those knees. That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
To be
yeah.
that quick and change those directions
Or
the way
he's
he
gonna
does.
have to adapt.
I'll tell you what, though,
We'll have
the
to
thing about
adapt later
Dominic Cruz,
on.
though, he's a beast as far as being an analyst. On UFC Tonight, he's
Yeah,
a
he's
beast.
very,
He has a
very
gift,
good.
man. He's really, really good at that.
He's got the glasses now too. It looks
Yeah, he
great.
did. He really stepped
He's very
his game
studious. Very studious.
Are they both from the show or just this guy?
They said both.
up. My boy Kelly's stone cold 37, just trying to do this.
One was 185 and
Is
one
he
was
37 years
191.
old?
37.
Wow.
He
didn't
said,
make
fuck
weight.
it, let's do this.
Yeah, you got to be around a while to be a 4-time Olympian.
Yeah, you're not going to be a young chicken.
They said what? He's 37.
Yeah,
37 and 29.
That's a beautiful beard, Tom Johnson.
I
His
know.
move
I
is like
was
that.
asking
Ooh, she
the
can do
same
the heart
thing.
again? Ooh,
Raise
raise
the
the roof.
She raised the roof
Oh, she
and
did
blew
a different one.
kiss.
She's switching it up.
Did she talk to the other Octagon girls? She's
heard
like,
you.
check this out. I got some new shit for
I'm
that
not like
ass.
those reps that just stick with the same one. I switch it up.
She's gonna try it and she's gonna watch the tapes later and see which one was best.
I think she's going to get clowned for raise the roof. That's some old school shit.
Dana's
people
gonna
get
talk
clowned
to
for
her.
that.
Dana's gonna
Bring
like,
that beat back. Bring that beat back.
Bring that beat back.
Dan's gonna be like, step in my office. You're fucking fired for Raise the Roof.
Craig Borsari's gonna text her tonight. Watch.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's laughing at him. Oh, he hit him with a right hand there, dude. He hit him with a little short right hook there.
That right hand is low, son.
He's catching with that weird right hook over the top. He's caught him like 3 times with that. Look at that,
I
dude.
think my boy Kelly's trying to get a hold of him to take him
Yeah,
for a
but
cruise.
Kelly's eating some leather, man.
Yeah, he
he's
is.
getting fucked up.
This
He's
guy in the red
laughing at
doesn't
him.
give a fuck.
He's laughing at him, dude. That's got to fuck with your head a little bit.
Yeah, it
I
does.
feel like that dude in the red has knocked a lot of dudes in the bar out.
He's got a weird right hook, man.
Do what you do.
He's very confident.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, he
dude.
keeps-
Putting hammers on
Dude,
him.
he's
Damn,
fucking
Kelly.
that dude up. Kelly's like real tentative with his shooting. Like
Yeah.
look at the way he's throwing the punches. He's halfway getting there. This guy's just target
He's
practicing.
keeping
it.
the same distance till he pops back a half a step and stays there. Gets hit,
Well,
pops back a half a
right
step.
there, bam,
Kelly's
exactly.
leaning on that front leg a lot.
Dude, Kelly's getting lit up.
Oh,
Kelly might be what you call stiff, Joe.
Oh Jesus, Louises, is he stiff?
Looks like the game plan
This
is
dude's
to stand
tagging
and
him
bang,
up.
though, right?
You see the Melvin
Close to
Manhoof
distance.
fight last night?
That-
Oh, my
by
God.
Shaminko, right? Shaminko or
Def.
some shit like that. That spinning, nasty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God, he forearmed
That
him.
was nasty.
Nobody's been knocked out more in the last 2 years than Melvin Manhoef. It's
I
insane.
think he came
Melvin
back too
fights
soon,
too
man. He
often.
just got
He
knocked
fights
out by
too
Joe
often.
Schilling.
Dude, Joe Schilling put him to
was
slizzy
dirty.
just a
Dirty.
couple months ago. To
Yeah, those guys
slizzy.
needed some
You know,
time,
those
man.
two guys, they
Needed
brought a
some time
beautiful
with
fight,
it.
though, man. That when them come,
Oh, yeah.
it was one of them was going to go in that round, like. But yeah, he came back too soon, and then guys aren't doing any kind of health care for their brains to come back and increase their recovery time or their speed or their timing or anything.
Ben, didn't you fight
Oh,
for
Walsh
Bellator?
got wobbled. Look at this.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
fought for Bellator, right?
Yeah, I was with them for almost 3 years.
Did
What
you
was-
see that? Kelly caught Walsh.
What's the biggest difference between them and the UFC as far as like production wise? Is it a big difference or no?
Production.
Put up
You
on
know
that
what I'm
mic.
saying?
Get on the mic.
You know what I'm saying? Like you fight in UFC, it's like fucking clockwork. Bert
Yeah,
has
yeah,
it down to a
yeah,
science.
yeah.
You fly in on Tuesday, you're signing posters. You got interviews Wednesday, Thursday, weigh-ins Friday, show Saturday. Bellator's like that?
I think they were a little rocky.
Really?
On some of that because the tournaments were happening so fast that I don't even think they had planned out what they were going to do as far as where's the venue, where's the next location, where's the that's obviously a process, and I think sometimes it was like just making it,
Yeah.
just making it happen. But they've stepped their game up too,
Yeah. I remember
Scott
you came in there
Coker's doing-
killing cats,
yeah.
man. I was always watching when you fought.
No, thank you,
Yeah.
man. Thank you.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Bellator with all that Viacom money.
Right?
Coker's no joke either, man.
Nope.
He also does something right.
No, and he's way better than anybody else out there.
I saw
know?
he has Fedor at a signing.
Yeah.
Shit.
Is he the Dana White of Bellator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
the same position?
Yeah. He used to
Yeah.
work for the UFC, and they had a no-compete. And then when he left the UFC, he's free to do whatever the fuck he wants. So then he signed with Bellator.
Yeah, well, it's good for everybody because the UFC likes him. He's a good dude. Fighters like him. It'll be a way more comfortable environment over there, and maybe they'll get some good fights. And I think it's good. I think competition's very important for the athletes. I think it's the most important thing when it comes to bargaining power. So all it's going to do is force everybody to step their game up, and ultimately, I believe it'll make MMA more popular, and that's the key. The key is making it more popular, making it to the point where everybody makes a lot of money, and it's really close to becoming that. And the way it's going to become that is if there's a bunch of fucking players and everybody's like, I'll give you X for a fight. Well, I'll give you Y. And, all right, we got Z.
yeah.
Come here. We got Z. Sign out here.
yeah.
Damn, you lucky bitch. That's how it's
Yeah.
got to be. That's the only way the money gets tossed around adequately. It's like
I think
you
it's only-
need competition.
It's the only way the talent pool gets bigger too. Is if
Yep.
you have a lot of different varieties. Guys can come up here, they can come up
Yep.
there. But if you only have this one place where a guy's got to come up on the tough show, and then he's got or
Yep.
whatever your thing
It's like
is.
having the NFL with one team.
Walsh takes
The
him
teams
down. Look at
compete
this.
with each other.
Yeah.
They're like saying, "Come to our team, and
Yep.
we'll give you this much money." So
Yep. In all ways of evolution, it's got to be like that.
Yeah, it is. It's just how it is, man. It's just how it is with everything, man. You need competition. It's good. It makes everybody better.
That's the thing. The problem with competition is people get scared of the competition when competition is the best goddamn thing that could happen to you.
Yeah, man.
Really, I mean, it's the fundamental thing. It doesn't mean anybody's mad at you. It doesn't mean any of that. It means everybody's going to get better together. Like, without that, you don't have anything.
Not only that, you don't cancel each other out. And didn't you get into this because you're a fan of fighting in the first place? What, is someone making money somehow or another? You're not making money? Is that really what's going on? Because I don't think it is.
You're talking
I think
about
someone's
soldiers?
making money, and you're making money too.
From a fighter standpoint, competition's great. If you're Dana White, I don't think
It makes everybody more money. I really believe so. I believe everybody gets more money if the sport gets more popular. I think if you've got two giant promotions, if you got one, say, Floyd Mayweather promotion and one Manny Pacquiao promotion, and everybody on one side, you bring them together and you make fucking 1.5 million pay-per-view buys like those guys will probably do. I mean, that's how everybody gets money. I mean, you're giving up. But think about that. That's like each one is $750, right? How often do pay-per-views in the UFC hit $750? They don't that often. If it's not George St. Pierre, if it's not Brock Lesnar, you know, it's hard to get those big numbers, you know, because times are hard. People don't want to pony up that kind of money on a regular basis.
What are the three biggest pay-per-views?
We're watching this fight for free.
Yeah.
But
UFC, the three biggest
Bellator and
pay-per-views.
UFC, that's it. Everything else is like they're feeder organizations. I mean,
You're saying which UFC biggest
No, which
pay-per-views?
the top
Brock
three
Lesnar.
UFCs ever. Brock Lesnar was number one.
I thought
Number
you meant
one?
organizations.
Yes, Brock Lesnar number
Yeah,
one.
Brock
Lesnar was number
We've
one.
never had a Brock
Yeah.
Lesnar. He
Brock
fucking
Lesnar's number
killed
one.
the game.
Really?
Not even
But
close.
that's that WWE.
Not
that's
even
like,
Anderson
that's
Silva or
like,
GSP could top
Well,
Brock.
It goes Brock, GSP.
What show
was
was it?
close.
What show was it? It was
Oh,
Brock
not
Lesnar
UFC
versus
When he
who?
fought Heath Herring.
How about when he fought Randy Couture for the title? That had to be
Or
giant.
Frank Mir the second
That had to
time.
be the biggest one.
UFC
Randy Couture.
100 was
UFC 100 because GSP was
When
on
he
it
fought
too.
Shane.
Yeah. UFC
Brock,
100.
Brock's the biggest star we've
So
ever
isn't
had.
he coming back? Is he? What's going
There's
on?
all sorts
Was
of
that a
talk, but I don't
pay-per-view
know.
when
You know, there's all
Brock
sorts of
fought
talk, but I'd heard a lot of talk about
He's
Gina
always done
Carano.
pay-per-view. He's always done pay-per-view. My
then
bad.
We
that
can't talk over each other.
Sorry.
People are listening. There's no way this is gonna work.
My bad.
If we were listening on headphones, this would be way better. But I want to avoid the headphones. We just got to be careful of that shit.
I think you guys are all doing great.
Ah!
What were you saying about Gina Carano, though?
Oh, Gina Carano was supposed to come back. I mean, that was the talk. I kept hearing it. I heard it from like agents. I heard like there was negotiations. I heard a lot of shit, and then nothing happened. So you don't know. I don't think the Brock Lesnar thing has gotten that far. But all I'm hearing is rumors. Everybody's tight-lipped. But you know, you're hearing people saying that Brock's been training, that he's losing weight, he's slimming down.
I took some heat. People thought I called Brock Lesnar out, and I didn't. Not even close.
Yeah, what happened
I sent
with
you
that?
a text with that.
Yeah.
This is what happened. This is old too. 6 months ago, I did an interview with the UFC. It was 20 questions. One was like, what do you prefer, ketchup or mustard? This is what kind of bullshit we're talking about. 20 questions. Ketchup or mustard? I said anyone who says mustard is part of ISIS. Like, every American's going to choose fucking ketchup. You know, like joking around. Then question number 15 goes, who would you rather see come back, GSP or Brock Lesnar? I said, oh, well, GSP's my boy. I'd love if GSP came back. But being a heavyweight, I'd love if Brock Lesnar came back. He's the biggest star we've ever had. And they go, oh, would you like to fight him? And I went, well, yeah, he's the biggest star ever. That'd be great if he came back. Yeah, I'd fight him. That's it. 6 months later.
What about you saying about sending him go back to playing grab ass?
Well, that's just me like making a joke.
Right,
I go, yeah, if he wants to come to the UFC and he's tired of playing grab ass in the WWE, getting paid to fake fight, and he wants to come back to the UFC, I'd love to fight him. You know,
It's
just
also
making
you
it
got to
funny.
hear it too instead of like seeing it written,
For
right?
sure, it looks horrible.
Dude, that
written.
bullshit when they write it out looks.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's my friend. That's not what they
Yeah.
meant, man. Like
Yeah.
That was 6
Exactly.
months ago. And then UFC tonight, like whatever, 4 or 5 weeks ago, goes Brendan Schaub calls out Brock Lesnar. First of all,
Yeah.
he's retired. I never called him out. They just needed content. So then the Brock Lesnar train is crazy, man. His fans came after me like fucking crazy. Hurt my feelings. I had to
But-
put a statement out. It's like, yo, man, come on,
Hurt
take it
your
easy.
feelings.
Fuck's sakes.
How many misspelled tweets did you get?
Oh my god.
Dude, I never seen hate like when I was shitting on like Tony Hinchcliffe is a crazy pro wrestling fan, and so when he was on the podcast, mostly just to rile him up, I was just shitting on pro wrestling,
Yeah.
just dumping on her, and the tsunami of poorly written tweets that came my way was like, what is this? I had to like get my head above water and try to figure out what
They're
all
not
these
kids either.
extra words are.
They're not kids
consonants
either.
and- letters that are in the wrong place.
I love
and
the way Ari would deal with hate mail. I just was with him one night, and he's just going through it. Every time the guy would send him something, he would just send him the corrections of the previous thing. Like, you're getting way better. Nice punctuation. Like, and it was just this whole fucking list of corrections of his.
In like a scripted email?
No, like the dude saying "you suck" spelled with two
But in
K's.
what,
He's
though?
like,
On
and
what,
he'd
like
write
Facebook?
asterisk S-U-K. Yeah.
Bro, I had grown men coming at me. I'm like, bro,
Oh,
you're 50 defending the WWE.
I tell you what, Brock Lesnar's America.
Yeah.
You shit on Brock
Yeah.
Lesnar, you shitting on
That's how
America.
it is, yeah.
He's the champion.
I
Have some
liked it too,
respect.
dude. When he would fight, and all the wrestlers, they would all come out. They would all
Yeah.
come out and watch him. There's a whole front line of them. They're like, yeah, like Stone Cold and Goldberg and all those guys are there.
Oh, Brock's a monster, man. He's a beast. He's great for the sport. It'd be great if he came back.
Well, I really still to this day. Nice left hand by Kelly. I still to this day think that if Brock Lesnar did it the right way, like if Brock Lesnar went and instead of doing WWE for all those years and not striking and and then
Right.
going into the UFC and immediately fighting the best guys in the world after one professional fight, if they took Brock Lesnar and brought him to like an American top team, like one of those professional camps or Black Zillions or AKA
Jacksons,
something like
whatever,
that, where they're gonna take you and they're gonna take you through every step of the way. Like Matt Hume would have been the guy. Like get a guy like Eric Paulson essentially did what he could when he had him, but I think a guy like Brock Lesnar should have been brought along slowly. You should he's
he
got
had-
the potential
he
to
had
be the
people fly
biggest
in.
heavyweight ever. I mean, I know he did. He did a lot of that, but I'm saying do it over years.
The other thing is
But,
how difficult it is to get training for a guy of that skill set and that size.
Yeah.
That's real. You know what I mean? It's like you almost need to condition him and get him tired before you would train with a guy like that.
Well,
Like,
he's first of all,
huge and
his big,
explosive.
but his issue is striking. There's a lot of big guys in Holland.
Right.
You go down to Holland and spar with Daniel Guita all day. You're going to learn some
not
shit.
only that, you can just do
Yeah.
I'm a real believer in if you already spar a lot and you are, then great, you're tough already.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no need to do that twice a week.
Right.
Like go ahead and hit mitts. Get a good trainer. Hit mitts all the time. Your fucking timing will be there
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff. Put that shit together. We already know you're not afraid to get hit. Awesome.
Yeah,
That's the best
yeah.
way to do it, I think.
Well, I think that guys who are going to take you like Dwayne Ludwig style through drills that simulate each
Yep.
individual position that you're going to be in. This is your response to that
Yep.
position. This is how you get back. This is your setup again. You're like Rob Kamen was really good about that.
Yep,
and Brandon
Rob.
Vera, when he first started training with Rob Kamen, like you saw like Rob Kamen's system in Brandon when he was fighting.
Yep. Him, Dwayne, I think Six Gun Gibson,
Mm-hmm.
and Mike Winklejohn. Brandon Gibson, man, he's phenomenal. You see the video he did with the elbows with Condit
Yeah,
recently?
beautiful.
I mean,
Ridiculous.
I mean,
Beautiful.
he's so innovative and he's so thoughtful about it. And all he's got is love and care for those guys, and then he puts that into them and he puts the routines together. And man, they're fucking fantastic.
Yeah, there's a lot of good trainers out there, man. There's a lot of guys out there that are, showing guys some real high-level stuff, and seeing like striking combinations, especially like if you look at like T.J. Dillashaw versus Renan Barão. Like, when was the fucking last time we ever saw a guy go from being T.J. Dillashaw on The Ultimate Fighter to, 2.5, 3 years later being this super fluid, bad motherfucker kickboxer?
Look
I
at
mean,
Duke
you look at him
Roufus.
moving around, shuffling, switching stances, like popping them with straight lefts from the fucking southpaw stance, and then hitting him with an inside leg kick, and you're like, whoa, this is literally not the same dude like that he was 3 years ago. And you're going to see more and more of that.
How about your boy Duke Roufus with
Oh,
CM Punk?
Dude. First of all, Duke Roufus did a great job with Tyron Woodley. Woodley settled down. He didn't empty his gas tank in his last fight
With Kelvin?
with Kelvin Gastelum.
Yeah, you like that one?
It was a good fight. I mean, it wasn't the worst fight in the world.
Yeah.
It was a good fight. Woodley broke his foot in the first round. Did you know that?
That's true. Yeah, he
Broke
had
his
surgery.
fucking foot in the first round. You never knew it.
That
He just
explains a lot.
moved around like nothing. But what I liked about it is he showed patience in that fight. Like, I've seen him in fights before where he explodes and he empties the gas tank in the first round, and then he has a hard time in the second and third. Like, he was way more patient. Like, you could almost see Duke, in Duke's style, like, influencing him slightly.
How do you think CM Punk's going to do?
I don't think we have any idea. I don't think we have any idea. If I watch the guy do anything other than throw some kicks, which is all I've ever seen, I saw him throw some kicks, and I'm hoping with every fiber of my being that he was just playing around and that he actually kicks better than that. because there's like some backstage WWE thing where he's throwing roundhouse kicks on like a wrestling mat, and I don't understand it. I mean, it's either he was playing around.
Maybe
or
that's a good thing, though.
He just started doing karate like a week ago.
Or you don't understand it, and he's going to mystify people.
Well, or he's just fucking around because he's a showman, and that's, you know, when he's doing those things backstage, he's not trying to show everybody he's the ultimate badass. He's being a, you know,
is there any word on who he's going to fight?
No word. Nor is there a word on a timetable, like when he's going to fight.
You know what? They did have an opponent for him. The guy who fought Mickey Rourke last.
Stop it. Eddie Bravo gives it away in his face. As soon as he said the guy who fought, I've known him so well, I could see the laugh being suppressed.
You think it's good for the sport, Joe? CM Punk?
No.
I mean,
think
if we're
it's
going to
good for
sign
the
CM
sport.
Punk,
This is what I think. I don't think it's good for the sport just if he goes in there and, you know, he fights and people watch because he's famous. I think people will pay attention, but it's not necessarily good for the sport if they're just paying attention because he's CM Punk. However, I think it is good for the sport if he truly has a real desire to become a professional mixed martial arts fighter. This isn't just a money-making scam. This isn't just a publicity scam. This isn't just a one-time thing. This is a guy who at X age, 36 or whatever it is, has decided, you know what, I want a new chapter in my life, and that new chapter is I want to try my hand 100% committed to professional fighting.
I think that's what he's doing. I gotta be honest.
Then it's good, but it's only good if he's got talent.
He's got
it's
no
only
time
good
frame to
if it
get
works.
that skill set.
Yeah, we don't know. We literally don't know.
No wrestling background, no striking
competition background.
He has no background.
Doesn't even know if he likes to compete.
Right.
There's no way he's got enough time.
He does jiu-jitsu, but we
whatever,
might as well
as a
sign
blue
fucking
belt
George
somewhere
Clooney.
that doesn't come. Has he been to the Pan Ams? Does he even know if he likes to go through a key of 8 guys that he's going to have to compete?
No. When I say he does jiu-jitsu, he was doing jiu-jitsu on the road because Henner is married to Eve Torres, who's the WWE Diva champion. So he was on the road with Eve all the time. So CM Punk and Henner would work, you know, once a month together.
So you're doing pretend,
that's plenty of time.
pretend jiu-jitsu. That is crazy.
Did you say once a month?
Maybe once a month, maybe
In
twice.
like in a
too
bus
much.
on the fucking floor.
Depends what you're on.
But
Here's an
before they
arm
go on
bar,
stage.
and check this choke out. It's like, fuck yeah. You know when you show a girl something that you're dating, you show her a triangle just so she can get her next boyfriend in a triangle.
True.
And you just like piss on her, you know what I mean? And then they think they know jujitsu.
It is Valentine's
they know
Day. Eddie
jujitsu.
Bravo, it's Valentine's Day.
I know jujitsu. You know what a triangle is? A bitch. You don't know what. And then
You don't know. My ex-boyfriend taught me jiu-jitsu.
yeah, I'm gonna put you in a fucking triangle. I remember I showed an ex-girlfriend a long time ago a triangle, and she was so obsessed with it. We're just lying in bed. I'm trying to watch Howard Stern on E, and she's trying to put me in a triangle. I'm like, fucking God, can you stop? Can you stop? And she's like, she's laughing. I'm like, I'm really trying to watch this fucking show. And she's like, she's just trying to get me in a fucking triangle. We're in bed, and she puts me in a triangle. I go, you're gonna start crying. You are definitely gonna start crying. She goes, she's giggling. So I fucking, I defend like, and then,
Like I can defend that shit.
so she puts me in a triangle, and I said, you are gonna start crying. She goes, so I picked her up. I stood up, just like a Rona Rampage, and I picked her up, and I was gonna slam her on the bed. It wasn't gonna hurt her. It's the fucking bed.
Can't be good.
So I
Oh my
slammed
God,
her on the
Eddie,
bed.
what are you talking about? Eddie, you're
but
not
on the
a
bed,
doctor.
on the bed, on the bed.
Yeah,
so I
either way,
picked
not
her up,
good.
slammed her on the
You might
bed.
want to stop this right now.
She let
Go
go.
to jail.
She let go of her. She let go of the triangle, but she bounced off the bed and landed on the floor. And she like tweaked her wrist, so she starts crying. She's like, "Oh, you broke my wrist!" She runs to the bathroom, and I'm like, "Oh my God!" So I like stroll in, and I said, "I told you were gonna start crying." And she has hot water running out of her wrist.
You didn't have to rampage her though, bro.
And she goes,
Christ,
and
dude.
I said, let's go to the emergency room right now. She goes, I go, come on, it's probably broken. She goes, no, it's not broken. It's not. So I'm like, okay. I said, I'm just trying to watch.
Shut the
Powerful
fuck up because I'm
strategy.
watching Howard Stern trying to
Powerful
learn.
strategy, though. Okay,
Jesus.
let's go cut it off.
Yes.
Let's get it removed.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's good.
Because she would always exaggerate. I told her to stop with the fucking triangle.
Right before he
I'm trying to
rampaged her
watch
too, he's
TV.
like,
She's
now
trying to
imagine if
fucking
there's
put
a
me in
fire
triangle.
hydrant behind you.
Stop with the
Damn,
triangle.
what if that would have went to
Eddie
court as
rampaged
like a
the bitch.
domestic violence dispute? What if that would have? Would I have
right
lost?
now, you just fucked up. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You
That's
talked
a
about it on the
felony.
internet. That chick's gonna come out of the woodwork.
It was
with a
something.
tie
It was
on.
15 years ago. I was a
With
purple
the
belt.
tie.
What did I know?
I was a purple belt.
Don't give a timeline. Don't
I'll
give
sue
a
the
timeline.
Machados. I'll sue the
God damn it,
Machados.
dude. Do not give a timeline out. Don't say when
You
it
should
happened.
sue Hoist.
I think you meant
Because
20
he was
years
your
ago.
inspiration.
I never hit her. I just used triangle escape.
Well, he won.
Wow, that seems
Dang.
weird. Well, we weren't paying
He
attention.
didn't win any fans.
He landed more strikes.
Did he?
Yeah, 121 to 89.
You know what, man?
He
Those,
did
how
win
they
any fans.
how they
So is
count
that supposed
that,
to make us feel better?
I would like to see. Look at this.
Well, that's true. You're right.
How about that's the move of the fight?
The move of the fight is a half a jab to the
Hey,
face.
move of the fight.
The move of the
Yeah.
fight is him getting hit. What? That was amazing.
That was a tricky punch.
Well, we don't know what happened in that fight. Honestly, we really weren't watching that fight.
No,
we watched some
definitely
key
can't.
moments in the beginning
It says
where he was
CrossFit
getting
on the
hit by
bottom.
right
Look.
hooks.
Tate, look. That's
It's part of his success.
you could
Powerful Cat Zingano.
use that for an argument. Yeah, you know what?
That's their
Damn,
stomping
okay.
grounds.
All right.
Eddie's a looking, he's a liking.
All right.
Damn,
All
Eddie's
right.
a looking, he's a
All
liking.
right.
You know what?
You're not
She might
mad
be
at
pretty
it.
good.
All right.
Okay.
Dude, this
It makes
is
the fight more interesting now.
one of her fights. There's a clip of her when she won. She screamed, and it's this fucking primal roar that it's like it's one of the craziest screams I've ever
Can we
heard come
find
out
that,
of a
Jamie?
woman's mouth.
Can we find that?
I bet if you just Google Cat Zingano scream, watch. I'll find it right here.
Jamie's
Cat-
like, shut the fuck up. I don't take orders from you. That's what Red Bag used to do when I would say that. He would he wouldn't do shit. I go, Red Bag, find that video. He's like, he just wouldn't move. He'd just ignore me. Because I only listen to Joe.
That's hilarious. Fuck that Eddie guy. This Cat Zingano smacks a drunk guy.
Cat Zingano scream
2010. I'm trying
of
to find a
glory.
scream.
Scream.
I'm not motivated enough to look for it.
Oh my God, you're the one who brought it up. It was amazing. Nah.
There's no way I'm gonna find it. I
You
mean,
got
I'm
me
just,
interested, man. It worked.
I'm just talking about an instance after a fight where she screamed. I'm
But
not
it
gonna
wasn't.
watch the end of
but
every
it
one of her
isn't-
fights.
Okay. Maybe it's just like a 15-second clip.
It probably is. It's just not on YouTube as Cat Zingano scream yet. Maybe it'll be now after this.
Yeah, they'll
it will
do it
be
now.
after this. Someone will probably hear it.
Somehow I have faith that Jamie's going to find that motherfucking scream.
I have faith he's not.
I have faith
I
that
know
he
him better
is.
than
Look
you.
at him. He's on it right
Who'd she
now.
fight?
He's
Do you
on
remember?
a Yahoo
I don't
search.
remember who it was, man. It might have been Emmanuel Nunez, who was her last fight. But when she won, she fucking roared, dude.
What if it was?
like
What if she
like
just went ah?
She roared like an animal.
Why not?
No, it was like she's an animal. It was like primal. Damn,
my God.
powerful Kate Hudson.
This girl.
Are those
Girls
real?
talk shit about her. It's hilarious.
Why?
They go, oh, she's got a thick waist.
kinda
Oh,
fat.
she's kind of fat. Listen, that's what guys like. We like girls a little bit fat.
No, but the hips to waist ratio is
Shut the
nuts.
fuck up.
No. You're right. Because she was in that
Just
one
shut the
movie with
fuck up,
the
Justin.
third
That's
girl.
some gay Hollywood talk.
Right?
You little boy.
You
How
talk
dare
about
you?
that all the
No.
time.
That's true. That's true.
Hip to waist ratio.
She's very
It is
pretty.
huge.
From
She's
the
a thick girl.
from the
Are you saying I learned it
bosoms
from you,
up,
Dad?
she's perfect.
Is that-
Yeah.
But you know, if you're gonna break it down for real, like men, you look that she doesn't have a like them chicks. If you ever
Right.
do you follow like squat guides on IG and you see that
Just
there's-
follow Brendan
That's a different kind of
Schaub's
ass. You know what I mean?
What's going on? We're talking about hip to ass ratio in girls.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just follow Brendan Schaub's and you go, oh yeah, there
You're
you go.
right though.
Another
You're right.
level, son.
No, she's
I just brought it up 'cause
She's
I
a
thought
little
that-
thick. She's a
I
little
thought
thick.
that you would
Who's he saying
automatically
thick?
I
agree
know,
with
I'm
me.
just fucking around.
Kate Hudson got a little. She's
Kate Hudson's boxy, son.
Yeah,
There you
she's
go.
a little
It's like
thick.
a straight line.
It's not good. No, she doesn't have like those sexy curves. She's boxy, not sexy.
that's what Justin
You don't
said.
think she's sexy?
No, she's not sexy at
you-
all.
Face, she's pretty face, big
I've
tits.
seen
and all
her.
that.
Oh yeah, Kate Upton.
Kate
She has
Upton.
some tig old bitties though. Tig old bitties.
Yeah.
They're real too. She has a boxy build though. I don't think she's that sexy.
Like a sausage, right?
You say they are real as if that's a good
Like
thing.
refrigerator. What? They're real big and they're real.
Real doesn't seem to be like the.
It's not the in thing anymore, is it?
I don't feel like that's a benefit. Like, if, you know what I mean? I'm like, they got a better way.
I agree, man. I'm with you.
You like fake asses though?
Not
That's
at all.
enough.
Not
That's
a fan.
enough.
That's so bad. And
That'll
you know
never-
the thing that I'm mad about it is because the fucking legs are like little twig legs, and then you've got this huge ridiculous ass. Get your fucking life right, girl. Do something different. I don't know. You
See, because if you're born with small titties, there's nothing you could do physically to grow those titties. Get fake titties. Your ass, just do some squats for a
fix
couple
that.
years
Fix
and watch
that.
what the fuck you eat.
All it's showing
And
is that you're a
any
lazy
girl
bitch.
can reshape her body, correct? If she
I
did
don't
the right,
know, man. Some
most
of
girls.
it's genetics. You do all the
Yes.
squats you want. If you have a flat ass like Mr. Burns, you ain't getting a bubble butt.
with the correct squats
It'd be
and
tough, man.
samba
You gotta have the
or
right
I don't know.
Zumba. What
I
about
think
Zumba?
if you,
Zumba's
if you
not
pay
good.
attention to it with like nutrition, powerlifting, some shit, I think you could do. Like, who's to say?
I mean, if this bitch went ham on a CrossFit program, and squats and nutrition,
And like
I
just shot testosterone right into the glutes.
Well, now you're
Directly.
talking. Directly.
On each side,
That
you
might do it.
alternate.
That might do it. Ask the trainer, Doug.
Right? What do you think?
If I bring a girl with a straight flat ass Mr. Burns style, you can give her a bubble butt?
Yeah, because there's different body types. You know,
How
there's
do
like
you have a flat
ectomorphic.
girl? You
There's
need to have-
different body
endomorphic.
types.
You need
Yeah.
is there before and after for just butts?
For-
Like flatness and curvature and all that.
Yeah, and I've seen some pretty crazy before and after shots for sure.
Based on
Based on
roundness.
ass and hips to waist ratio and all that.
There's
Brian
nothing worse
Stan,
than
is
a
there
flat
somebody-
ass. There's nothing worse.
So good.
I agree with you.
Nothing
What a
worse in the
fucking
world.
guy.
Can't talk over each other.
While you're eating chips on the mic.
Oh no, Mike's over there, buddy. Push that shit aside for a reason.
You are destroying those chips, though. You're destroying those. Good, huh?
Are these healthy?
Are those the salt and vinegar ones?
Can't.
Those are good.
You want
Another
them?
pepper?
No, I have the same ones
Salt and
here.
pepper?
How does it feel when you first started not doing UFCs? The first shows where they started branching out and using camera.
like watching.
It's better, right?
I like watching.
Yeah.
I mean, I like commentary, but I like watching too. If for whatever reason I never worked for the UFC again, I would probably watch just as many fights. Or pretty close.
Probably
I wouldn't
more.
watch the prelims as much, like the early prelims, because I just don't have 6 hours on most days to be watching fights. But for recreation purposes, like how much I enjoy it, I fucking love watching the fights on TV. I like the fact that I don't have to go anywhere. I'm home, hanging out with my friends, having a couple of beers, we're watching fights. I love it. I mean, I love working for the UFC, but I love watching too. I wouldn't mind it all if I didn't do it again.
I'd rather do this than sit front row at any live event.
Yeah,
I'd rather
it's
chill
fun,
here
man.
all
True.
day.
That's true.
How often do you actually rewatch a show you just
Occasionally,
commented?
I'll watch like big fights, like or big moments, like something that was like really special to me. Like there's been some fights where I watched the same fight like 2-3 times in a row, just to see like wild transitions or some shit. Depending on what the fight was like, what was going on in the fight that was so interesting.
My
Powerful
boy,
Neil Magny.
Neil Magny.
There's your boy.
Up
Going
in
for
this
6 straight.
bitch.
The Gazelle up in this bitch.
On that tough contract, got to work that motherfucker off.
Struggle's real on that tough
The
contract.
struggle's real.
Struggle's super
Tell
real.
us about it. Tell us about it.
I mean, I was fighting Nogueira for 8-8. Went down to
8?
Brazil, got my ass whooped, came back on the plane with about
Is that 8 million?
Yeah, yeah right.
Wait a minute. $8
$8,000 and $8,000.
$8,000.
Yep.
Just stop and think of that. Go to South America and fight a world champion. He's a world champion.
Legend.
Nogueira is the fucking first guy ever that was a heavyweight that had a wicked guard. I mean, Nogueira is the former Pride champion. Legendary wars. He fucking armbarred Bob Sapp in one of the craziest fights the world has ever known. You're fighting him
And
for
guess who didn't give a
$8,000.
fuck? This guy. Super cocky, too. Bad idea. Bad idea. Then I fought Crow Cop for 10 and 10.
After taxes on that Nogueira fight, you're looking at like 2,800.
Yeah, no, I basically paid to fight Nogueira. I was like, thank you, sir. Here you go. Yeah, I fought Crow Cop. I think it was 10 and 10. Then after that fight, I had to have reconstructive nose surgery.
What did Crow Cop make that fight?
He got paid. Paid.
100G.
Had a fanny pack on and no fucks given. I was like, cool, you won, man. Nice bonus check. He got paid. It's Crow Cop. He deserves to get paid. You know what I'm saying? I didn't deserve that money at the time. I think I only had 4 fights in the UFC, 5 fights in the UFC.
You got to get your nose fixed?
Reconstructive nose surgery after Crow Cop.
What happened?
He hit me with an elbow and it shattered my nose, like completely shattered everything in my nose. Second round too. I was like, why the fuck am I so tired? I'm in great shape. and I couldn't breathe out of my nose, and I just blood just gushing down my throat.
How'd they fix it? What'd they have to do?
They went in, they put like some mesh thing in it because all the bones were so fractured and like tiny fractures. Put some mesh thing in it. I was trying to get a legit nose job. I was like, "Yo, doc, take a little off the tip while I'm under the knife, dog.
Makes me
this
look
thing look
sexy."
good." He's like, "Nah, that's not what I do."
Yeah, you don't want them to give you some weird fucking
But
Michael Jackson
then they
nose.
put these brackets up there and stitched them in, so when it moved, I had to chill like that for 6 weeks. It was the most pain I've ever been in. Popping painkillers every day. Got addicted to them.
Really?
Addicted to them.
No shit.
Because I had a doctor who was like, "Oh, I'm cool, I'm hip. Here's 200 Oxycontin." I was like, "Hell yeah!" Got the things taken out. Next thing I know, I'm still filling the prescription. Pop them every single day. Didn't even notice. Finally, a buddy had to come to the house and take them from me.
Whoa.
It was some
How
intervention
many were you
shit.
taking a day?
Probably 6.
Oh my god.
Oxycontins?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
When was
for
this?
how
What
long?
year?
This was right after I fought Crow Cop. I had like 10, 11-month layoff because of it. And then I fought Nogueira after that.
So you had a 10, 11-month layoff because of Oxycontin addiction?
No, because I had a nose job.
Okay. But how long did the Oxycontin addiction kick in?
I was probably doing it hardcore for like 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah, then I had
wow.
a friend. Then my best friend Joe Kloffenstein came over and took him from me.
What kind of stupid shit were you doing on it where they had to intervene?
They just knew I was taking them nonstop, like whatever we were
But
doing. my
how were
friend
you
noticed.
acting? They must have been, because if you were just normal like this, people wouldn't even notice.
No, I was
What were you
normal
doing?
like this because I'm not a like I'm not
Were
a
you
drug guy
late
anyway.
everywhere? Were you sleeping all day?
I think I was just out of it all the time, like out of it. You know, I'm a guy who talks a lot. I think I was just kind of like this fucking
Playing video
asshole
games?
who just like chilled. Like I was like a vegetable.
Mopey, just laying around.
Super. That's the other thing. I was super depressed on him.
How
Because
was-
after you take him, I got super depressed.
How was it coming off of him?
horrible?
How did it feel?
Super itchy. I was real irritable all the time.
Right. Yeah.
And then I got to fight with Nogueira. Perfect timing. Perfect timing.
It must have been great.
So you fought
I asked for
Nogueira
that fight.
after you got off of the
Yeah.
pills? How long after?
You'd have to look at the timetable. I'm sure people can look it up. So not far after. And then, so I went off those painkillers, fired my striking coach. I was so, this is how stupid I was as a young fighter. I was so sure I was going to knock Nogueira out, I didn't even go to Brazil with a striking coach. I was just like, nah, I don't need one. I'm going to knock him out.
Damn,
I
the
got
pills
this.
fucked your head up sideways.
It fucked me up.
That's a crazy thing that a doctor could just start prescribing them like that. Isn't it weird? Like, you don't have to go to them to get your pill. Like, you could just take all 200 at once.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want. I
Yeah.
mean, that's one of the weirdest things about, like, doctors giving you pills.
I've had surgery since, like on my hand. They gave me my neck after the Trash Brown fight. They gave me some for my neck. I don't take them anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I don't even fill the prescription.
I'd
Yeah,
rather have the
fuck it, I
pain.
deal with the pain.
Yeah.
I've had 3 surgeries and I don't take them. I've
They're-
got them in the
they're
house.
so bad
but
for
I
you,
don't
man.
Fuck with them. At
They
all.
say it's-
But
they say it's the
Tate,
hardest thing on your
you've
body.
had issues
A lot
with
of issues,
substances in
yeah,
the
yeah,
past, too.
yeah.
It's,
But I figured it's like it's a trick anyway. It just it makes your mind pretend you're somewhere else. The pain's still all there. It's like a distraction, and I'm like, fuck it. I'll freeze it out with ice, or I'll take extra strength Tylenol or whatever for pain, and I'll just fucking get through it.
Yeah, for sure. Do you still have those pills though, or?
yeah, I went through both my knee surgeries with no pills, no nothing. Because when I had my ACL done, the first knee surgery, my left knee, they gave me, I don't remember what it was. It was either Vicodin or Percocet. I don't remember. I wound up selling them at the pool hall. But I took it. I took one hit, and I was so out of it. I was like, I'd rather have the pain. I'd rather have the pain.
Ooh, I love that feeling.
Oh, I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. But I say I don't like it at all, but I used to fucking love NyQuil. The real NyQuil with
The legit
I
codeine.
remember when I was a little kid and just going into a hallucinogenic state off that. It was awesome.
Dude, I took it once.
Dreamy.
The last time I took it, it was more than 10 years ago. But I was sick, and I got a hold of someone before they took the codeine out. And I just felt like shit. I was like, what do we got? I got some NyQuil. I'll take this. And I hadn't taken it since I was a kid. And I just melted into that bed.
That's that
I was
scissor
so happy.
before the rappers
Right,
made it famous.
right.
Yeah, that
son.
lean, dude.
right,
Everyone's
yeah.
doing that shit.
That's that little Wayne scissor.
I felt so
That's the
good.
truth.
I felt so
I'll
good.
drink some of that shit right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
How's your boy Neil Magny? You would drink some syrup, but you won't fuck with some OxyContins.
Yeah, that's right.
I like how you think.
Yeah, right. Yeah, makes sense.
One of them put a hook in him,
Makes
the other
sense.
didn't yet.
Neil Magny's looking good, man. He's so active.
Neil at this altitude, his cardio is going to be beastie.
His cardio is always nasty.
And, like-
lives up here, trains up here, and he's got a style where he never he's not burning out any fast twitch muscle fibers. He stays on you at like a 75% pace always. You know?
His biggest thing is confidence, man. He's getting more confident. He's always had the skill. It's just
Yeah.
confidence.
The only thing that's missing with Neil Magny is like knockout power.
You know what's missing? He's just not mean. Neil's never. He's just not mean. I
is
nicknamed
crazy.
him the fucking Gazelle. There's not. I mean, Gazelle doesn't have an aggressive bone in his body. That's why I
Right.
nicknamed him the Gazelle.
But he's a very competent fighter. Like he definitely knows how to fight.
Huge reach, good cardio. He's a beast, man.
He's a smart fighter. Fights very,
Very smart. Very smart.
Yeah, he's one of those dudes that's on a win streak that nobody's talking about.
No one talks
I
about.
think he's on a seven fight.
Six
Six
I think
fight
this will
winning
be
streak?
7, yeah.
I mean, that's amazing in this division.
Well, he's on the main card, so someone's talking about it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he's in Boston. Or he's in Denver.
It's
rather.
in Denver, yeah, and it's a fight
lives in
night.
Denver.
Yeah, he lives there. He lived with Nate Marquardt forever, man. I think he got
Did
his
he?
own place now. He better got his own
What
place.
did you think about Nate's last fight? Is that hard to watch?
Super hard to watch. I sent him a text, said, hey, I need you to come in for a podcast with Joe Rogan. That's what I told him. No, I'm just kidding, bro. No, but for reals though. For reals,
think
though.
you'd be
Can
surprised.
I think you'd be surprised, son.
Joe's like, I've learned and evolved through this. I don't know.
You know
I
what
think
though,
that's
man?
the thing you tell fighters. Like, I think it's time to go on Joe's podcast.
That's what I tell him, man. No,
I wouldn't do it unless I loved them.
it's tough for me to watch, man, with
Yeah.
Nate especially. Nate was
What
my
happened?
hero, man.
I missed that fight. What happened?
He just looked bad. Like,
Against
he's
who?
slow.
Well, Brad
Just-
Tavares looked really fucking good. And
he looked
to not
sharp.
taking anything away from Nate, I think Nate's a really good fighter, but Brad Tavares is becoming like something special right now.
I
He's-
get that, but Nate Marquardt, a young Nate in his prime was a fucking
Oh, yeah.
beast.
Oh,
man.
no doubt.
One of the best ever, really.
He's a very good fighter. If you watch the combination that he finished Tyron Woodley off with in Strikeforce when he won the title,
In strike, yeah.
dude, that's some
That
video
Mortal
game
Kombat shit, yeah, spinning
video game
elbow,
shit.
yeah.
He looked beautiful. Look, Nate's been around a long time.
He's been fighting since he was 17.
You know who gave me insight into Nate is you when you told me that he was one of his main sparring partners was Shane Carwin.
It was me and Shane.
And I went,
There's only 3 of us every day in the gym.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
But just thinking someone fighting at 170 who spars with Shane Carwin, I mean, maybe it was 185 at the time, but when Nate was fighting at 185, he wasn't really cutting any weight.
No, he walked around like 192.
Yeah, that's.
But he was fighting with me, Shane,
Yeah.
who was walked around at 280. Me, I was
what?
240 at the
Did
time.
you just say what number? What was that number?
Shane,
280?
Shane was a solid 280.
That hurts my face.
That's like the greatest training partner to work on footwork.
Shane, that's how I got all my
Side to
footwork.
side, in and out
That's how I got
movement.
all my footwork.
Yeah, that's not good for your brain.
Nope.
It's really not good for your brain.
Keith was saying it was the hardest he'd ever been hit. Is like he was in a clinch and like he's got an underhook and he says it's just this far away. And he's like and fucking bell rung like fuck nobody.
Keith
hitting-
used to
nobody
stand and
hits.
bang.
Nobody hits like Shane.
Keith used to stand and bang with Shane. I'd be like, look at this dude. Not good, man.
Yep.
That explains a lot.
Shut up.
All of us are just punchy
no, I
as
mean,
fuck.
just stop and think about everybody that Shane Carwin has sparred with.
Dude.
Shane Carwin, like his hands are so stupid big.
Dude.
They're literally like lunch boxes. They're like some fucking Thor lunchbox shit. Some hammer at the end of his wrist.
What does he wear? 4XL?
Yeah,
Yeah.
biggest glove ever in
Biggest
the UFC.
glove ever in the
Biggest
UFC.
ever.
Wait, he had bigger gloves than
Brock, yeah.
White dude.
He's
holds
yeah,
that-
Shane's
holds that
bigger than
record.
Brock. That's what people don't understand. Brock's lower body part isn't that big. Like his ass, his
lower
quads.
body part?
Yeah, his calves aren't that big. Shane's like a fucking Mack truck. Yeah. Shane is a big
Yeah,
fucking
he's
dude.
a thick dude.
You know what? I would have loved to see what happened with Shane if he didn't have all those injuries from football. Cause,
Football and wrestling.
Yeah, both of those. But they're back injuries too. Those
Neck.
back and neck,
back. His
spinal.
neck's fucked up.
All that stuff is that's so debilitating. That's what removes so much athleticism, so much explosion. Like a fighter becomes so different when they have a back neck injury.
Bro, when Shane fought Frank Mir, we're in the same camp. Obviously, I forget who I was getting ready for. Maybe Crow Cop or Noguera, I forget. But Shane maybe hit mitts 3 times. Maybe trained not much, man. Rolled in, beat the brakes off Frank. Did no fucks given.
Well, he hit the gas from the opening round.
He got an underhook.
Yeah. He got him tied up, and he was hitting him with left uppercuts that just looked like hell.
He might have sparred literally 3 or 4 times at camp.
Well, it was perfect because, that wasn't sparring. That was an ass whooping. I mean, he grabbed a hold of him and beat the fuck out of him. It was a hard one to watch because that one, I think he took way too many shots in that fight. Mir did. I mean, I think that could have been stopped earlier. Just Shane's short, powerful punches were just ruthless in that fight.
Seemed a little too relaxed in the clinch against the cage.
Well, Frank's
Shane,
coach,
right?
Frank coach goes, relax here, you're doing fine. I was like, huh?
After the
What?
first one that rung
Yeah,
his
man,
bell,
hell
it's
no, you
kinda-
ain't doing
yeah,
fine.
you
You
should
got Shane Carwin with an underhook. That's where he makes his living. Everyone knows Shane Carwin gets an underhook. You better get the fuck out. You better get the fuck out, son. Shane didn't even like to wrestle either. He didn't want to wrestle ever.
What is your insight with a guy like Cain Velasquez continually getting injured? What do you think that's about?
Listen, with the wrestling, how long's he been competing for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wrestling, and now he's been getting ready forever for MMA, went straight into it. I just think his body's never had a break. Finally, the body's like, you know what, man, we can't do this anymore. We just can't do this anymore. You look at guys like Junior Dos Santos, too. I mean, anyone here thinks Junior Dos Santos from those 2 fights with Cain is the same is fucking crazy. That dude, look, he's just not the same. And now he just had surgery on his hand and knee. So Junior did. He just after Stipe, he had another surgery, and he had surgery before that fight. So your body's telling you something, man. Eventually, your body's just like, we can't do this. We can't compete at this level anymore.
When you see the Stipe fight, do you think that was just Stipe just getting better and better and better? Do you think it was Junior sliding off a little bit, or do you think it was a combination of both?
Combination of both. I think Stipe's looked better. I've seen
I think
Stipe look
he had
better.
the
Stipe
confidence
used to be a
going in
training
there.
partner of mine. I used to fly Stipe in to Denver.
He's a beast.
Stipe's a beast. Stipe's a tough guy.
He looked very good in that fight, too.
I think, but
He
I've seen
rose up.
Stipe look better. I think
Better
Stipe,
than that?
Yeah.
Really? I thought that was the best performance of Stipe's career. I thought he rose up. I mean, I thought his timing was super sharp. His boxing looked good. In the first round,
He
he
took
let
some
Junior
shots,
know.
man.
He did take some shots, but in the first round, he let Junior know, like, hey, this is going to be some shit.
For
You're
sure.
going through some shit. Like, I don't know if you thought, like, oh, I'm not fighting Cain Velasquez. This is going to be nice. We get a little bit of a break. No breaks. I'm trying to kill you.
Yeah, he went at him, man. It was beautiful.
I don't
Yeah.
think Junior's
5 rounds.
the same
It's
anymore.
crazy.
I don't
Yeah.
think. I mean, you can't get your ass whooped for 10 rounds and be the same. You just can't.
You think that's just what it is?
Yep. I think you only have so many rounds in your career. Doesn't matter whether you do it in one fight, if you do 5 in one fight, if you do 1 here, 2 in this fight. There's only a certain amount where your body just shuts it down.
There's a certain amount where your body shuts it down, but is there a period in time where it just starts declining, obviously? Like, do you see it declining, and then they still fight for 5, 6 more years?
Oh, 100%.
Right.
You see that
100%.
with everybody. Everybody.
Of course, right?
Look at
Especially
this.
with Junior, because he's making serious bank.
Good shit
Right.
going on right now.
Yeah, Kunamoto.
Magnum trying to get his guard pass, but
You should take them
it's just a
out.
battle of the guard pass right here.
Now, Eddie, when you know all the go-to shit from half guard that you know, when you see dudes just kind of hanging on in these positions, when you see guys on the bottom, does that frustrate you when you see guys that don't attack? Or does it like open you up to possibilities like, wait, hey, my students get in this situation, you're going to see some shit. Like, how do you, like, when you look at this and you see, like, all these, like, if you look at what you would be doing in this situation?
I would never have the balls to get in the cage and do any of this shit, first of all. Let me just say that.
That's very beautiful of you.
Yeah,
But, I mean, when you, just from a technical aspect, if you see guys on the ground and they're in positions in the guard and you see, like, sloppy guard work, does that frustrate you? Or does it make you think, like, hey, you know, look, this is just great for, you know, my fighters, guys like Ben Saunders that I train, you know, they go, oh, shit, Neil Magny going off.
Yep. He's like, I don't like being on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and
It's that
go.
fucking
Oh,
cardio.
oh.
Oh, slipped.
Slipped on a knee.
But still, look at that cardio, Neil Magny.
Yeah, the
Go.
Left.
saved him.
If we can just get a mean streak in
There's just so much to train when you're fighting MMA, and it's a really smart thing to do when you first start getting into MMA, to get your striking together, because it's the worst possible thing that can happen is you get knocked the fuck out. That's way worse than getting choked out. Getting put in a rear naked choke is kind of humiliating, especially if you're a striker. It's like fuck, but nothing's worse than getting shut off and doing the fish. That's the worst nightmare. So you have to spend so much time on your feet to make sure that shit don't happen, because these guys are animals, that there's not that much time to get super technical with your jiu-jitsu. There's not that much time. So when I see just vanilla jiu-jitsu or whatever you want to call it from fighters, that's what I expect. It's like they don't have the time. I understand that they're spending most of their time with their striking. Shit. If I had a gun to my head and someone said I have to do MMA, I'd be spending my time striking all day, trying to avoid the worst case scenario, just getting shut off, you know? So there's just so many hours in the day you just can't train everything.
Damn.
You know?
Look at Neil Magny.
Neil's beating this dude.
Yeah, no, that's real
Flatten
good.
him out.
Oh shit!
I think he
Neil
broke him when he hit him
Magny.
with that left.
This is it.
You know
I
what
think he's
mean?
breaking him, and the altitude's
He's got
getting to
13
him.
seconds though.
Watch
Yeah,
behind
this
the
might
head.
be over.
No,
He's
I guarantee he
trying
lets him get to
he's
the
trying
round.
do some kind
Yeah.
of-
Herb's
He's
the
not
best
gonna
in the
stop it.
business,
He's not
man.
gonna stop it.
I don't know. I think he might have been
No, he's
able.
fine.
He might have been at the doorway there about 15 seconds ago.
No, he's
Homeboy's
fine. It would have been a
wore
bad
out.
call, because look at him. It
No,
would've
but
been
I'm
a
saying if
terrible
Neil
call.
could have landed more shots.
True.
That's a.
It's a rough sport, man. I never, ever, ever had a dream to do MMA. I'm just not like a barbarian. I would have done it if my back was against the wall. If I had to, luckily, I did some things in jiu-jitsu where I didn't have to fight. But if my back was against the wall and I had to work at a regular job, waking up at 5:30 in the morning, or MMA, I would do MMA. But I wouldn't be happy about it. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. Like Ben and Brendan, you guys are fucking animals, man, to fucking want to do it and want the big fights and want to do it in front of the whole world. I'm like 99.9999% of the population. We don't have the balls. There's only a tiny percentage of guys. I'm not one of those guys. I like jiu-jitsu. It's as close as I'll get. And if I had a gun to my head, I would do MMA. But I'm not a barbarian.
Jiu-jitsu
like
is fucking nerve-wracking too, man. When I did that Metamoris, I really didn't think my nerves would get to me like a fight.
Well,
Literally,
at
right when like,
least-
Schaub, you're up, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, but it's an ego thing, really. That's just pure
That's what it
ego.
is.
MMA is ego and physical.
Yeah, and you're gonna get fucked up.
It's non-physical and physical, all manifest into one.
Yeah.
Boom. That's why the glory is so beautiful. When you win, that glory, I've never knocked anybody out in the UFC, but I see and I could feel it when Chuck Liddell knocks someone out and he does that, he knows right now the whole world is watching and he's thinking about the after party and all that shit. He's like,
But when
Man,
you lose, my man,
it's
the
the opposite
lows,
of that. It's the opposite of that.
What I was
And
asking
it
you
is
though,
low.
I understand.
Yeah, exactly. That's why the glory is so beautiful, because losing feels the worst ever. So most
Worst
people
thing
are
in the
like,
world.
that glory is the ultimate. Everybody wants that glory, but the risk of going the other way, ooh, it's too risky. So most people don't have the balls. You guys are like fucking playing the lottery. Like, we're gonna fucking do it, and you're happy about it. You can't wait to train. Ben Saunders fucking. He loves every aspect of fighting. I've sat down, had many conversations with Ben. Man, this is one of the coolest. He's got his fucking whole spirituality together, and man, I'm so impressed with Ben as a person and
Ben's
how he handles
tearing it
all
up,
this.
too.
Yeah, man. You
You
know,
know, he's right there.
yeah, it's
It's like we're talking when he's not here.
Proceed. Continue, please.
yeah,
No, thank
it's
you.
crazy.
Look at
Look
this.
at
Neil,
Neil,
Neil, Neil's got the rear naked choke.
the finish.
Oh, it's over.
Got it.
Yes,
Oh,
he got it.
shit.
Now Neil's gonna be really famous now. Watch.
Damn.
If you can get a little personality on the mic, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, Neil Magny. Put it
Call
on.
him out.
Well,
Give him some lessons.
Damn, powerful Neil Magny.
it's tough. Either you got it or you don't. There's no lessons.
Dana might hire you as a
His
personality
cardio is
coach for
insane.
these guys.
His cardio is
Yeah.
insane.
You
know what I was
Either
asking,
guys
Eddie?
have it or they don't, my man.
All the Ultimate Fighters, they got to go through you. They got
Yeah.
to take a 3-week course with
Brendan
Brendan.
Shop, a
No,
Big Brown
Eddie,
workshop.
what I was asking you, I know how you feel about MMA and you fighting. That's not what I meant. What I meant was like when you see all these openings on the ground, being like a guard specialist, does it like, do you go, ugh, does it frustrate you that people don't know this shit?
No, there's no frustration.
Does it give you a feeling of like, look, this is good that my guys know how to do shit that other guys aren't doing in MMA, and the more MMA fighters I coach with the right techniques, the more we're going to see this kind of stuff.
Man, I don't know what to say to that.
Like
all I
shit,
know
if you
is-
see shitty technique, You're not like, come on, son.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about that. What do you say about that? I mean,
He's too high right now.
It frustrates me for sure.
I'm not like frustrated.
And I'm not a jiu-jitsu
I understand.
phenom like
I
Eddie
look at it.
Bravo.
I'm not frustrated. I understand the situation. I understand where the mentality of the whole thing. You know, I've been backstage and talked to so many fighters of the UFC for so many years and King of the Cage. I've been in the business, making money for a long time, backstage watching their lives. And the more I work backstage, the more, to me, I'm like, that's too much pressure for me. Fuck that. I see what these guys are going through, and all these guys going through. Not only the fighters, but like the apparel brands, and everyone's trying to start their own apparel brand. And I remember back in 2001, Rage Athletic, Death, Kill, Choke, all that shit.
Yeah.
And I see these guys, they put all their money, go, we're going to do it, MMA's getting big, I got a clothing line. And you just see them come and go. So after a while, you see the UFC fighters coming through, and like the tough fighters, and doing it for so many years. I'm like, the odds that you're going to be around in 2 years are so
Not good.
Yeah, they're not good,
good,
man.
my man.
I like talking to them. I'm like, you're loving life right now. Enjoy that shit. You know what I mean? Enjoy it, 'cause people weren't lasting. Look, you look at the UFC 8 years ago. You put it on a UFC for me. These fighters aren't. It's so
You know the average,
hard.
you know the
It's so
average
hard.
career. You know the average career
Bruce
is
Buffer.
a year and a half.
Exactly.
Average career in the NFL's 3.5 years.
If you know this right away, it's like a Scared Straight program. All these little kids that want to be fucking MMA fighters, you put them through a Scared Straight, and you have them sit down with fucking. I don't want to say any names, but I mean, there's guys that are just fucking broken from it. You know what I mean?
What were you gonna say, Joe?
What were you gonna say, Tate?
I don't know. I think that's a different
hard
thing.
life.
Like that's the thing of a guy going, I want to make my living as a fighter, and I want to be like I'm looking at the lights and I go, ooh, I want to be George St. Pierre or something, as opposed to dudes that are real motherfuckers that are going, I just like this. I like to do this. Whether there was
That's
money,
different.
whether
Yeah.
there was money or not,
Yeah.
my heart needs this expression
Yeah.
in this venue, and I want to feel that pressure and see who I am under that. Like that's a whole different kind of
You're
thing.
talking about one guy. I'm kidding.
What I wanted to ask you was, what do you think about all this class action lawsuit stuff that's going on?
Oh, shit.
I couldn't believe that recently. I couldn't believe that Mac Danzig and Gabe Rudiger became a part of it. There's a new class action lawsuit.
I've
with
had
those
people
guys.
hit me up.
What?
So
Okay.
you're crazy.
What does it mean? Like, what are they doing? Like, I'm not understanding what a guy who's like a Gabe Rudiger, like, what could he be suing for? I'm not.
I honestly, I don't know the details on what they're suing for. I just know that they want the fighters to have more of a say and get paid better. That's what they're
Right,
aiming
but a
for.
class action lawsuit
and concussions, and I think
Right.
they're yeah.
So, but what are they possibly? What are they saying in the class? Did you know?
No, I don't know.
So when
I've
they're
been
coming up to
approached
you,
several times.
damn.
Yeah.
So do you
several
think it's?
times. And I'm not touching it. Just for the record,
Of course.
I'm not touching it.
Well, I feel like-
make a very good living messing with the UFC.
I feel like it's a bunch of people that are like, especially lawyers that are getting involved in this. They recognize that there's blood in the water.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
there's a guy that called me. That called me and goes, "Do you know anybody that wants to get involved in this?" And he's just some random lawyer from fucking Texas. That was
how
like
they do it. They
2
do it.
weeks ago.
So do you think
like
a guy
this is
like-
grosser than grosser?
Do you think a guy like Gabe Rudiger or a guy like Mac Danzig, who Mac had a good career, won the Ultimate Fighter, and had decided he wasn't taking shots well anymore, and it wrote a very eloquent piece about it. And I respect Mac a lot. He's a very smart
Great dude. I
And
like
when
him
I
a
see
bunch.
him that he's in it, I go, wow, I wonder what this is. And I wonder, like, I mean, total speculation, I would have to ask, but if some guys are like, hey, this is the end of my career, I'm not fighting anymore, so I don't have to worry about pissing them off. Like, I don't want them to hire me again.
That's what
so
it
if you
is.
think you can get me some money, let's do it.
That's some ambulance
I think it's
chasing
combination.
bullshit,
I
if
think it's
that's what it
combination of
is. I
some
think it's
dudes being
weak.
like, the sport needs to change, and it does.
Right.
Dana knows this. Everyone in this room knows this. Certain things have to change. If the fighters had a union, there's no reason we shouldn't. There's no reason we shouldn't.
the
Every other
unions-
major leagues do.
Yeah, the unions that exist in other sports, they benefit the players for sure. But I think the difference being that there's a bunch of different teams. Like, say if Seattle doesn't want you anymore, and then Boston wants you, there's like New England wants you. You can travel around and be a part of different teams, and that's where most of the negotiation takes place. With the UFC, the issue that people have is that there's a UFC. There's no teams. It's just like everybody's playing for the same team. There's one fucking team. That team's the UFC. It's not the NFL, because the NFL is comprised of a bunch of different businesses. People own the Seattle Seahawks. They own the Miami Dolphins. They own the Raiders.
But they're all under one branch. They're all under the NFL umbrella.
Huh?
And they're all under the NFL umbrella. And part of this union is so these, just for the NFL, these NFL players are destroying their bodies, destroying their brains for whatever, the average career is 3.5 years. So they're saying, for those 3.5 years, what we've given you, we should be compensated for down the road, which is 100% correct.
Yeah, there's without a doubt, there's some merit in that. There's definitely some merit if they were ignorant to the facts, but now the facts have been exposed, which is the claim about concussions and NFL. And I mean, I think this goes with boxing, this goes with MMA, this goes with everything. Once it's all out on the table and like the medical facts and everything are in order, like you gotta say, okay, you didn't know and they didn't know, but now you do know. Okay, so now if you do know, you have a certain amount of responsibility to take care of the people that are under your protection. So what does it entail to have CTE? What are the issues that these athletes could possibly be dealing with? So you got to mitigate whatever the issues that come along with those athletes being concussed on a regular basis. You got to mitigate that. You got to mitigate it by management. You got to mitigate it by counseling, whether it's having someone who's a sports psychologist, having someone who's a neurosurgeon or a neuroscientist that can give them examinations, CAT scans, all that jazz. They should check you out on a regular basis.
And that's great, but those guys should also be compensated down the road for risking their life, being entertainers.
Well, certainly.
Being the elephant in the circus.
Right.
I should have peanuts for the rest of my life.
Peanuts up in this
Okay. You start all that though, but like, what about then any kid that goes into football? Like, you're playing football throughout junior high school and high school. Are those parents subject to child abuse then? Because you're putting your kid in a position where they're getting concussed steady.
I think you got a good point, man. I think that's a real good point.
It's a good point, but those kids aren't dedicating their lives to football in high school.
Fuck, they aren't.
Not really.
Some of them are, man.
Dude.
Some of them are. Some of them are. I mean, there's some kids
all
that
these
realize that
loser
it's their
parents
Willy
that are like,
Wonka
I want my
golden
kid to
ticket.
be-
Their parents realize it. You got a big kid, like say Brendan Schaub. I know you're happily involved, but what if some big Serena Williams looking bitch with just like the perfect boot? I say bitch with all due respect,
of course,
but it's a beautiful super athlete is what I'm trying to say. If some enormous fucking volleyball player, like what's that chick's name? Gabriella Reese.
Okay.
If she want to sling some eggs
Make
your
some
way,
little LeBron
make
James,
some fucking
make some
savages,
X-Men babies.
and then you
I'm in
realize,
100%.
but maybe you're a dude who you always wanted to coach. You always wanted to coach a little guy from the jump. So you get this little motherfucker, and you're like, listen,
that's me, dog.
You're like, listen, you little motherfucker, you got some killer genes, some savage genes. We're gonna make some money.
Hell yeah.
Come on, son. And your kid's like, Daddy, but I want to paint flowers. I wish I was born a girl.
Nah, bitch, get the football. Get the football.
You better look at these guys. They're hot. You can beat them up.
Hey, Max Holloway and our boy Cole Miller, ready to go at it.
Oh,
we gotta
shit.
pay Cole Miller some respect. I love that dude.
Fuck
Get
yeah.
some
Cole
nice
Miller's a
jiu-jitsu.
savage.
He's a savage.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. He's a fun guy to hang with.
He's always down to throw down.
And Max
He's gonna come
Holloway's
at you 100%.
Max Holloway's a bad motherfucker
Cole
too.
Miller never goes
Max is
backwards.
great.
Cole
I
Miller
think
goes
Max
forward.
strike gonna be the difference.
This
If
kid
Max
is-
can get off, he's gonna win.
Max is taking. No, how about fucking Cole Miller's striking's pretty goddamn good. He knocked out Ross Pearson with a left hook.
This is true.
It's a good fight.
Yeah,
That's huge.
This is a very good
That's
fight.
huge. Ross Pearson is a fucking beast.
Cole Miller's
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu on the ground.
Cole Miller's whole family is down to struggle.
His
okay?
dad fights.
His dad still fights. His dad's my age.
In MMA?
And he's still
Yes.
kickboxing
In
and shit.
MMA, I sound like my
Dude,
old
his
school.
dad's a savage.
His dad is cool as fuck too.
And
As
then
is
his brother fights.
His brother Mike is cool
Brother
as
and
fuck.
father all fight.
Damn.
All cool as fuck.
Yeah.
All of them cool as fuck. But
Micah
they're,
Miller.
they're
all
game.
brain drama.
They're all
brain drama.
they're all game as fuck, man. They're ready
Yeah.
to throw.
Yeah, there's just like, you don't want to fucking burglarize their house.
Hey, your boy Diaz. What do you tell him? You wanna
Joey?
see him fight more? No.
Oh, Nick?
Nick.
Well, I think Nick is going to take a well-deserved vacation now. I hope they don't take any money away from him. I don't know what happens with the weed thing. I hope I hope it's a
He's gonna
small
get a
fine.
small fight. He only fights once every 2 years anyway,
Well,
so it's not a big deal.
I hope it's no big deal because I think it's stupid. Unless
It's
he's
his
high
third
when he's
strike.
fighting.
It's his third strike.
So what? It's a stupid law.
I'm with you, brother.
Unless he's, my concern always with these kind of things is like, what are they doing that's helping them fight? And could there be an argument that smoking weed helps his jiu-jitsu and that it helps his training and helps his cardio when he trains? Yeah, there could be an argument. Yes, there is. There was a recent argument about ultra marathoners. Ultra marathoners there was this talk about how they're able to they run ultra marathons way easier when they get high.
Yeah, they run a straight line.
No, these guys are running over hills. They're doing.
Yeah, but they're still running straight.
But
They go that way.
But
high
it
as
ain't-
fuck.
It's hard, man. What's happening with the marijuana is it reduces inflammation and it allows you to numb the pain. Like you're not thinking about it.
Your
you
brain
can go
doesn't
into
give a
zone.
fuck. You're still gonna get knocked out. You might
Oh
not.
yeah. No, I'm
I
not
don't
saying
think
it's gonna
I don't
stop
think it's
that.
performance enhancing.
It is for jiu-jitsu.
Apparently, unless
think it
unless
is.
it's bullshit, it has been written that marijuana actually opens lung passageways. It actually opens your lungs.
What are you saying
that could
about
be
basketball,
bullshit,
Jamie?
But that's what they're saying. They're saying that
Hold on
that's
a
what
second.
happens.
Hold on a second. What?
Performance enhancing in basketball.
Performance enhancing, like they test for it?
They don't test for it.
They don't test for it. But you
No,
think it's
all
performance
those-
enhancing when people do it?
Yeah, it slows down things, makes the hoop bigger.
Yeah. No, it does. Makes it feel. Look, I'll tell you what. It works with pool.
fucking
No, but that
hysterical.
whole thing, that time
makes it
dilation,
feel.
that's
It
a
helps
real
with
thing.
concentration.
Like all that stuff about being into the zone, like so that's there's a lot of studies into
He's
that.
describing how
there's,
he
this,
feels.
Guys can't talk over each other.
there's this book called The Rise of Superman that they went into all these studies about the zone, about being in that flow, and about time dilation. And weed, like cannabis, does that for people.
Yeah.
It gets you into that state quicker, where you become a heightened, more alert animal.
Yeah, it can for some people. Like Nick Diaz loves it. So I bet if you let Nick Diaz smoke weed, he'd probably fight better on weed. You know, and it helps your cardio, man. It just does. Like people don't want to admit that, but marathon runners report that. They report it makes it easier for them to go hard longer.
Okay, all right. Let's say it does all this shit. Either way, Anderson Silva was on some anabolic shit.
Right.
That's
Well-
illegal. We know for a fact that helps. For a
Yeah.
fact.
No, there's no argument there. There's no argument there. The real question is it helping Nick during his training? Like, is it a performance enhancer? Does it allow him to train in a better way? But you know what? Guess what, though, dude? So does a lot of shit that people do. So does this goddamn cryotherapy that we do. That cryotherapy allows people to recover
So
quicker.
does creatine,
So
fish
does-
oil. It's like
There's a lot of
Yeah,
shit that
water
benefits.
is
make
a
make
hell of a
weed,
supplement.
make weed illegal.
How about
legal.
caffeine?
You know?
How about
Caffeine's
caffeine?
a
We're
motherfucker.
allowed.
I got a question for you, Ben, as well. If they decided to just legalize steroids, everyone could use steroids, would we see fighters jumping up in weight or staying right where the fuck
I'd
they're
look
at?
like fucking Alistair Overeem in
Seriously.
2012 right now.
No, seriously, would
Just
you?
fucking
You would?
kill.
If it was legal, you would? If it was
Probably,
legal, you
yeah.
would.
Probably.
And
yeah.
you would get bigger? You'd want to get bigger?
I don't know what I would do.
Would you get bigger if it was legal? Would you use it? I don't know. They said we're going to legalize it.
Different
It's
question
stupid.
for him, 'cause he could go up a weight class.
At that point, I'd say, show me the money. Okay, if I got to go up to get the money and it's legal.
Exactly. So most people would just stay the same, right?
Yeah, but you're talking to heavyweight. I would look like.
Yeah, but
fuck.
Ben, step up on
For
that
you,
mic real quick.
That's a different.
Yeah.
What for you though? It like wouldn't really be effective to add more muscle mass. Like you're optimized physically for your frame at 170. Do you agree?
I would say so.
So if you were
at
going to
this
go to
point.
185, like if you like say not that you want to do it, but if you wanted to do it, if you looked at it like super objectively with no desperation at all, like what's the most intelligent way to plan that out? How long do you think you would take to put on that kind of mass and keep and be comfortable?
To go to heavyweight?
Yeah, no, 185. It's like if
Heavyweight.
you're going to go to 185 and you really like decided I'm going to be a middleweight fighter now. I'm going to abandon this idea of cutting weight and staying lean and restricting my calories and dehydrating myself. How big would you want to get?
I mean, I'd roughly just try to do the same thing I'm doing for 170. Just obviously, we're dealing with 15 pounds heavier.
So, but what would you do? Would you give yourself a year, like two? Like if someone said, how much time?
My first 4 fights were 185, but I was
Right.
stepping on the scale with my jeans
That
on.
was
Right,
lower
right,
level,
right.
though, right? Like lower level.
Yeah, yeah.
We were
Right.
just strolling in.
It
some-
was,
Right,
it was
but I
my
mean,
first
like-
4 fights. You're saying
Yeah.
if I was in the UFC and I had a
Yeah.
fight at 185,
Yeah, right now.
I mean, honestly, I don't know the science behind my body type and how long it would take me to produce that much additional muscle mass.
But it's something that you would have to really consider, right?
Yeah, like if I was going up to 185, I don't know. If I was going up to
Well, the
185,
But if it was your
Yeah,
choice,
but-
you wouldn't even do it. Like if
No.
steroids
No,
are
he's
legal, you'd stay the
optimized.
same, right?
Well, the reason why I was asking was one reason is because Henderson tonight just fought at 155 like a month ago. And now he's stepping in here tonight, and he's fighting Thatch, who's a giant fucking welterweight.
Walks around out. He'll be 190 in the cage.
He's a big boy too.
6'2", 190.
He's long, lean, and he's super aggressive. Great strikers. Like
I bet
wow.
Ben Henderson's
Good KO
180
power.
right now.
No.
Yeah.
No, 170.
That's what he was when he was cutting to 55, but since then, I bet he probably gained at
It's only
least
a
5
month
pounds.
ago. Only
But
a month
I bet
ago.
he gained 5 pounds, so maybe he's like
Well,
180.
who knows, man? Maybe he'll
doubt
be
it.
better at 170, where he's not dehydrating himself. Maybe
Right.
he'd be like a Rumble Johnson type
Joe,
situation.
don't you think like steroids and PEDs benefit really 185 and above? Because those lighter guys really aren't. Then maybe they're using EPO. Who knows? But they're really not going to use the anabolic because they can't put on that muscle.
Maybe not
so
the
it's more,
anabolic
I'd say
stuff.
it's more prevalent at the higher weight class.
It would help for recovery during training.
Yeah.
But they got to cut weight.
I
so you
bet a
can't
lot
put
of
on
them use a
muscle.
little
Sure.
bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit for recovery.
But like
Well,
if you
I
could do
don't
growth and a little test all the time to stay recovered and do 2-a-days all the way through and not suffer overtraining as much and then get clean.
You ain't going to gain that much
Like
weight.
that Belko dude, man, he was interesting as fuck to talk to, man.
He's a fascinating guy. And you know what, man? One of the things he's been saying over and over again is that these testing techniques are ineffective and that these urine tests they're giving fighters are just, and everybody was calling bullshit on him. He was saying they were just, these are just intelligent
IQ
tests.
tests, yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name? What's Balco Cat's name?
Victor Conte.
That's right.
But I had him on the podcast. An interesting cat.
You should
But
listen.
after it's all over, man, now he looks vindicated, in my opinion. I mean, he's vindicated. Goddamn John Fitch.
What were they dogging him about?
I apologize to everybody when I said that John Fitch would never piss hot. I said BJ Penn and John Fitch, neither one of those guys will ever piss hot. And when John Fitch pissed hot, I found out that Santa Claus wasn't real. I really
Dude,
did.
he was
I was
looking
like, I can't
huge
believe
in his last couple
this.
fights. Have you
Fitch?
seen him in his last fight? That's the first thing I noticed. I'm like, that doesn't look like regular John Fitch. John Fitch has some big biceps with giant water hose vein coming through.
I still
Like,
wouldn't believe he's
whoa,
on
right?
PEDs.
He's huge.
I still didn't believe it.
He's
I still didn't
huge.
believe it.
Do you think it's possible that he wasn't? That's all. Is it possible?
No, I love when guys say that.
Dude, he's
Huh?
huge now.
I need
He-
another
he-
test.
He's fucking yoked.
Motherfucker, get out of here.
He used to
Anderson
look-
Silva said the same shit.
Well, Anderson Silva's trainer. Have you ever seen the picture of Anderson Silva's trainer?
Yeah, I saw someone
It's
post that.
hilarious. He's 60 and,
And
he
that's
looks
his
like
really,
the Hulk.
he's really close to him, and he's his
Yeah.
trainer.
That guy's always around Anderson.
Don't do what
That
I
guy's
do.
a good dude. I like that
It's like,
guy.
I just ate that guy's sandwich. I didn't ever inject anything.
I had that guy give
we
me a
shared a
back
lunch.
rub.
We shared a lunch one time, and he
Guy
gave me a
shook
foot
my
massage.
hand and I pissed hot.
Yeah, what if they can prove that he gave him a back rub with hot cocoa
You know, the thing
butter?
too about
Cole
going up
Miller.
in weight because of PEDs is that it doesn't like that bigger muscle mass isn't going to actually maybe dictate that you're going to have better use of that muscle mass. You know what I mean? You're just
Overing
going to be
begs the
heavy and
differ.
slower.
Well, the lightest guy in the UFC in title fights that's pissed hot has been Ali Bagutinov.
For EPO.
He pissed hot for EPO.
Come on,
Which is the best
son.
thing to piss hot for,
What are you
right?
doing to fucking with EPO at that weight? If
Well,
you don't have
because-
cardio at that weight, kick rocks.
You know what? He wanted to be able to do what he does, which is he has like this very kinetic style where he uses a lot of muscle. He explodes a lot, and that shit gets you goddamn exhausted.
You're 120.
Do you think, like, is there a
But
possibility?
he's fighting Mighty Mouse, who's so the opposite of that. Mighty Mouse is super technical. He's always in the right position. And even when he knocked out, like, Joseph Benavidez, it wasn't like some crazy wind-up punch, that threw all of his body weight into it. It was just super technical. So he could do that for 100 rounds. If somebody wanted to fight Mighty Mouse for 100 rounds, he could probably fight you for 100 rounds.
Cole Miller just pulled
125
guard.
Pounds,
Yeah,
though.
he was pulling guard earlier by the cage. Look at
Look
this.
at that. He
Sweet.
pulled guard.
Look at this.
Look at that.
Do it.
Oh,
He pulled guard.
look
Oh, look at
at a little high. He's a little
Wow,
high.
look at that.
He's a little
Leg
high.
lock action.
He's a little high.
I really believe leg locks are going to come back in a big way in MMA.
Look at this.
gonna
Cole
go
Miller with
high.
the
Oh.
roll.
Again.
Oh, sweet.
Oh.
The reverse triangle too.
He might have it. He's got to let go of that one
No.
leg, though, right? He's under that.
No, he's caught
his
up.
left
He
leg
Under
is
doesn't-
that
caught.
left leg. He's under the left leg. with his
Oh,
leg, right?
this is the problem with leg locks right here. This is the
See, I
problem.
don't think he should punch right now. I think he should defend the leg lock and get out of there. Guys usually get tapped out when they go to punch, strike before.
I don't know about that one.
Did you
I say
see
punch
whatever
him.
it is.
Ian
Let's
Freeman
talk
Leg
about
lock-
boxing.
Boxy, talking
leg
about
locker
boxing
guys
routines.
hate
Okay,
getting
let's talk about
punched.
her. She is.
Okay.
I'm not mad at her. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't kick her out of my bed.
I just want to hug her.
Dude, you'd marry her.
I would not marry her.
If she wanted to marry you, if she called you out,
No,
on Twitter,
man.
she goes, "Oh my God, I love Brendan. Let's go out to dinner." And you guys went out, you hung out.
You see
and
what
then
his
she said, "I want to
girlfriend
marry
looks
you."
like.
You know how
What
much
are you
money
talking
she's
about?
worth?
My
Nah,
girl
man.
makes her look like Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah, your girl is. Yeah,
I'm just fucking with you.
Grouch with tits is the greatest description
a great
of an
leather kick. Did you see
unattractive
this
woman ever. My girl makes her
Look at
look
that.
like Oscar the Grouch with tits. Holy shit, that's funny. That's
something Joey would say. Right?
that's exactly like what something Joey would say. That is hilarious.
How would he say it?
She looks like Oscar the Grouch with tits.
Just like him.
She probably smells like him too. Lazy bitch.
See that bitch with the dirty feet coming here?
Boxy. You don't want to be boxy at 22 either, by the way.
You really don't, because when
Yeah.
you get
32
40,
will look different.
Yeah, 48's not
40
gonna look
you're
so
gonna
hot.
be hot.
It's
mess.
Need some
serious
discipline.
issue. Like,
It's a hot mess.
girls would never talk about a guy's physical attribute. Like he's got to get his ears worked on. I know somebody in Beverly Hills. He just got to do something about those ears.
Well, I heard Rihanna. I'm like fucking TMZ. I heard Rihanna broke up with Leonardo DiCaprio because she said he has too much of a belly.
They were dating.
Yeah.
Oh
son.
my God.
Yeah.
And
She said he had too much of a belly.
Yeah. Asked him to get a six pack.
good for
said,
her.
Oh, really
Good
cool.
for
And then
her.
fuck some like supermodel. He's like, yeah, I'll get on that. Well, he's balls deep in some supermodel.
Wow.
Cool story, bro. And then just fuck some supermodel.
Where did you hear this story from?
Online, man.
BJPenn.com.
I'm on the interweb. I'm on
Oh,
that
high
underweb.
kick.
Is there a worse,
Cole
is
Miller
there a
with the
worse
high
sense of
kick.
his than that?
Online,
The
bro.
worst.
Oh, Max Holloway with the spinning back
Probably
kick.
Barstool.
Some guy
You read Barstool?
I read that article.
Oh yeah, I'm all over that shit.
She's throwing him under the bus.
Yeah, I
huh?
said he had too much of a gut.
That's
really
hilarious.
liking those shorts.
Yeah, he doesn't have
Right?
fucking time to work out because he's doing A-list movies all the goddamn time.
Over here picking up all these Oscars, bitch.
And blow.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's why Chris Brown whooped that ass, talking that way.
Dude,
Oh,
that
my,
Django
that's
performance.
goodness.
That's
Right?
aggressive.
Tait Fletcher just went there. Did you hear that?
Did you see him in Django?
Did you not hear what Tait
He
Fletcher
was
just did?
incredible.
that was a good one.
Oh my God, he was incredible.
Damn, Max Holloway just landed a nice right hand. You know what
I'm
you
not
don't
mad at
see
Cole
that
Rose
much?
shorts.
You know what you don't
What?
see that much at MMA that Roy McDonald does so well is that question mark kick. Like I was just looking, Cole Miller grazed the top of his head with a kick.
Right.
And I was like, that kick where you come up and it looks like a front kick and then you turn it into
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Brazilian style.
Cerrone does it almost every fight.
Oh, he
Look at
does
that,
it
he
a
pulled
lot,
guard
yeah.
again, right to another
That
leg
heel
lock.
hook again.
There you go. Let's look at that.
Rory does it really well.
I thought you
does
were
it
gonna
well.
say
I think Cerrone would knock the
work.
motherfucker out with it though.
Oh, yeah.
Cerrone's so good at it, man.
Yeah, that's
I see him knock
Cerrone
cats
does
out in practice
KO
with
a
it.
lot of dudes.
You know who's good at it too? Who the very first person I ever saw do it and knock a dude out?
Marquardt's good at it.
Nope, Brandon Thatch.
Really? Really?
Brandon Thatch. You know how Pettis can do both traditional and southpaw.
Yeah.
Thatch
Thatch
can do
can
both
too?
like a motherfucker.
Re- Oh, no!
eye
Eye
poke?
poke. Oh,
Eye
God.
Damn, it's
Oh,
bad too, son.
Shit. That's it. He's not. gonna
he's
go.
like looking for parts of his eye in his palm.
Damn.
That ruins
Headbutt?
career.
Oh, my God.
You ever seen Bisbing's eye? I shot a show with Bisbing. His
Yeah.
eye is fucked up.
Shit
Yeah.
ruins careers, man.
That's
Oh,
all
my
oil
God.
on it.
It's
Yo.
bleeding. This is
Headbutt or an
awful.
eye
That's
poke?
bad.
Oh shit.
Is that the eyebrow that's
shit.
bleeding or the
Yeah,
eyeball that's
like
bleeding?
right-
I hope it's the
Right
eyebrow.
under it,
I hope
I
it's the
think,
eyebrow.
Oh man.
Look at this.
It's hard to look at.
Oh, it's a headbutt.
it's a headbutt.
It's a
Oh, good.
headbutt.
Thank God.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
I think it's just a cut.
Yeah.
Good.
It's only a head.
No big
Yeah.
deal.
God damn. That
Unless
is,
it's a bad cut, then they're gonna stop
isn't that,
that
well,
bitch.
It's a
Especially
no,
above
man.
the eye, son.
It's a horrible spot.
They'll stop it.
Way better than what I imagined.
Oh, that's a
though,
big cut,
Which
man.
was
Dang,
his
that's
brain
bad.
coming out through
Oh,
his
that's
eye.
not that big.
yeah.
It's
He's
the
right,
eye.
look at
It's
the
the top
ref.
of the
He's
eyebrow.
like waving.
I'm looking at the blood coming down the corner, and I was assuming that whole thing was cut. I don't think it
That,
is.
hey,
No,
that,
it's
that
not that
ref was
bloody
my first
for
ref in
what
the
it is.
UFC.
That, well, the
I think- I
referee
think-
said they keep going, but he said you got to clean my eye.
Yeah, or
So let's
it's
see.
like going in my eyes.
Yeah.
Shit,
Do they
something.
bring
It looked
somebody
like the
in?
ref was waving it off to me.
Yeah, he looked.
He was.
negative.
Oh
No,
no, it's
no,
on.
no. But he's not going to clean it off. I don't
Oh, he's
understand that.
pissed.
Oh, there's
Look
something-
angry.
Dude,
angry.
but Ben, what do they do? Don't they usually clean it off if there's a headbutt, like a cut like that? They have to
If
look
they
at
have the
it.
doctor come in or someone come in and look at it. Yeah, they usually.
That's what I would think they would do.
It's only if the fighter can't see those.
But don't-
affecting his
why wouldn't they
eyesight.
But it is
wipe
right
it,
now.
yeah.
It's affecting his eyesight. He's trying to wipe it out of his eye.
they
But only
definitely
if it's
should
in the eye.
wipe
If it's
it.
going around the eye, they don't stop it. If it's in the eye, they
Okay,
stop it.
the doctor, the referee rather, is coming over to talk to him. He gets 5 minutes, right?
5 minutes, yeah.
So he's saying, "Fuck it, let's go."
Damn.
He goes,
Yeah,
yeah,
let's
let's
go while
do
I'm
it.
angry.
Sometime this fire guy's up. This could be the change
Yeah.
of the match. You know what I'm saying? Dude gets pissed.
Well, a dude like Cole Miller, he's been fighting angry since he was a baby. That shit's in his genes. He's from the South. Cole Miller can scrap.
Georgia.
He scraps. Is that inside leg kick?
I don't know if
Oh,
anyone knows,
shit,
but
Max Holloway.
Max and Ben Henderson have the exact same back tattoo. Identical.
That's true. No, but isn't Benson's like angel wings and his is like one angel and one devil?
Is it?
I think Max, one of them is like a devil wing and one of them's an angel wing. I'm not sure. Someone has that.
Both
one
has
of the guys.
two wings. They're
Yeah,
oh, no,
that's
you're
wings.
right.
Yeah,
That,
they're
that right
different.
one's a little different.
Is it?
Yeah, they're
Let me see. We'll see what he turns around.
I know we can't see.
Well, there is one fighter. Yeah, they're both they're different. Maybe they're just two different kinds of birds. But one dude has it where one side looks like a bat wing. You know, I
Yeah,
don't think,
his
I don't
looks like
think
a
it's
bat wing.
Max.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
his right
Is
one
it?
looks like a bat wing. That left one looks like
We were
a
No,
talking
but
about
that's
back
bony.
tattoos. This is getting real gay, boys. Ooh, nice
We
body
haven't gone
kick
low
for
yet.
Cole Miller. You know, like sponsors like Alienware, it's going to be weird when they're not allowed to sponsor UFC fights. I've been used to seeing that Alien logo for so far. Yeah, it is. It's one of them's like a devil wing.
Yeah,
though,
you're
right.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, that
shit.
combo was
They had
nasty.
the liver.
Nice tie clinch.
But it's going to be sad seeing those sponsors go. Those
They're
sponsors
all
supported
gone,
a
huh?
lot
I'm
of
gonna
fighters.
miss him.
Especially Alienware, man. They've been around so long supporting fighters. I bought an Alienware computer. I even used them to sponsor my podcast just to sort of
They're still Bellator.
to say that, you know, like just to respect them because, you know, it's like it's a big deal.
Think about Hayabusa. They've been around a grip. For,
Yep,
for
yep.
a
Yes,
while.
they have. Yes, they have. Hayabusa
Hayabusa makes the best ankle straps. They cover the whole instep. They're the only brand that covers the whole instep. Killer
Ooh, it's
for
in his eye
lockdowns.
bad right
It
now,
has,
son.
like, the
You
little
can't see at
ninja,
all.
I think overall they make the best
Padding
stuff.
or no? Am I wrong?
It's kind of like padding too.
Right?
Their tie pads are the shit, man. They're the best tie pads. Like, there's a real difference in like how they feel to the guy who holds them.
Yeah. After I would be done holding them with you, my triceps would be burning up, man,
that's
for like a
twice.
day.
What's
Have
the-
you
Super
seen-
sore, but
What's
now
the- what?
How long have
What's
you
he
guys
bitching
been
about
training
then?
together?
I don't know. Did you
2.5
get
years
headbutt
maybe, I
again?
think.
It's a long time.
He's
Yeah.
screaming twice.
Have you seen those?
Oh, that's a
focus
bad
mitts
cut,
that
man.
are-
It looks
It's a
bad.
horrible
You seen the
cut.
focus
Bad
mitts
place.
that are like shaped like a head?
Yeah.
Terrible
I've seen
idea.
those.
Are they cool?
No.
Terrible? I think it's
No.
cool. You get to
Oh
practice
my
hitting your
God,
head.
it's huge.
You
Jesus
get to practice hitting your
Christ.
head. I think it's a great idea.
You got
Have you
one of the
seen
best
this
in the
fucking
business.
cut?
Yeah,
House,
yeah.
son.
Dude, did you see the cut? It
Yeah,
got
it's big.
bigger. I think it got bigger.
It's a big cut.
Right. That shit's
His final
giant.
punch when he was in the guard right before the bell was right on the button again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, that's kind of fucked up, right? Oh, look at this. Nope, that's nothing.
Right there.
Right there.
Terrible highlight.
But it's not like a headbutt.
that's
It's
what
just like he's rubbing. Like
It's
he
just going
went to
into
a
his
clinch,
eye, man.
You know?
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that your eye's fucked up, but
Well, they might have kind of known it was a little fucked up when he's grubbing his head in there. Let's be honest.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, he's aware his head
Yeah.
is hitting the cut. It's pretty bad, though. It's a lot worse than I thought it was.
always going
drooping.
through feelings right
It's
now.
drooping in front of his eye.
Yeah, but when a company like Hayabusa like takes something like tie pads that have existed forever and just makes an improvement like that, where you know you could absorb harder kicks with them, the way they can make their cushioning, whatever it is, it doesn't hurt nearly as hard when
Yeah,
someone's
man.
kicking the.
Have you guys ever had
Joe is-
blood in your eye? You ever had blood in your eye, Ben?
I think
You got blood in your
Hayabusa's
eye?
gonna sponsor
It's a
you on this
fucking
show.
beast. Because the oil, you can swipe and it just doesn't go away. It's like having a film of straight motor oil in your eye. You just can't get it off. It sucks, man. Everything's
awful.
blurry. He's in trouble, man.
Max Holloway is a tough kid, man, and he's had some tough fucking fights in the UFC. But
Fought
he's always
Conor,
there.
right?
Yeah, he fought Conor when
Decision,
he made
right?
a decision because Conor blew his ankle or his
that's
ACL
right.
out.
Bro,
in that
I met up
fight.
with Connor yesterday. He was in Venice. He's
saw
a
that.
big ass dude.
Is he?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, he's big.
Connor who?
How
McGregor.
tall is he?
Oh.
How tall
I
is
get to
he?
145 like a professional.
Fuck, he's
He's
big,
a G,
man.
dude.
He's
I like
super
him a lot.
gangster.
He's got to get by
Oh!
Jose Aldo.
Oh!
first.
That's a tough. It's a tall drink.
But if he gets
Holloway.
by Jose
I'm rooting
Aldo,
for him, though.
Conor McGregor
He's our
versus
biggest star.
Anthony Pettis, think about fucking that.
I agree.
He's not gonna. That's gonna be a different fight for Conor right
Yeah,
now.
but wait a minute. What about
fighting
Frankie
Pettis?
Edgar? What about
No,
Cub
no.
Swanson?
Whoa, what are you trying to do?
No, he
What
won't.
are you trying to do? You want to see him lose? No, we need Pettis.
Do you think
we
that Frankie
need the
Edgar will beat him?
strikers. Yes, he's gonna wrestle him. And I'm all. Listen, I love Frankie, but I'm Team Conor after yesterday, man. He's a good dude. I'm all Team Conor. With the right matchups, that kid. I think he's our biggest star. Easily.
I love Frankie Edgar.
Me
I
too.
love Conor
Absolutely love
McGregor
him.
too. I don't want to pick a side
I love
because
Cub Swanson.
there's part of me that was so. I love Cub Swanson too.
Who's
But
Conor?
there's part of me that was so impressed with Frankie after that Cub Swanson fight. I think it's a crime to not give him a title shot after that fight.
I agree.
I agree.
I think it's a crime. The difference between beating Cub Swanson like that and beating Dennis Seaver at the end of his rope is it just totally.
You know
different
why it's a
thing.
crime? Because think about what Frankie's gone through.
Yeah.
Think about Frankie's road.
Right.
But the thing is, if you give Frankie Conor, you're going to destroy two superstars. You can't do that, man.
Well,
Yeah, you got to
It's
throw
too
Conor.
much- it's too
Connor's
much for
too
Conor.
huge.
You give
you throw Conor,
you give-
Jose Aldo. That is
No,
the
I
You
matchup
give
of the
Frankie
century.
the fight with Aldo, okay? Whoever wins that fight, then Conor fights that. That's how I would do it.
I'd give
Money-wise.
Conor one more warm-up and
Money
then
wise,
give
they
him
make
all.
Yeah.
the most of Conor fighting Aldo.
It's-
If he wins,
Okay,
Conor versus
but
Frankie,
goddamn, that
'cause then you
seems-
get
I like seeing Jose Aldo right now. I like that as a fan. I love it.
Exactly.
Right.
That and
Not
the UFC
right.
knows that.
Conor Jose Aldo, right?
Yeah.
And the
Why not?
Right now.
And the
Right
UFC
now.
knows that.
Why
We're
not?
all gray elephants.
That's like a
and you got
gangster
this
like
pink elephant,
that's
Conor.
Like, that's the
He's
way
a
they
beast.
match make in Japan. They think of a fucking matchup and they do it. You don't have to build up the shit. It's like, let's make it happen right now.
I just
and
feel
I'm
like-
happy about it.
As Conor's management, I'm like, bro, let's get one more. You're gonna fight kind of a grappler wrestler, because don't get it twisted. Aldo's a black belt. It goes to the ground. There's gonna be some issues there, and he can wrestle.
Yeah.
He's hard as fuck to take down too. I'd say you give him one more matchup with kind of a grappler guy who's gonna try and take him down.
I think Conor is gonna. I think Conor's gonna hurt him standing. I don't think it's gonna go to the ground. I think he really hits that hard. How many more
Conor's
fights do we have to
big, man.
see? You know why he's so confident is I really think that everyone that he's training with is going, holy shit. This guy hits so hard and he's like fucking everybody up. That's the confidence he has.
He
And you
doesn't
know what?
miss.
He's proving it. He's hurt. He hit Dennis Seaver with a couple shots, and Dennis Seaver started buckling quick.
Seaver was
Those are some
stiff.
power,
As Joe Rogan
powerful
would say,
shots.
looked a
I
little
think he
stiff.
became stiff once he felt the power.
Nah, he was stiff from when he flew in on Tuesday.
Yeah, but Wade knocked out Dustin Poirier. Nobody ever did that before.
That's what
he
I'm
clipped
saying.
him on the top of his head.
I think he's so confident because he knows that these guys at 45 can't take his power.
Aldo's a different animal.
He's not saying the guys at 55 can take his power. I wouldn't be surprised if like, let's say he beats Jose Aldo and he's going to fight
I hope he
Anthony
does.
Pettis, right? It's going to be him and Anthony. I wouldn't be surprised if Conor said, hey, I knew for a fact I could beat all those guys at 145.
For sure.
I knew there was no way they were going to handle my power. Anthony Pettis is like me. He's got serious power, crazy strikes. It's like a 50-50 fight. You know what I mean? This guy, to overlook this guy would be stupid. This guy's a beast. He's just like me. We'll see what happens.
Dos Anjos is fighting Pettis, though, man. That's gonna be a good one.
Yes.
That's gonna be a
Pettis
good
just
one.
seems fucking unstoppable, dude. He's so confident. And you take him down, he submits you in a second.
Dos
You take him down.
Dos Anjos
damn.
grappling's a beast,
God
man.
damn.
Yeah,
that's
man.
a-
That's gonna be a great.
But,
He's a
but
black belt.
Anthony Pettis can submit anybody.
I
In
agree.
MMA, he'll
He
submit
submitted Ben
anybody.
Henderson.
Black-
I agree.
That guy knows how to squeeze necks. He knows how to take arms.
He's a finisher.
Very good on the ground.
He's a finisher.
And the way he throws his strikes so powerful with no wind up, he just doesn't wind up. He's like, bam, bam, right?
He throws him Taekwondo style.
Yeah,
He
there's no
doesn't
wind up.
chamber him.
With power.
Dos
Yeah.
Anjos
Crazy.
is going to be a tougher fight for him, I think, though.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough fight, but
Well, the tough fight for
Anthony
him is
Pettis seems
Nurmagomedov.
unstoppable.
Habib Nurmagomedov is the tough
No,
fight.
That guy's a
Yeah.
Dude, I'm trying to tell
that's
Cowboy,
true.
don't fight him, man.
Yeah.
Wait for your fucking title shot.
Yeah, I agree.
Because at 155, to get a title shot, it's going to be a fucking nightmare.
Is he going to fight that guy? Is that the story? Man.
So they're trying to set
Nurmagomedov-
that fight up. For sure, you just fought fucking 6 times in like 9 weeks.
Khabib burnt
Take some
Dos
time
Anjos,
off.
right?
gangster, cowboy, woo.
Yeah, it's great to be gangster, but at a certain point, his management needs to be like, dude, sit out. You'll
No matter
fight
what
the winner.
happens, he'll never fade away. Cowboy will be around for as long as he can.
Which
handle
is
it.
great, which is great. If I'm his business manager, I'm saying you wait for the title shot. You've won, what, 6 in a row?
And
You're
you get
fucking
fired
mustard.
too. You'd be one of those shady managers that they fucking get on the underground and say, fuck Brendan.
Nah, you don't want me
I'm
to
just
come
kidding.
manage. I'll take this bitch over. You don't want me to manage dudes. You don't want me to do that.
How many manager stories have you heard? Like manager after manager after manager.
But with Cowboy, it's easy. Don't fight, bro. Wait, man. You've done all this work. We're in the great opportunity. You're gonna get a title shot. Let's wait. Don't
But
fight.
wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a
Habib.
minute.
surprised
He,
he
he
hasn't
might
gotten
have to
one.
wait a long time though. Habib's
Yeah.
ahead of him in line. You know, I mean, there's a lot of fights out there. I mean, he might have to
He's
wait
won
a while.
7 in a row. All right, you wait. Title shots. Think about how hard it is to get a title shot at
Dude,
155.
are people
He's like
waiting
the
and
most
denying?
active UFC fighter.
You gotta-
Are they denying fights? I mean,
Vitor didn't.
that
wanna
happens every
take-
now and then, but generally, Dana White offers a fight or Joe Silva, and you fucking just do
when
it,
you're
right?
Donald Cerrone and you're fucking, I mean, him and Dana
he could command fights.
are fucking, it's like stepbrothers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, really?
they're boys. Yeah.
Oh,
So
really?
I'm sure he can be
Oh.
like, and think how much he fought for him. He fought Ben on a fucking, what, 2-week, 3-week notice?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're fucking hanging out with
And you
Dana
win
White,
7
you
in
can
a
easily
row?
say,
You win
"Take
7
it
in a
easy."
row?
Yeah, well, Cowboy wants to fight a lot. I think he feels more comfortable when he fights a
does.
lot.
He does.
He gets better when he
That's
fights a
it.
lot.
Joe,
so
I
I would
get
not
that.
go with that advice.
You
I would
wouldn't?
No.
So
Because
you
he's
would
not
fight-
in line
you'd
for an
fight-
immediate title shot. If he was in line for an immediate title shot, I would say that's good advice. Wait it out. But he's not. There's other guys ahead of him. This shit could take a year. Look, what if Pettis hurts himself again? Okay, Pettis hurt himself with Gilbert.
Interim
A lot of
fight.
people were saying, that interim fight's no good, man. Look, when
Still champ.
Pettis hurt himself, had to go through surgery. He's gone through at least 2 surgeries, and there was rumor that he hurt his hand or something after the fight with Gill, and it turned out that wasn't true. Or if it was hurt, it was okay. He could rest it and it'll be fine. But anything could happen. Look at the fucking heavyweight division. They had to have an interim title because at a certain point in time, it's like Kane's going through another surgery. Like Jesus fucking Christ, and. When you can't wait around for a title shot if that's the situation, because you can go dry.
Is Cowboy fights so much better when he's active. I think it's good. It's good general advice. I think what you're saying, but like Cowboy fights so much better, and his head is like his head is in tune a lot better.
I just don't want to see him fight
But
Khabib.
the thing is, he takes off 6 months or whatever it is, and he comes back. He's not gonna get a tune-up fight. He's gonna fight somebody that's a fucking savage.
Yeah.
Like it's almost better for him to stay in the fucking woods.
Almost, yeah.
I just think title
Is
shot.
Woods bad or good? What's the Woods?
It's good.
Just staying active,
Stay
man.
fight.
Staying moving.
I think first
In
of
the
all,
woods.
a guy like Nurmagomedov is an elite grappler, and it'll show you where Cowboy's defense is and where his back game is. Because Cowboy has a very nasty triangle that people forget about.
God,
He's got a
dangerous,
nasty
dangerous.
game off his back.
Cowboy's super finisher.
Very
yeah.
nasty off his back. So I wouldn't say that he couldn't beat Nurmagomedov. And if he did beat Nurmagomedov, especially if he fucking showed his versatility by submitting him, I mean, you would think if Cowboy's going to win, like most people would say, probably by knockout, right? Like Nurmagomedov.
Stand up,
Yeah, he'd head kick him or something.
Yeah.
But, man, if he caught him with something on the ground, man, that would be even more impressive, in my opinion. I mean, catch him in his own realm. Nurmagomedov is the elite grappler. Whether he could do that or not is a big if. Like a guy like
Big
Nurmagomedov's
if,
been
man.
doing combat sambo world champion, and you watch him fight Dos Anjos, it's pretty obvious his grappling is on some next level
Another
shit.
level, man.
Because he just took that dude to the ground anytime he wanted to, ragdolled him,
Whooped his
threw
ass.
him away, pounded on his face, elbowed him,
And he beat
Dos
Donald.
Anjos.
Dos Anjos beat Donald.
Yeah, he did.
So
and he beat Ben.
Yes. So
Knocked
you
out
look
Ben
at
as well.
like a Conor McGregor. He's not fighting these elite grapplers.
Yeah.
So why does Cowboy have to fight this?
Well, I think he
ridiculous elite
wants to.
grappler?
I think he wants to. And if he wins, god damn, dude. If he wins, I mean, think about it. He took the Benson fight with 2 weeks' notice. A lot of people think he didn't win. It was a very close, controversial decision. I thought Henderson was going to get the nod. I didn't rewatch the fights. I'm not committed to that. I'm not married to that. But I think Benson was more effective. He did more shit, got more things off. And I knew Cowboy was pretty banged up going into that fight too, especially after the way he was kicking Miles Jury's legs when he was
Cowboy
down.
didn't look good in that fight.
Yeah, he looked like a guy who just fought 2 weeks
Yes.
ago. I mean, he still looked good, but took a head kick and fucking played it off. He got head kicked at one point in time by Ben and played it off well. Like you could see him stiffen up though. Like he got wrung. It's tough, man. You fight and then you fight 2 weeks later, you're gonna be busted up.
Especially cutting that weight, man. There has to
Yeah.
be some sort of
point of no return where your body's just like, dude, we can't keep doing this.
But then
Especially
you
this short of
also
notice.
you look at Nurmagomedov, and he's been out for a long time. He's had a knee surgery, and then I think he fucked something up again. Like I think he hurt his knee, and then and retrained too quick or something like that. He's been out for a long time. So he's healing up, trying to get back on the mend, because the reason why they gave Gil the title shot, I mean, I think Gil was supposed to get the title shot, but they were going to have, Nurmagomedov was in the mix, and they tried to offer him a big fight, but he couldn't take it because his knee was fucked up. And that was like about 6 months ago. I forget what fight he couldn't take. But so he's been out for a while too, so it's not a bad time for Cowboy to catch him, you know, if you wanted to look at it.
if you're going to catch him.
If you're going to catch him, it's not a bad time.
Are they both Greg Jackson?
They both train.
No,
well,
one's
no.
AK.
No,
Nurmagomedov's
Nurmagomedov's
AK. Yeah.
Rustam Habilov
Yes,
is
Rustam.
Greg Jackson.
Greg Jackson's.
A lot of those crazy Russians. And Benson beat Rustam Habilov.
Yep.
So that was a big win for him. That fucking lightweight division is filled with murderers, man.
Just murderers, bro,
Murderers.
man.
So
Such a
many
beast.
I think
killers.
Dos Anjos got a really good shot of beating Pettis.
Well, you
I
know,
think he's got the best shot.
He's got a strong grappling game. He's very physically strong. You look at that Nate Diaz fight. His grappling game is very strong.
Yeah.
He's very fucking big. He's very fit. His leg kicks are nasty
Yeah,
as
he's
shit.
worked his kickboxing.
Yeah,
man.
so it's like
Solid.
he's not a like an easy out on the feet. It's not like, you know, Pettis could just light him up on the feet. You know, I think it's going to be
just strong too.
yeah.
man.
I think it's going to be on the feet. It'll be interesting. See if Pettis can get off. Pettis is definitely quicker. And he's
100%,
definitely more experienced against world-class competition and being successful. I mean, Pettis knocked out Cowboy. You know, I mean, Pettis he's something special. He really is.
It's also the southpaw. It's going to be interesting. Southpaw
Yeah.
stance.
It's going to be really hard for anybody to stand with Pettis.
He's
that's
too scary.
Yeah, he hits so hard with all the unorthodox stuff. I mean, he has the craziest kick
I'd love
ever.
to see Connor or Aldo do it.
Yeah, I wanted to see Aldo versus Pettis, and they were trying to set that up.
They were, yeah.
And let me tell you something. Pettis was ready to go down to 145. He doesn't give a fuck. He's like, I want to fight that dude. He goes, I think I can beat that motherfucker.
That's when he hurt his knee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And imagine Pettis going. I mean, remember they were setting that up. They were setting up that super
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
Pettis going down to 145 and fighting Aldo would be fucking crazy. Looking at those two guys facing off against each other, that would be insane.
That's a super fight.
What do you think, Eric Silva? Break him down.
Eric Silva is a very aggressive dude. He's a very tough guy. Like, you look at his fight with Matt Brown, he's a ferocious dude for like the first round or so, two rounds. I've never seen him do like a Nurmagomedov type fight or
What is that?
a Dos Anjos fight. Just Dos Anjos, the way he ground down Nate Diaz for 3 rounds, kicked him, took him out, smashed him, constantly working. Eric Silva, I think, especially earlier in his career, tended to run out of gas. Like John Fitch outfitched him. John Fitch just kind of took him down, mauled him, and stayed on him and wore him out. He just got worn out. He's not the same guy towards the end of the fight. And Matt Brown, that's Matt Brown's world. You know, he's into drowning bitches. Matt Brown drowns motherfuckers. That's what he does. You know, and
Technical
Eric hurt him.
brawler.
He hurt him in the first round. He hit him with a nasty body kick. He's got a real good left kick to the liver. He throws that kick. He'll throw it like a front kick, too. He'll throw it that way, too. He's really good with his distance with his kicks. He's super aggressive. His ground game is real solid. But he's just, to me, it's like he's emotional or something, or too much adrenaline or something. But it doesn't seem to hold a pace that he can sustain. And if you get in there with a guy like Matt Brown, like, you got to know when to lay off the gas, man. You got to know when to recover. You got to know what kind of shape you're in. And Matt Brown exposes people. He did to Wonder Boy. He exposed Wonder Boy. I'm not saying this in a negative way towards Wonder Boy, because I think Wonder Boy, what was exposed in that fight, according to my conversation with Wonder Boy, is that he overtrained. He said he was really trying to deal with the cardio and the shit that Matt Brown was throwing at him, but he said he might have overdid it because he was just like real flat. And then, you know, Matt, you can't have an off day when you're fighting Matt Brown.
Matt breaks guys, right? His pace breaks dudes.
He
Like, if you watch
drowns
Matt Brown
bitches.
versus Eric Silva, I think Matt eventually broke him.
Yeah,
you know,
he did.
like that
Oh, he
pace is
did.
just like, what the fuck?
He's
you know
not-
what I'm saying?
he's
That
ferocious.
first round's gonna be a beast.
He's not
How
laying
crazy
off.
is that fight? He's
Yeah.
Ben Saunders
Yeah, but
gonna
Eric
fight.
Silva.
Oh, I got my boy.
Never-
I got my boy Killer B all day. He's gonna have his hands full.
Your
'Cause
guard
your
right
reach and
now
your
is
guard.
so unusual, you know, and the more you concentrate on training with this motherfucker. You're to me are like I've been waiting for someone to come along others outside of Aoki, but of course Aoki always have those crazy tights on. It's like it's so hard to find someone in MMA that understands that guard correctly. And to be able to have the kind of flexibility and dexterity you have and wrap guys up, you're going to see you get into positions like Jason Day was when he fought Alan Belcher in Canada. He wrapped him up in that mission control and dropped some bows on him, man. And you realize, like, if someone is good at this position, you leave someone incredibly vulnerable. Incredibly vulnerable. It's just that position is there all day. The position to lock up arms, mission control, in order to get to, like, a good place of completely controlling a guy in a way that you rarely see in closed guard. It's the technique is around in grappling. I mean, you see it in grappling, but in MMA, it's fairly not, and it's not because it doesn't work. But to me, it's like wheel kicks. Like for the longest time, we just didn't see them, and everybody didn't think they worked. And then Barbosa lands that fucking nuclear weapon on Terry Edom, and everybody's spinning now. Vitor's winning with spinning heel kicks. Knocks out Luke Rockhold with a fucking spinning. Junior Dos Santos hits Mark Hunt with it. I mean, I think that once someone sees what a guy like you is capable off of his back, it opens up so much defensive possibilities and so much offensive possibilities too. Like you're way safer defensively and your offense off your back in positions that people don't think they're vulnerable for. You know, like everybody puts their fucking hands on the mat in the UFC. Everyone does. Everyone does. You put your hands on the mat at his school, and you're gonna have an elbow problem.
Who do you do your stand-up with,
You're gonna get your shit
Ben?
snapped, or you're gonna get your neck snapped.
He was in Cole Miller's corner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's Noguchi.
The great thing about Ben is, you know, I've had so many MMA fighters come through and try to add the rubber guard or other techniques to their MMA game. And sometimes someone would come and their striking will be really bad. They got really good jiu-jitsu. They want to do MMA. They just started striking 6 months ago. They want to add rubber guard. I'm like, okay, we're going to add rubber guard, but man, like, you got a long way to go with your striking, you know? Or a guy will come from a wrestling background, really good wrestler, not that good striking, just started jiu-jitsu, he wants to do MMA. We got a lot to work on. We got to work on a lot of other jiu-jitsu than rubber guard. We're not just going to work on rubber guard. We got to get your passing together. We got to get your guard retention together. We got to get so much other stuff together. Like, this is a long-term project. But they're awesome. They're awesome people. Yeah, they're awesome people. And then sometimes you have a tremendous striker coming to me, man, I want to learn some rubber guard. Mike has zero wrestling, and his jiu-jitsu is blue belt level, and the same with him. You have tremendous striking. That's awesome. But man, dudes are going to try to take you down, and you got to have guard retention skills. You got to have just so much other pieces of the game that it's not just rubber guard. So it's a lot of things that you got to work on. But when Ben came to me, he came to me with UFC experience. He came to me as a black belt from Ricardo Laborio, so I don't have to really work on anything else, but just really, and he got tremendously long legs for his size. He's 6'2", 6'3", but he's got the legs of a dude that's 6'8", and they're super flexible. He's super flexible, and a lot of guys that come to me, they're ready to fight, and they're doing pretty good, but they don't have the flexibility. We got to get the flexibility together. That could take a year. That could take 2 years. That could take 3 years. That could take 2 months, depending on how much time they're willing to put in to their flexibility. So Ben came to me already a black belt from Ricardo Laborio, already had his flexibility, already was playing versions of the rubber guard. He was already bringing his legs up, and he's an amazing striker. Jesus Christ, it's really easy for me. Like, he wants to stand up. He don't even want to take it to the ground, but it just seems like at least his last 2 opponents in the UFC wanted to take him down. What was his name? Chris Heatherly. Chris, he wanted to take you down. He saw your tape. When you look at the tape, and to be honest with you, I'm so buried. I've been buried with just life the last few years. I haven't kept up with MMA like I want to. I just don't have the time. And I never watched Bellator. When Ben went to Bellator, I kind of lost track. I saw 1 or 2 fights. I lost track.
Jesus.
Vicious, right?
Beast.
See the kick you just threw?
What happened?
He's a
just
hell of an
warming up,
athlete,
and he
too.
just threw a wicked fucking round kick.
So anyways,
This is
to
also
make my
his
point,
10th fight in this arena. All his fight when coming up, all his fights were in this arena. This is just another
whatever
day in
we're
the
gonna say
office.
about anything else. Let's wrap it up before we get
Yeah,
to
real
this
quick.
fight.
I just wanted to finish what I was saying about Ben. Is he came to me, and I really didn't know how good of a striker he was. Renato Laranja's the one who came up to me and said, "Have you seen what do you know about a striker?" I go, "He's pretty good. He's got good knees, right?" I remember like the Killer Bee knees. He goes, "Dude, go watch him on YouTube. This guy is fucking a super killer." So I went and I watched a highlight reel of Ben Saunders, and when you watch a highlight reel, like, oh shit, it's a highlight reel of him fucking starching dudes and fucking them up with all sorts of shit, knees, head kicks, spinning back fists, elbows, boom. Man, it makes it easier to teach someone when they're already coming as a killer.
Team Killer B.
What do you think?
Main events on,
what
son.
do you think Benson Henderson's weighing right now as he gets into the octagon? Like, how much do you think he was cutting? What do you think he probably weighs right now?
175, 180.
I'd say 170. 171.
Well, so you think that's all he weighed before he started his cut down to 155?
Yeah.
171.
So it's not much bigger
He
than
just
that.
fought.
It's hard to put back.
He
on
just
weight.
fought Brandon Thatch's head coach, Lisa Bowling, wrestled in college with Ben Henderson, and they're super close. And that's what he was saying. The advantage is Ben walks around at maybe 170, barely. And we know Thatch, on a strict diet, lean as fuck, will enter the octagon night at 190, which is crazy, man.
Wow. So there's a big difference in the size. So you're talking about, we're probably looking at a 15-pound plus difference. There's your boy Joe Riggs.
Yep.
15 pounds, and you're talking about a dude who's a KO artist, too, at 170.
Right.
That's
But
his shit.
He looks the same.
But-
He doesn't look any
But
bigger.
grappling's different.
Right,
The
but
grappling will be the difference.
What I was going to say is, has he ever fought someone at this level? Because Benson is at a very high level.
I agree. No, he hasn't.
This is like the
Fought
biggest.
Paulo Thiago in Brazil.
Yeah, but Paulo Thiago's nowhere as good as Benson Henderson is.
I know. I was
All
just
due
saying,
respect
That's
to
the
Paulo.
highest level he's fought.
Yeah,
And it was in
Paulo,
Brazil.
At
Odds
one
are against
point-
him.
You mean supplement-wise?
Yes.
I love that you said yes.
Just kidding.
Well, I wonder how many guys, man, how many guys did get the fucking free pass from the doctor. My friend, don't worry about this. I got the right urine for you in this one. I mean, it had to have happened somewhere along the line in some country where a local guy got a free pass on a drug test. That would be a giant scandal if we found out that someone in the athletic commission in some place was involved in doping someone, like helping some fucking super Geronimo type dude.
You know what's crazy? It wouldn't even surprise me. Like, oh, damn,
No,
that's
it
crazy.
wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me.
There's
I was
so
more
many
surprised
people.
about Bruce Jenner turning a chick. Straight up. That surprised the shit out of
It
me.
was shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking.
I want
Fuck
to go
my
back
day
to the
up.
podcast
Fuck my
when we
day
were
up.
ragging on Callan about it and listen to it.
Olympian.
It's one of the best Olympians ever,
It's an
son.
Olympian. Is he the first cornflakes box or something like that?
Something like
Wheaties,
that.
Wheaties, son.
Yeah. Cornflakes.
I wish
Whatever,
they would
whatever.
give Bruce Buffer more airtime. He's doing all this cool shit right now. We
He's
can't
got
even
the
see it.
most
They do less
longevity
and
in
less
the
with
UFC.
Well, people are more into what he does now. Like even the UFC appreciates it now. Like these wacky moves. They used to be
Oh,
embarrassed
Herb
by his
got this
wacky
guy.
moves.
Isn't it true that Eddie Bravo gave him the idea and the inspiration for the Buffer 360?
No. I had
was my
the
idea.
buffer, the Matrix buffer.
idea, son.
The
was my
Matrix
idea.
buffer was a different one. He never ran with it. It was too hard.
The 360.
It was too hard because there was one where
Wait! Don't say it was too hard. Say
Where
the
we go,
fans
when
the
you go-
fans weren't ready for
I
it.
wanted him to do this move where instead of just going like that or spinning and going like that, like him going like this, keeping eye contact, coming through like that.
I like that.
I can't even do it. You'd
I
have
like
to
that.
practice, but the idea is like that.
Yeah.
He didn't want
That's,
to do
you
it.
got to have some good back flexibility to do that.
Can you
He's
imagine,
good, though.
can
Even
you
that-
imagine
just
if you
two-
could
two
pull it
reps
off?
right there,
Can
you
you
look
imagine
good.
if he went like that
You keep
and
eye contact.
keep eye contact and he went like that?
Joe, you know
He
what's
might be able
weird?
to
I like
bang
it.
them.
I like
Let's say Thatch knocks him out. What's it do for Thatch? Because Ben's
Huge.
really a
Giant.
55er.
Puts him on the map.
Puts him on the map,
fuck
right?
yeah.
Because such a big
The
win.
big way.
But in 170, does it? Does it
Yes.
make a statement
Yes.
at 170?
Yes, because he talked about doing 170 before. Everybody knows he's a big 155er. He's a world champion I mean, Benson Henderson is legit world champion class fighter.
UFC,
So,
UFC champ. Yeah.
I mean, he's stepping up to 70 for sure, but for Thatch, that's a giant win. And for Benson, it's to let everybody know, hey, you know, I can fuck some people up at 170 too, including really dangerous, unheralded young guys that no one wants to fight. And that's Thatch. There's a lot of dudes that do not want to fight that guy, you know?
I know a couple guys who turned the fight
God
down.
damn, he's
That's a
big.
size difference.
That is
He's
a
got
big
6'1".
motherfucker.
Yeah,
least.
Benson's
He's
better keep
6'2".
jumping.
Brandon's 6'2".
He's a beast, dude.
Yeah, he's a thick dude.
This is gonna be a hard fight for him.
Athletic too, man. Grappling's always been his Achilles heel.
And you can tell, like, he
So
does not have a
Leister-
doubt in his mind, man.
Leister's been working with him.
Like a motherfucker.
Like a mother.
This
Leister
dude's
knows
been
his shit,
sleeping.
man.
He's
Leister
been
knows his
sleeping
shit.
in the wrestling room.
Leister Bowling's no
Mr.
joke.
Bowling, yeah, and Elliot Marshall helping
Here
out
we
with
go.
jiu-jitsu.
Here we go. 454 if you want to keep up with us.
Oh, made him wait.
Thatch
He's a
is,
big
Thatch is a
boy.
superstar in Denver too, man. I don't
Look
know
how-
if you saw the billboards
Look
in
how
the back.
calm he is here, too, walking him down.
Cleared size difference.
I love Ben though, man.
Thatch is real confident.
God, switching stances, making him miss.
Well, Benson's got to get some respect here for sure. He's got to tag him with something that
If-
gives him at least some concern.
I'll
Because
tell you what, if he shoots though, Thatch's knees, man, they're legendary in Denver.
really, damn.
You could always see his kind of.
He's just waiting for him to
What's the
shoot.
matter?
His knee is fucking nasty.
You're chewing into the mic.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. Last chip.
Last chip.
Watch
Good
the
body
fight,
shot
man.
by Ben.
Yeah, but
You were really loud.
Damn!
shit,
Oh my
son.
god! Yo, this is.
You
this
don't want to
fight's
be in the
going
clinch
off.
with Thatch either, man.
Dude, this fucking kid's stand-up is good. Nice setup there. I like how he faked with the right to set up distance for the left.
He's super creative, man.
Look at that. Benson throws that hook. He got
The
out of
last
it
guy who I
easy.
saw as creative as Thatch is Cup Swanson.
is that right?
Wow.
Yep.
That's amazing. And you said that he's been trained by his dad since he was a little kid?
Yeah, since he's in diapers, man.
That's cool.
He used to come in the gym, and we would literally just watch him just destroy cats with knees, southpaw, traditional stance,
Dude,
whatever he
I
wanted to
like
do.
how he switches back and forth effortlessly.
Yup, he's
Look at that. Nice check there, too.
real
He
calm.
switches. Ooh, nice right hand to the body by
Great
Benson.
body shot by Benson.
Henderson's backing
But
up
he's
a lot.
chasing him down.
Henderson's
like
backing up
an
big
animal.
time.
But listen, the longer this goes, the better it is for Ben. Thatch is big as fuck.
Oh, big kick to the body.
This is not
Oh,
looking
right
good.
hand over the top by Thatch. God damn.
These look like
It's
different
not
weight
looking
classes.
good for Henderson, man.
You gotta remember too, Thatch, like I said, he's fought in this arena 8 or 9 times. He's the
So
main
he's
event.
Pretty uncomfortable
He's
here.
he's used to being, the star attraction.
So what you're saying is,
He's nervous.
Has nasty elbows too, man.
Oh, damn. Hard inside leg kick check by Henderson. Dude, he's big. Oh, nice front kick by Henderson to knock him down. Doesn't hurt him, but keeps him honest. Mm-hmm. Get all off your back.
Southpaw.
Dude, he hits hard. You can see it. It's very fluid with his kicks, man.
See how he's switching traditional southpaw? Nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty
he's super
athlete, man.
fluid, man.
Oh,
Oh, he's trying to set up a kick.
Yep.
See how he's dropping his hands? Standing sideways, looking for the spin, my friend.
If I'm Ben's coach, I'm saying get him against the cage and wear him out, man. Get him to the 3rd and 4th round.
He's setting something up. He's like he's setting a spin up.
Yeah, it looks like
keeps-
he's setting up a spinning. Yeah, I agree.
He keeps doing it. Like he keeps leading with that left. When he gets that left forward, he's looking to spin with his right side, but he just isn't pulling
Good
the trigger
kick
on.
by
He's
Ben.
thinking about it too much. That was a nice inside leg kick.
Great
I
body
like
shot.
that body shot. Benson has
You
landed that
do
a
not
couple
want
of
to be in that
times.
clinch, son. You're just so much stronger.
Damn, that's where 5 minutes is a long time. This kind of scrap. Ooh, nice body kick by Henderson.
That's why I'm interested to see Thatch in the 3rd and 4th round.
Oh. Dude, he's going after Benson. going after him, man. Oh, nice jab.
Great knee.
Damn, big kick up high. Woo, nice. Nice combo by Henderson.
Made him switch.
God, he's fast at cutting them off.
And that's just from a karate background, you said? His
Karate
dad has a
background,
karate?
and his main sparring partner is Matt Brown.
Whoa.
Matt Brown and Neil Magny are the guys that rotate in on him. Matt Brown lives on his couch when he does his camps in Denver.
No shit.
Yep.
Matt Brown lives in Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
Cincinnati or Cleveland?
I think
Cleveland?
I think
Columbus.
Cincinnati.
Columbus?
Columbus, yeah.
Columbus.
Ohio, right?
Yeah, Columbus, Ohio. Because I know he trains at Westside Barbell.
Yeah, exactly.
He does
That
some stuff
shirt.
with that
Dude,
Louis Simmons guy.
those guys are badass.
I got one of those reverse hypers in the back.
Oh, sweet.
Dude.
I just did a seminar with the powerlifting people, with the strongest woman in the world and her husband and shit, and it's fucking phenomenal. Like, it's awesome shit. And really it's something that all fighters, like, as far as like when you see guys lose knockout power, dudes that used to have it, starching dudes, and then they don't, and they're just like, it's like they're just tapping dudes now. I feel like their training has been misused in a way.
Strength-wise, you're saying?
Yeah, and they actually lose that power because it's weird. It's like with jiu-jitsu. It's the same thing. Like we didn't see a lot of rubber guard for a long time, and now it's like creeping in and all that kind of stuff. But it's like there's a time in MMA where there was nobody that was pushing a guard game. They're like stand up and scrap again, right? And that's because the coaches didn't know any better. And now, like a lot of guys like Dwayne Ludwig's of the world that are like actual fighters that came out and now they can put that together. That's changing the whole face of it. I think, you know.
So you mean like now we're seeing that with strength and conditioning? Is that what you're saying?
And now
Like,
we're seeing that with strength and conditioning as well.
Yeah, well, you never forget.
It's a bunch of people that don't know
right
better.
hook by Benson. That Marv Marinovich camps, those Marv Marinovich camps that BJ went through for the best performances of his career. You know, he hated doing it, but man, watch BJ when he fought Diego Sanchez.
Oh.
He was a motherfucker.
Yep.
That was at USC, right? He was doing all that USC.
Yeah, he was doing all kinds of crazy shit. I mean, there's videos of him working out. He said he was so tired at night he couldn't even pick up his baby.
Yeah.
You know, he said he was just exhausted. But, Benson caught him. But the result was incredible. Looking for a knee.
Yeah, those knees, man.
The result was incredible. I mean, BJ in that kind of tip-top condition is such a motherfucker, man.
Did you see the Roots of Fight BJ documentary? They sent that to you?
Yeah, they did. I haven't watched it yet, though, but I heard it's amazing.
It's awesome.
That way you're wearing a BJ Penn shirt?
Well, they sent it to me, but I just watched the
Respect.
documentary yesterday.
Respect to BJ.
Makes a difference.
Yeah, BJ was a beast, man.
There's Leister Bowling, Christian Allen, the masterminds behind Brandon Thatch.
Oh, nice. Now, do you think Thatch is starting to slow down?
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's interesting to see Thatch in the third and fourth round, man.
Well, how about the fifth, if he gets into that, right? But what is the knock on him as far as his conditioning?
He's knocking everyone out in the first round, so we really don't know. I mean, in training, he's always been a beast because he's so
Right.
comfortable. As long as this is all stand-up, he can do 10 rounds. If Ben starts grappling with him, I think Brandon's going to be in some trouble.
Do you think maybe Benson might know that? It might be like looking to stand with him for the first couple of rounds and then wear him down the third, fourth, and fifth and then start taking him down if you had to be in his corner?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'd say to do. Well, the thing is like I said, Leister Bowling is really good friends with Ben, and Ben's head coach, Crouch, they just talked when Cowboy and Ben fought. They just talked, and he told him, he goes, yeah, the best guy in our camp right now is Brandon Thatch. And he told him about him. He's like, he's this monster. The next thing you know, they're fighting each other.
Dude, that switch that spinning back kick to the body. That switch that he does where it makes it look like he's going to throw a right kick and then he sets up the left, or a left kick and he sets up the right. That's some beautiful shit, man. That's something you only see in like high-level kickboxing most of the time.
Good jab by Thatch.
It's
I
a
really
rare
wish
thing
Ben
in
would
MMA.
grapple, man.
Ooh, nice jab.
He's got to be waiting for it.
Right?
Or maybe he just thinks the dude's too big. He doesn't want to fuck with that.
Ben's a high-level grappler wrestler,
That's
man.
a beautiful
There he
fucking
goes.
jab right hand or jab left hand. But then Ben just went for a leg. But that might be to keep him honest, you know?
I think Ben needs to switch it up. Get him guessing, man.
Ben is throwing a lot of right hooks to the body over and over again.
Oh,
Was that a? Did he lose his balance right there?
Nah, it looks
See,
like he
right
got
there,
rocked
he
a
should have
little
come
bit.
back and tried to press him on the fence, see if he could hold
Ben
him
looks
on the
like
fence.
he's a little rocked.
But
his legs
to
aren't
risk
underneath
being
him.
pinned against the fence by him would be death.
Ooh, good body shots. I bet he goes up top soon.
Good move moving these main event fights to 5 rounds, right? Can you imagine
Except
it
for
was
the
3?
fighters.
It's so
I
much
mean-
more entertaining.
Yeah,
It's a beast for the fighters, especially in
it-
camp.
Yeah, ooh, nice straight left. It is great to watch, but you got to think they can't, like Stipe Miocic and Junior Dos Santos. Like, how many of those can you do? Oh, damn, ragdoll.
He needs to not stay down here, though.
Wow.
He just
Got some
tossed
good
him
balance.
down.
What happened?
hell?
Eye poke there or something? Something happened.
Maybe.
Wow,
Something
I
they
love that
both
show
recognize.
respect in the middle of
Yeah.
combat. Those guys just hugged. No one's even talking about it. Oh, beautiful jab. And then switches stance.
He's got angles, man.
Dude, he's very creative, man. Very creative. Look at that, ragdoll him
Again,
again.
same
He
deal.
needs to let him up, though. Don't stay down there, Ben.
How about keep holding on to that leg and kicking the shit out of it? Dude.
I mean, I think if Ben's going to try and win this, he needs to go for singles,
Ooh,
even
that
if he
right-
doesn't get him.
I like that right hook to the body that
Yeah,
Ben's
and
stepping
then-
in
and
with.
over-
That is,
over the
he's
top.
landed that a lot, man. That's a nasty
Yeah, at least
shot.
5 or 6 times.
Yeah, that's a nasty shot, man. He
I'm
might be
surprised
trying to set up the up top, right? Get a guy
he
to
keeps
get
trying to
used
come
to
with the left hand, yeah.
covering that because he expects it, and then go over the top.
I think Thatch is setting up a head kick. He keeps going low into the body.
Well, he would think that he would have an advantage in speed, but what he might have an advantage is pace, the ability to keep that pace up for 5 rounds. He's done that so many times. Like, Benson is a master at understanding his own limitations as far as like cardio. Like, he keeps a solid fucking pace. He knows exactly how to redline it, and he could redline it for 5 rounds. He knows his body real well in wars, you know? I mean, think of those Frankie Edgar fight. Like, he's gone some hard 5-round fights, you know? That's a huge advantage, especially knowing you've been there. You know the territory.
Yeah, yeah.
As opposed to Thatch.
I think that's his biggest advantage in this fight, and I don't feel like he's using it. I gotta be
Well,
honest.
we're going into round 3 now. I
Yep.
mean,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
right
let's
when if you know,
pick it
you
up.
got to think John Crouch, his coach, one of the geniuses of MMA. There's like a handful of geniuses, like Matt Hume, Faraz Zahabi is one of my favorite. Greg Jackson has a lot of knowledge. You know, Ricardo Laborio is a genius of MMA. There's like there's a few maestros. John Danaher, there's a few of them. John Crouch is one of them. So when you're agreeing to fight a kid like this, he's not dumb. He knows this kid's a fucking giant savage. You know, there's got to be some thought to what the proper strategy is, and you know the kid as good as anybody, and your thoughts are 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round. Like,
Turn it
that's-
on now.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's
If I'm
gonna
Ben's
slow
coach,
down.
I'm saying, all right, now let's start mixing
And
up
Ben-
grappling, go for shots, wear his ass out.
Ben
Let's
is
start
He's
winning
clearly
out.
lost 2 rounds, though.
Yeah.
Benson.
Clearly.
Most likely, yeah.
I mean,
It's in Denver, too, so.
And he had double underhooks at one time when they were transitioning out on a failed spin, and he didn't even try to take him down. I
Yeah.
thought he would have tried to dump him.
Yeah.
And it is
he
in
didn't-
Denver, too.
right?
It's in
Yeah,
Denver.
he
Yeah.
might have
Thatch's
felt it,
hometown.
and
He
maybe
felt
been
it, and then he
like,
went away.
eh,
Yeah. But there was like 17
Also,
seconds
high
left.
altitude,
Yeah.
short notice fight.
Good head kick.
I know he just
Yeah, he
fought
went
too.
front leg round kick to the head. You don't see that often. No switch.
I
And
bet we
that's-
see some takedowns. here.
Benson's got a lot of Taekwondo in him as well, man. You know, I mean, that was his initial background.
Well, the thing is we've seen 2 takedowns, both from Thatch.
Yep, and they were ragdoll takedowns. They were
Trips.
takedowns
They're
where you expect
trips.
someone to say, bitch.
Yeah.
He dumped them twice.
Yeah.
You know?
I like that right hook to the body that Benson's been throwing.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to me. Like, oh, shit. Oh, and the right hand behind it.
For
God
the size
damn.
advantage,
Oh, he's so big.
he's really good at. I mean, hitting
I'm going to
that
freak
right-
out if
right-
Ben doesn't attempt a takedown here. I'm going to freak out and eat this mic.
I don't think he can take him down.
You got to attempt it, man, because you're getting fucking picked apart.
Do you think he's getting picked apart? I wouldn't say it that much. I don't think he's
Like,
getting
right-
picked
right
apart.
there,
Yeah.
But you know what, man? I don't
He
think
might
he
have
likes the
felt
way
it.
it feels.
I feel like
them
he
hips,
feels how
man.
strong those hips
Yeah.
are, and he's like,
Yeah.
fuck this, abort.
Yeah. I
Which
don't
is
wanna-
crazy.
oh,
He
man.
almost did it again.
Yeah.
There we
There
go.
we go.
Now let's keep him against the cage. It's gonna
If
be
he
tough.
stops
Son,
on Benson's
yo, dude,
fucking
this
confidence,
This is
gonna be
170, bro. This is 170.
I know, but you're wearing Thatch out.
Yeah,
He's not
you're
a
wearing him
grappler
out,
by
but
nature.
look at this though. This is 170. It's
This
a
is
different
exactly what you
thing.
gotta do. If you're gonna win, this is exactly what you gotta do.
Yeah,
Even
you're
if you
right.
don't get it.
He's savage.
Even if you don't get it.
Too big.
I know.
That's
too
fine.
big.
Thatch isn't comfortable here. I guarantee you Thatch is going to slow down after
I'm listening to
Yeah,
Brendan.
but he might slow himself
Look at
down.
that.
Oh, look at
You
this!
have
I'm
to
listening
do
to
this.
Brendan Schaub.
He's
Brendan
gonna take
knows
the
the
back?
kid.
Oh!
He's giving up the back.
Oh.
Giving up the
Oh.
back.
Now you got a
Brendan
black
Schaub.
belt
Giving
on
up
your
the
back,
back.
son.
Wow.
Giving up the back and big deep breaths. And now confusion and a loss of confidence as well, right?
Yes,
Nah.
and this is Ben's world. He's a grappler.
Yeah.
This is what he does.
But
this
Brendan
is
Thatch
foreign
has got to
Thatch.
grapple a little bit. Come on.
Not
he
like Ben
does.
Henderson.
Ben Henderson is
This is
a
Ben Henderson's
true.
world.
Oh,
Look at him trap that arm.
Trap the arm. Thatch got out of it pretty quick though. But look at he's letting him know like some shit's going down.
Yeah, son, you're in my world.
Yeah.
Sweet stand up. Check this out. We're in the third round,
you're
too.
you're in a bad spot here, kid. Hold on to that glove
Is he
if you
looking
want
at
to
the
save your
ref?
life.
Did you just
Sweet
do this
Sweet stand up. Now
Yeah.
you're on the ground.
This is a good fight.
He's hitting him in the dick.
I saw
Oh,
like,
look at Thatch's eye, man.
Right here.
Look at his right eye.
You know what
Is that swollen or is it just the angle we're looking at it?
No, it's
looks
swollen.
swollen.
And you know how it is. If you're not really a grappler, by nature, when someone
looks
at your
like his eye
back,
got
your
turned.
heart's fucking
a little vertical.
100 miles an hour
Yeah,
right now. So
yeah.
even if you don't submit him here, we're going this fourth round, you're in trouble, bro.
Dude, Benson's making some progress with that right arm. He's moving that right arm closer and closer. I mean, he's
That's
under
not
he's
good.
under the
That's
armpit
not
with the
good.
other one. But I'm seeing some give. You know what I'm saying? You know how when you see a guy start to pull on a guy's neck and you see the guy on the other side start to give? He's like, I see giving.
It's
You know
tough
what I'm
with the
saying? Like this.
I feel you. It's tough with the gloves, man, to submit a guy for even if
But
he's
look,
a blue belt.
That's not
body
good
triangle,
either.
body triangle,
He's gonna
dude.
flatten him out.
I
He
see
goes
him
belly
softening
down
up,
here. I
man.
don't like
He's
that.
got a minute 18 to go. This fight could be over right fucking
Minute
here, man.
18's a long time
It's a long
with a
time.
dude on your back.
And his eyes swollen.
let go
We
of
got
the
a
body?
good look at
He's
his
doing
right
a good
eye.
job of defending this long. That tells me he's probably not going to get him.
This is
I
exhausting
don't know,
though for
man.
Thatch.
He could
Yeah,
be
this is
burnt.
really exhausting for him.
This
Wait
is
for this fourth
exciting.
round.
This is
He's not
exciting
happy right
stuff,
here.
man.
He could
This
be
is
resting right
See,
here.
you look
You know how
at
many
Benson's
fights
back,
at-
two
at
angel
the
wings.
next
Yeah, you're
round,
right. There's no
Thatch is
devil
going to
wing
be on
there.
fire. I mean, he knows all he has to do is survive.
He could be resting right here.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a lot out of
Oh,
Thatch,
I
man.
don't-
Thatch has never
It's not like he's
faced
belly down,
diversity
sucking
like
all
this.
the wind out of him.
You gotta realize
Yeah.
all Thatch's wins were first round KOs.
It's not
Look
a
at his-
body triangle.
His
you
right
know?
eye looks
He's
like
not
shit,
squeezing
man.
him.
His right eye looks like
He's
shit.
just riding him.
Both of them are fucked up.
Yeah, they
Yep,
both
you're
do.
right. They're both fucked up.
He just needs
Nice
to hang on
eyebrows,
here.
though.
Yeah, I'm not mad
Right
at
to
those
the truck
tweezed
right
eyebrows.
there.
Yeah, he needs
Oh.
to.
I'm not
Yo,
mad.
Oh, he went in the spider web.
Oh,
20 seconds
shit.
to go and Thatch is up. Now we'll see what he's got.
that was smart though.
He had to go for something, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
This round ends, fourth round.
He's gotta
going
fix his
straight for a
ponytail
takedown.
now.
Straight single leg if I'm Ben.
Might as well.
I'm just, it's loose, Eddie, whatever. Look at that.
He just wants to stay away.
You give that round to Ben, right?
yeah, yeah, he gives
So
that
you
round
got
to
2-1 going
Yeah.
to the fourth.
2-1 going in the fourth, and the grappling's been established that he's super dominant on the ground.
He should
The only
shoot it
reason
down.
why he lost that position is because he went for the arm.
True.
I'll say this. Who's more tired, Benson or Thatch?
Thatch.
I'm saying defending that, easy day. Trying to attack the back
It's not an easy day if you're not a black belt. If you're a blue belt, which I would say Thatch is probably a blue belt on the ground.
But,
I've known
but
Thatch
Tate, the
forever.
one big explosion was the arm. Other than that, it was just control. I mean, when he's tight and when he's under the armpit and he's across the neck, there was no commitment. There was no real crazy.
That's another
like,
day in the
Gotta
office.
squeeze.
Yeah, but there's no like crazy like go, the go for a guillotine hail
Yeah,
mary
yeah,
that doesn't
yeah,
work.
just
and you see the
hand
guy's
fighting.
arms
For
gas
sure.
out. There was none of that. There was the explosion to get to spiderweb, but I mean that was one big burst.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was Thatch ate more energy because Thatch was trying to
100%.
keep that guy off his neck. He was uncomfortable. He's like, "Fuck! In my hometown, I'm getting choked." This
Rolled
is
all
bullshit.
fours.
His head
That's a
was,
beast
yeah.
carrying that
Flattened
weight.
out with a body
flattened out.
triangle on
Here
his
we go.
back. Shit got real.
Now you're right.
Both eyes are all
Yeah,
swollen
both
and
eyes
shit.
kinda look-
His braids are
Yeah.
all fucked up out the back.
He didn't fix his ponytail.
I shoot for that single leg if I'm Ben.
Been in the way,
Yeah,
kinda
man.
Like Guido
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yep.
Now he's thinking about it too. Maybe mix up. You shoot, hit him with the right hand.
Well, he also knows that he can dominate
Yeah,
him
he
on
can
the
do
ground.
it.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean, that's
surprised
just
that
a
Thatch
fact.
is standing up so high still. He's still got that high kickboxer stance.
And that was the reason he got impatient in that scramble and wasn't smart defensively. He wanted to just get back up to his feet.
Right.
Instead of like minus P's and Q's and recognizing he's in a bad spot. And that recklessness, carelessness, and trying to get back up to his feet is where he gave his back
And that
up.
comes from
thing is-
grappling experience. That's just not his background.
Yep. He just wants to get the fuck out of there. He's like,
Yes.
I don't want to stay in this spot.
Yep.
But in doing so, he got to a way worse spot, which is, really the essence of jiu-jitsu, right? Capitalizing on mistakes.
Even if Thatch loses this fight, he's going to learn so much from this fight that's going to help him in the future.
This is
Because he's
real.
never fought a really, really good grappler like
Yeah.
this.
There's that
Crazy.
And gone into deep waters with a world champion. This is the best thing for Thatcher's career to ever happen, win or lose.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And it's a smart way to do it, too, to go in a world champion coming up from a lower weight class, so you have some advantages going in.
There
Yeah, there you go,
it is.
Ben.
No, keep that head on the inside.
It's not gonna happen.
Either way, this is wearing Thatch out. I like this.
Sprawl, dude.
What's
Sprawls.
that double?
Come up with a left.
Yeah,
That's
but make him
crazy.
defend and then go after it again, right?
Yep.
He's throwing his striking off with those takedown
Look how
attempts.
slow Thatch is becoming as
Dude,
he
and he
going.
stands so.
Defending
I mean, look
his
at
takedown.
that. Like he stands so tall.
Nice knee. Yeah.
He's
Now-
tall.
now
He's
this
taller
plan-
to begin with.
This plan,
Oh, that right hand to the body again.
this plan only works if Ben's cardio's on point.
Well, it's most likely will be.
Yeah.
To me, it looks like I know you guys are. It looks like Thatch is fine, and he's coming forward, and
He's definitely not the same fighter he was in the
Look at
first
this.
2 rounds.
No, but the 5th round at altitude, you're in Denver, son.
Yeah.
Sorry about it, but like
that's where
I think
Thatch
Thatch
lives.
is gonna last
Exactly,
here,
yeah.
and the
That's
5th
why I think
round
I
is
evened
gonna
it
be
out.
tough.
Yeah.
he keeps
You-
going.
But
You
Benson
know,
trains
most of-
at altitude, too,
Yes.
in
And
Arizona.
most of Ben's career was spent in Colorado. John Crouch started in Denver. So this is nothing new to Ben.
It is.
right
It
hand.
is to acclimate.
beautiful
that was
timing.
fast.
Timing.
Beautiful
That was on
timing.
Yeah.
That was beautiful timing.
If that-
Stepping over that leg. Look at this.
That's some experience.
Hey,
losing
you
that
sue my
timing.
friend.
5th round's going to be a beast.
Oh, my friend, you got a longer time. Arm triangle's coming. Stepping over. Look at this.
that's
Side
cool. That's
control,
good.
my
Yeah,
friend.
that was a lot better for Henderson.
elbow
He's gonna give him his back.
sandwiches. Back.
He's going to
Give
give
up
him
the
his
back.
neck, son.
Oh, he did the same
Wow.
thing again. Didn't like the position. Didn't like the position. Oh, hooking. Got that hook in easy.
Doesn't mean he's gonna choke him.
No.
Means
doesn't
he's
mean
winning
he's going
the
to choke
round,
him,
though.
but he's winning the round.
Yeah, he's gonna win the round.
Elliot's looking at this, going, making a list.
He's going to try to go
Shit,
for
we
the
gotta
armbar
work.
again,
They
man.
knew this, though.
He's going to try to go for the armbar again.
I'm trying.
Oh, look at that.
Very nice.
Look at this, though. But still,
I don't like
stays.
this being on top, man.
Good
I'd rather have him on
position.
my
Good
back. I think.
position.
You got a high-level grappler on you.
Yeah, dude. Benson's
Super high
no
level.
joke. Look at this. Benson transitions easy to the back again.
You see a lot of wrestlers do this, turn to all fours, hand fight, and stand up.
Oh, yeah.
Thatch is a kickboxer. Let's not do that.
It's
Yeah,
a natural
just
thing.
bleeding.
That's
His
good.
nose.
His
His
nose.
nose
Turning your
fucked
back
up.
is natural
He's trying to
when
get
you're
back up. Oh, shit.
Oh,
Can he get back up? Oh, ragged it.
Sat him down.
Ragdolled
It
him.
shouldn't be natural, though. You know what I'm
This is
saying,
looking
Eddie?
good
If you're
for him.
training
But in the
right.
wild, though,
Thatch is
This-
whooped.
it-
Look
yeah,
at
wild.
how tired he is.
And
It's
he's
a
got
natural
one
truth.
more
You
round
gotta
to
get
go
that out
after
of your
this.
DNA.
This
You
is
wanna
the
get it back.
world of Benson Henderson right here, son.
He's got it.
That's it. That's it. He got
That's
this
a
shit.
wrap.
He got this shit.
yeah, it's all.
Real close. Oh, it's
Dan
in.
Unless he can get one
Damn,
hand.
Tap, tap. That's it.
That was
That's it.
great.
Woo! Benson
Excellent, excellent
motherfucking.
fight.
Oh, he's got a toothpick in his
I
mouth.
knew it. I saw
He had a
it
fucking toothpick in his mouth the whole time.
That's some good shit.
What?
man.
He fixed it in the last round. He got cracked and he
Oh
was like trying to
my
fix it, man.
God!
I was like,
He pulled
I
the
wonder.
toothpick out of his mouth right after he tapped. That is so
Gangster.
fucked up. You know he's gonna get in trouble for that. They told him not to do that anymore.
What if they rule this a no
cares?
contest?
So crazy. Fights with a fucking toothpick in his mouth.
He gets suspended for this.
He just fought Brendan. That's some Charles Bronson shit. He just fought Brendan Thatch with a toothpick in his
That's some
mouth.
gay-
If you
Gangster
put that
shit.
in a movie,
Choked
you
him
would
out and
hate
then
that
pulled the
movie.
toothpick out
You would
immediately.
hate it.
You're like, yeah, you would say,
writing this.
fuck this. This isn't true.
I'm a bigger Henderson fan now.
What, because
For
of the
sure.
toothpick?
No, yeah, that too.
For
And
taking
because of
on
this-
Goliath?
That was awesome.
Look
This
at how he did it
finish?
too. Look how he finished it. Look at the way he finished it.
He just
Nasty.
Dan Severn, right?
Sort of.
But the reverse.
It's kind of like this. Yeah.
Like I said, though, man, either way, Brandon's going to learn a ton from this. This is best
Yeah.
case scenario. He wins either way.
goes up to 170.
Dan Severn isn't just about
See how he's
you
adjusting
lock
it?
it up. It's what the legs are doing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's squeezing
It's a-
down.
It's a oxymoron actually.
Damn,
Ben's a
Benson is
beast.
a bad motherfucker.
Love
he's,
that guy.
He's world class, man. He's world class. He fucked up with that toothpick, though.
Dude's a
You
G.
can't keep doing that, man. Can't keep doing that.
Why not?
Okay.
Especially
He's
for a
winning,
guy
son.
like Thatch. What
Let
if
him have
Thatch?
fun, Joe.
What if he
Damn.
got head kicked? It's not the problem. Like, athletic commissions can get in trouble. If it turns out that toothpick comes out and pokes somebody in the eye in some strange world where Benson's on top, he gets hit with an up kick, toothpick
I
comes
think we
out,
need Benson
drops
on the
down, goes
podcast.
into the guy's eyeball.
Oh, but
Joe
they'll let
him.
a guy who's doing PEDs fight, and then after the fight, be like, oh, he was on PEDs.
If Benson was on the podcast,
I don't
did
think
you
they're worried about a
scold him?
toothpick.
Hold on, is that what happened? Did they know the test results before the fight?
They knew about John Jones.
But that's coke.
Still,
Yeah,
illegal
but it's out of
supplement.
competition. It's not a performance-enhancing drug. I think if they knew that Anderson tested positive before, it's way more damning than if they knew that John Jones did. They knew that John Jones is doing something that's going to ruin his chances.
What about if you're doing coke to just study YouTube videos? That's maybe
Powerful.
What if I'm
Tait
doing,
Fletcher.
what if I'm doing
To the
coke to
80s.
throw 1,000 spinning kicks?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of good points here. A lot of good points.
Everyone is
and
making
Joe
sense
said
here.
that y'all aren't going to learn
Everyone
anything.
is making sense.
That what? Y'all are
That
what?
y'all aren't going to learn anything. It's like
I don't know, man.
classroom with these.
I think
mountains in
toothpicks
here.
is the least of our worries. Hey, commission,
Oh,
for sure
no,
get those
no.
results back in
Yeah,
time.
that's
Fuck
good.
a toothpick.
That is good.
Let's
but
get those
goddamn
results
it,
back
you
in a couple
can't-
days.
You can't fight with a fucking toothpick in your mouth. You just can't. It's so crazy. When he stepped out and then pulled the toothpick, he's like flaunting it.
I
Like,
love it.
He
I
steps
love
out.
it.
I think
He's got
it's
the
so
toothpick
cool,
out
dude.
right away.
That
What
shit
if they had to
was
stop a
funny.
fight because he was like stuck and like he had
He
to.
did, dude. In like
Yeah,
the
that'll pull it
third
out.
round,
You think that was it?
fixes
So he had a
because it wasn't
toothpick
just
in his
It wasn't a
mouth.
mouthpiece thing.
He had
Yeah.
a toothpick in his mouth when Pettis head kicked him and dropped him.
Yeah.
And that was the side that he tucks it.
I think it'd be more dangerous for himself, right? Like,
Oh, it's very dangerous for him.
But
Swallow
he
those,
could choke on
those
it.
toothpicks get like worn out over time. They get all like
And it's
flimsy.
flimsy,
They
dude.
do,
Yes,
bro.
it's
But look
They
how
get all
perfect
wet.
it is, man. He must have like
Oh, can you
a.
imagine?
They get all
Special
wet. You know what I'm saying?
Just
He's
nice
got a
and
weird
slow-mo.
way.
Yeah.
He's got a weird
240
way of
frames
tucking
per
that
second.
thing in his mouth.
Yeah, that shit is soft as hell. That's like paper at
Yeah.
this point.
Let's see what he says.
It's,
Okay, what?
It's from the YouTube.
Remember that, guys.
remember that.
Yeah, I'll remember that.
You got it, bro.
Okay, let me rewind.
Okay. Look, Benson Henderson's a bad motherfucker. That was a huge victory. He essentially fought your game plan, what you thought he should do. I mean, that's really what he did.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
He hung with him on the feet for the first round, lost probably the first and second round, and then took him into some deep water.
Thatcher's a funny guy. I hope they interview him.
That's exactly what he did.
Type move.
Yeah. Fucking toothpick.
I know that he.
Every win you get, whether it's your first fight, fighting amateur guys, local fights, you guys, whether it's you're winning or defending your UFC championship, every win you have is the most important win of your career. Congratulations.
The toothpick's slurring his
He's giving
speech.
philosophy lessons.
He's so
and shit.
crazy with
That-
that
He's
toothpick.
dropping knowledge on bitches.
Yeah, dude,
Hard to
like-
keep up, but he's dropping knowledge.
I hear there's a big name McDonald up in Canada who needs a fight. So if he still needs it, I'm game.
It's a hell of a fight.
Oh,
That's
shit.
a hell of a fight,
Benson
son.
Henderson just said it. Yeah, when you stare across the octagon at that fucking psycho, you might want to rethink that. That 170-pound
Talking about Canadian
psycho.
psycho. A Canadian psycho.
I mean, there's a big difference between stepping up to like arguably number 2 welterweight in the world.
They need
That's
to give him a
big
title
difference.
shot. They need to give Roy a title shot, man.
Yeah.
Don't make him fight Hector roided out of
Well,
his gills.
he's not gonna. Hector's not gonna fight for a long time now. But goddamn, Benson Henderson's a bad motherfucker to step up like that and say he wants to fight Rory McDonald after that fight. Benson is a bad motherfucker,
he's the
dude.
new BJ.
He's so good. He's so good.
Yeah, Thatch has a long career ahead of him. This is
Benson-
a great
Yeah, and
learning
he's coming off
experience.
that layoff, right? It was
Yeah.
like a year or something.
Well, he had some injuries, right?
2 injuries,
Bro,
like back-to-back or
Thatch
something?
threw a kick in practice and it hit the kid's face. It might have been Matt Brown. Hit Matt Brown's face. Compound fractured his big toe.
compound fracture, so the fucking through the skin, bones out of the skin. Yeah, that's why he was out for so long.
Oh, that's what happened?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh, I saw the picture of that. There was like a picture of it online, wasn't there?
Nasty, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it gave
See how
me
we
a
did that
warning,
heel
so
kick
I didn't
with his
click, but I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I got it.
We don't see enough of that.
Dude, Benson's badass,
some
dude.
shit
He
I
is
don't want.
Such a
badass.
badass. Can you imagine him versus Rory? Rory needs a fight too.
That would be amazing. That would
I'd
be
love to see Rory
amazing.
just get a title shot.
When
But
that Corey Hill
Well-
fight happened,
Yep.
he snapped his leg.
This podcast is over. This is a huge win for Benson Henderson. That was fucking tremendous. I'm so impressed with this dude. So impressed with him. He's a beast.
So
I mean, that
cool.
was such a hard fight, too. That's it for the podcast. Eddie Bravo, what's up next?
EBI 3, March 22nd.
Eddie Bravo Invitational, March 27th. Where can people information?
EddieBravoInvitational.com. It's at the Orpheum, downtown LA.
Justin Milos, what's your website again?
www.jam.
Don't ever say www.
jampersonaltraining.com.
HTTP
HTTP//
You lost
Jam
me at
Personal
colon.
Training.
Jam personal
Fantastic trainer, very good dude, Justin Milos. Killer B, we're going to see you throwing down in Brazil
Yes,
against
sir.
their local son, Eric Silva. What's the date again?
March 21st.
March 21st, live on Fox Sports 1, right?
Yep.
Ba-bam. Tait motherfucking Fletcher, CEO and pirate-in-chief of Caveman Coffee.
That's it. I don't know.
Caveman Coffee
Nueva
Company.
Cerveza, Concrete Cowboy, Dallas, Austin, Houston. We're opening in Houston in 2 months right now.
Entrepreneur.
Just trying to stay ahead.
Kill
Let
him the
bitches
game.
know. Brandon motherfucking Schaub. You can listen to him every week, at least twice a week. Do you guys
Twice
do now?
a week.
Twice a week. The Fighter and the Kid podcast with my brother Brian Callen, available online in many different forms. You guys have like a video version of it. You have
iTunes,
iTunes,
YouTube.
everything. It's available. It's fantastic. You'll love it. You can follow him on Twitter and Instagram. Brendan Schaub on both of those, right?
Yes, sir.
Brendan Schaub. And that's it, you fucks. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Everyone's like,
Much
"Damn,
love.
Doug."
Another Fight Companion podcast in the book. Take care, you guys.